Hello, 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 hello. On écoute. Ok, on écoute. Du coup, les gars, j'étais en train de regarder un truc. Je me suis dit, vu comment la vidéo, juste, ça faisait même pas genre une demi-heure que je regardais. Oh, si ça devait faire plus qu'une demi-heure. Et je me suis dit, voilà, la vidéo, elle est vraiment, vraiment bien. Du coup, on va la regarder ensemble. Ensemble, ensemble, ensemble. Ok. Chat, good. Nice. Du coup, je sais pas si vous l'avez vu. C'était dans mon historique. Bam. Maman, je l'ai. Ah, c'est Dennis Rodman. C'est ça. Voilà. Donc, c'est Wolf. Tout le monde, je pense. Si vous jouez un peu à Pokémon, vous connaissez Wolf. Et du coup, il fait une draft league. Moi, j'avais déjà vu quelques vidéos parce que justement, je suis Pokémon. Est-ce que je suis abonné à Pokémon? Pas abonné, mais je vais m'abonner maintenant. Et du coup, je sais un peu ce que c'est la draft league. Parce que j'ai déjà. Et du coup, au début de la vidéo, il explique. Donc, c'est. Il y a 9 personnes. Donc, ça, c'est les teams. Là, c'est les teams. Des gens. Donc, il y a Monte, James Peck, très fort. The Uzi Gunner, Cybertron, Shady Penguin, Nekra, c'est une commentatrice de VGC. C'est Rosemary, je crois, son nom. Commentatrice VGC. Franchement, hyper forte en commentatrice. Je sais pas trop si elle joue bien ou pas. Poké-Aim, monstrueux. Il a déjà fait plein de drafts. Et du coup, Wolfie. Et du coup, là, là, ils sont en train de pick. Ils sont en train de pick chacun un Pokémon. Parce que c'est comme ça. Je sais pas si vous l'avez vu. C'est comme ça l'ordre. Donc le premier pique, après c'est le deuxième, et après le dernier, hop, ça revient comme ça fait une boucle. Et du coup, bah, là ils étaient en train de pique et ils ont fait un nouveau aussi style, c'est des Pokémon, plus ils sont forts, plus ils utilisent de points, et tu as 100 points. Comme ça, tu peux pas prendre juste les Pokémon les plus forts et t'es sûr de gagner. Tu dois vraiment réfléchir et tout ça. Donc le premier pic c'était Annihilate. Le deuxième pic Arcaludon. Le 3. Oh, je me suis fait spoil. Attends, on n'avait pas. Ah si, troisième Goldingo. Goldingo. Et le quatrième, c'est où j'étais à 51-30 à peu près. C'était Ursaluna. Donc, hop, pouce bleu. On reprend ici. Et du coup, à chaque fois qu'il y a un Pokémon, ils expliquent pourquoi le Pokémon il est bien et pourquoi le pic à ce moment-là c'est bien. Donc c'est vraiment intéressant. Si vous êtes dans Pokémon, il faut vraiment, je pense, se mettre dessus. Il faut vraiment se mettre dessus. Parce que ça va être incroyable. J'avais déjà regardé la Draft League avec Poké MD, celui qui est avec Wolf en ce moment là, qui explique. Et franchement, c'est intéressant parce que du coup, tu as 10 Pokémon et tu peux changer à chaque combat. Et du coup, un combat c'est toutes les semaines. Du coup, tu as le temps de te préparer et tout ça. Du coup, tu as 10 Pokémon, donc vraiment, tu peux changer du tout au tout les teams. C'est ça qui est intéressant.
For the playstyle that I wanted to play, I thought that this was the best Pokemon in the draft. I was like, I think that this is it's so flexible. It has so many different sets it can run. You can run
Du coup, vu que
Combine,
tout
you
le
can run
monde a
Saltbash, you can run
à
Specs,
peu
you can
près
run Scarf,
chaque
you can run Life Orb, you
joueur
can run
Poké a un style de jeu
Silk Scarf. Like you can run
spécifique
Choberry,
à
right? Like there's
lui.
so many
Tout le monde
different
joue pas
sets
pareil,
you
tout
can
le
run.
monde
It works so well with so
n'a
many
pas
different
les mêmes
fire types. We
facilités
just
avec
saw Yawn Leftovers
les
for
mêmes
Electric
styles de
Ursaluna
jeu.
win a huge regional, like
Et
in
bah,
official
du coup, les
VGC, like
teams
not in
seront
draft. Like
vraiment
that
différentes.
set just won
C'est ça qui va être
a regional, and
intéressant. Et en
so
plus,
I
vu
I
qu'ils ont
thought this one was
rajouté
super turbo
le
broken,
fait que
and I had an entire plan built around it, and so
plus les
when it
Pokémon
got
sont forts,
drafted,
plus
I had to
ils
kind of
coûtent
scramble,
cher
and I was
et que
thinking
t'es
to
limité
myself, we're
dans
ready to move to the next
ce que tu peux
slide.
prendre.
Okay, well, I think I want an intimidating Pokemon.
C'est pas mal. Du coup, les teams sont
I
vraiment
like
intéressantes.
locked in. And I was like, okay, well, obviously I want an intimidate Pokemon, maybe like a fire type intimidate Pokemon, maybe a fire type intimidate Pokemon that offers some
people
support.
Don't usually like too much.
That people aren't such a fan of. And so for the 5th pick overall in the draft, I have selected Arcanine. Arcanine.
Arcanin.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Regular Arcanine though, not Rockhead Arcanine, not the rock one.
Par exemple, tu vois, Arcanin, c'est joué quelques fois, mais c'est pas beaucoup joué. Et là, c'est pique comme ça.
I better see that in the real video too.
So here's what I was thinking. I was looking at the list and I was like, okay, like all of the Pokemon that I think are so turbo broken that they have no substitutes have already been taken. Like Ursaluna Blood Moon, Goldengo, Archaludon, and Annihilate. These are Pokemon that I was like, they're so hard to build around and they're so hard to replace. And I was looking at the other Pokemon that were super expensive, and I was like, you know, I think that I could kind of find a replacement for all of these. Like, there's nothing else that really excites me and that I want to like fully build around. Or the ones that were still left, I was like, I don't want to play this playstyle. Like, regular Ursaluna was there, but I was like, I don't really want to play regular Ursaluna. Like, I just used it like for the last couple months. Like, I don't really want to use it again. And so I decided to pivot, and I decided to build a new plan where the goal was to not have one shining star, but to have a team that is like greater than the sum of its parts. So rather than spending 20 points on a huge hitter like every other pick so far, I was like, let me pick a bunch of like good Pokemon, like the 14 to 16 range, and just have a team where
donc là, Wolfie, il veut pas, genre, là, les autres, ils ont pris un Pokémon genre vraiment fort et ils vont construire une team autour. Pas tout le temps, ça va être ça. Il va juste faire une team forte. Une team forte. Parce que les autres, c'est vraiment, le Pokémon est vraiment trop fort, donc presque tout le temps tu l'auras contre toi quand tu joueras contre
the
le
intimidate factor as well, but like justify plus beat up could be something to boost its attack.
That's right, yeah, it can be a sweeper
to boost its teammates. And I love the way Wolf is coming back in the draft because he is saying, okay, I'm not going to have the powerhouse that is this 20-pointer. I'm going to have a Pokemon that's going to make the rest of my team better. And I think that's really a way you have to look. And while round 1, you'll see a lot of us get more expensive Pokemon, you'll see as like round 2, a lot of Pokemon, you're like, wait, what? That was what they picked now?
Yeah.
Because it's about making a well-balanced team within 100 points. Had he picked Incineroar, Wolf would have had
3 fewer points. Yeah. And 3 points might not sound like a lot, but that's a huge difference in the lower tiers. Like the difference between 6 and 9 points or like, yeah, like 11 and 8, that's like the levels of viability change pretty significantly at the lower tiers. And so the other thing is, and sorry, I know I'm taking a while on Arcanine, but I think it's really interesting because like, you would think that it's like, why would I take Arcanine for 16 when I could take Incineroar for 19? But actually, even though Arcanine has pretty much exclusively worse stats than Incineroar, the fact that it's faster changes a lot. Like, if you want a hard thing about it, if you know your opponent is Incineroar and they're going to bring Incineroar, you can run Clear Amulet, you can run Covert Cloak to stop Fake Out. Like, there's a lot of different things you can do.
The heck out of it.
You can close combat it, right? But the thing is, Arcanine, because it's faster, like, okay, maybe you run Clear Amulet to stop Intimidate, but I've got Will-O-Wisp, right? Or like, maybe, you know, you have like White Herb, but like, well, I guess White Herb's not a great example, but like maybe you're prepared for a defensive Arcanine, but because it's faster, all of a sudden I've got Choice Band, or I've got like Justified, like Joey said, or yeah,
ça
like
ça va être beau. Je sens que ça va être intéressant parce que Draft League, il y en a pas beaucoup. À part PokéMD, j'ai pas vu beaucoup de gens vraiment faire des vidéos dessus. Et c'est vraiment intéressant parce que du coup, toutes les semaines, le mec il doit réfléchir à comment créer sa team, quoi faire pour justement battre juste l'adversaire en face. Et l'adversaire aussi doit faire ça. Donc c'est intéressant, c'est intéressant. Ça permet de beaucoup s'améliorer sur le team building.
You probably have to run a bit of speed on this thing. If you run max defense, max HP Impish, this thing lives like a Choice Band Terracion's Stone Edge.
Oh my god!
Like, I'm telling you, I've used it. And special defensive is insanely bulky as well, especially with Terra. I think you can get away with a lot. And Morning Sun is something I also want to note on it because you have recovery as something that Incineroar doesn't have unless you use like Drain Punch or a Berry as well. So I think this is a really cool first pick. And I was like, okay, I see how this draft is gonna go. But moving on from Arcanine,
that's right. We have
Okay. Garchomp, c'était un des bons.
Garchomp is just a great Pokemon. Garchomp is crazy because it's been so good since it was released, and it's still good now. So yeah, Joey, what can you tell us about Garchomp?
Well, Garchomp is obviously, we talked about it earlier, the Sneasler versus Garchomp thing, but great base speed tier. Obviously, Swords Dance, Scale Shot, Loaded Dice, Earthquake / Stomping Tantrums, Stomping Tantrum, Rock Slide. So it has a lot of multi-hitting moves. It is probably usually paired on teams that have redirection because you want to give Garchomp the first SD, but it's also a Pokemon, again, that can get away with Choice Scarf, it can get away with Special Life Orb.
Ok. Ok, donc là ils disent que Garchomp il a beaucoup, t'as beaucoup de styles, tu peux le jouer dans beaucoup de styles, du coup c'est un bon pick parce que l'adversaire il sait jamais ce que tu vas faire ou ce que ton Pokémon va pouvoir faire. Si c'est un attaquant, si c'est genre un plus tanky, tu peux un peu tout faire avec Karchakroc. Et du coup c'est sympa. C'est ce qu'ils disent, hein. Moi j'écoute, j'apprends. Je suis là pour écouter et apprendre.
In this generation, and I'm excited to see what it does in this VGC draft. I really am.
I think one thing that also is really interesting about Garchomp is because the base stats are so good, it actually makes really good use of different Terra types. Like in a regular VGC tournament, you're going to be running probably Steel or Ground most of the time, but because Rosemary is able to change like her Terra type every single week, she can very easily kind of customize it for the matchups. Maybe she runs like Terra Fire to get around like Will-O-Wisp if they don't have like a ground type, or like Terra Water. Like trying to get a Pokemon this strong that also has such naturally high like bulk stats, I think is a pretty big deal when you can customize your Terra every single week rather than having to lock one in at the beginning of the tournament.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a beautiful Pokemon, and then she can go so many different ways with this. She can get Sand to abuse Sandveil if she wants to, because obviously this is VGC, so you can do things like that, or just like Garchomp is perfect supported on like Tailwind with coaching as well, so there's so much that she can do with this. It's also 19 points, so she still has that one extra point that a lot of us already missed out on going further, and this is the kind of thing as the draft goes on, like Wolf has extra points than us, Necro has extra points than us, and if we actually move on to the next one, there's
20 points.
Ursaluna, though.
Shady, both Ursalunas taken. I mean, I think this makes a lot of sense. If you want to talk about Pokemon that are as strong as restricted Pokemon, like as strong as Miraidon, Koraidon, in the right position, I think Ursaluna is like the first Pokemon you're going to mention. This Pokemon hits so unbelievably hard with Guts. Like Guts Facade is just like, it's basically as strong as Life Orb, Koraidon, Close Combat of the Sun. They're very comparable.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. We talked about as well flexible Pokemon, right? This is Pokemon.
Là, c'est le deuxième Ursaluna, le premier c'était le Blood Moon qui était parti plus il est plus attaque spé, celui-là est plus attaque, un peu moins rapide aussi.
And I think you can use all of Guts, Bulletproof, and even Unnerved to an extent. I think Guts and Bulletproof are going to be a lot better. You'll see this thing with a Flame Orb most of the time, but we can even see it using Bulk Up or Swords Dance as well with Bulletproof as well. If it wants to, it can tear a Ghost in front of Golden Go and not get hit by Shadow Ball, etc. So there's a lot that Ursaluna could do.
I didn't even think about that.
There's a lot it could do. There's a lot it could do. And also, its stabs are Earthquake to hit both, right? But then you have Headlong Rush for single target, and obviously Facade, right? You know all about that. But another Pokemon that has a beautiful, beautiful moveset that you typically don't get to see too much in VGC. It's usually running the... That's it. It's double stabs.
Flame Orb, Facade, Earthquake, Headlong Rush, Protect. Like that's the set that most people run. Maybe you drop Earthquake for sub or whatever, but like I think this is a really interesting Pokemon. Also gets like Shadow Claw and Rock moves as well. So
No, I think it's beautiful. I think it's a great way to start. Again, telegraphing kind of what you want from here, but it's a good baseline. I think if you want to get a powerful Pokemon, you need to have a good baseline behind it. Otherwise, you do your route and get a Pokemon that's going to support no matter what you get.
Exactly.
As you keep going.
Exactly.
As you get drafted, but.
Cool.
Beautiful Pokemon by Shady. I'm excited for his return, and his new logo for the New York Yankees looks
so sick. It's so sick, yeah.
Wow.
So we only have one pick left in the first round, which is Uzi, who's going to be taking Dragapult. I think this Pokemon makes a ton of sense. It's typically used in the current format. It's kind of this super strong offensive attacker, but I think what makes it so good is in part because it's so fast. Like, I think it's probably the fastest Pokemon anyone will draft, or pretty close to it, if not.
Regieleki banned, so.
Yeah, Regielecky's banned, and so... Oh, hang on, my stream just went down. Give me 1 second to make sure that... Hang on.
I went down?
Sorry, my like stream chat just went down. Okay, seems like it's still up.
Chat.
Sorry. Cool. Anyway, because it's so fast, you can actually use it as a supporter as well. You can do Light Screen, Breaking Swipe, Will-O-Wisp, etc., etc. So I think it's actually a really cool, flexible Pokemon and a really great first pick from Uzi. Also, if you're running like special, you can do Infiltrator or Cursed Body. Like, there's lots of cool tech you can do here.
Yeah, so I have Dragapult in my Natdex VGC League, and one of the things I like to do is if I'm fighting Tailwind, I'll give it a Choice Scarf because it's faster than a lot of Pokemon under Tailwind, even if they're max speed. So you can get a strong Draco Meteor off on the opponent or anything like that. Unfortunately, Dragapult doesn't have beat up in Sword and Shield because I was gonna say there's a lot you can do with the fast beat up of this Pokemon. But Pult just has beautiful stats, and it's one of those mons that you're gonna get a lot of value out with your EVs, right? Because this is the fastest mon, right? If I'm fighting Necro, right, I have a 40 BST difference between 102 and 142, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have to, and let's say that's your fastest Pokemon, I don't have to run max speed, which leaves a lot of desired bulk. I can put max HP, or I can go in like that. Like, this is a Pokemon that with Jolly or Timid or Naive or Hasty, whatever plus speed nature, is normally going to hit the speed tier it needs to without running any speed at all. So you're going to get a lot out of its abilities. Clear Body, I think Clear Body is beautiful as well, and then Infiltrator as well for like screens, like we said. But and Curse Body can get away with a lot of stuff too. Like, this is a great
Ouais, c'est vrai que Dragapult, c'est un des Pokémon
if you want to use it
les
to
plus
support other teammates.
rapides.
And I mean,
Et du coup, ça peut vraiment aider, il peut beaucoup jouer, genre, il a beaucoup en attaque, beaucoup en SP attaque. Il est rapide, donc ça peut vite être chiant pour un adversaire qui n'a pas grand chose pour le stopper.
So cool. The Droopy's literally retarget. Yeah, exactly. If your opponent Terra Fairies that turn, the Droopy's will ignore it and hit
double target the other. Yeah.
If your opponent has a Fairy type, the Droopy's will ignore it. Otherwise, it's obviously hitting both Pokemon, so it hits one and then hits the other. I love this Pokemon, and smart targeting is so cool when it comes to Dragapult. I think it's a great baseline, and also it works out because, I mean, we can do the next slide because it shows all the
Oh.
What does the garden look like today, I wonder?
all the mons picked for this round.
Yep.
But it works out because Uzi gets a second pick immediately.
That's right. He gets to combo with Dragapult. There's one thing I want to really emphasize that you touched on, Joey, is that in Draft League, like, any extra speed points you have that's faster than your, like, that would normally be wasted because you're like, oh, I'm at max speed with my Dragapult, and like my opponent's fastest Pokemon is Garchomp, and like I'm wasting all these EVs. In Draft League, you don't waste them because you only have to spend as many EVs to go above your opponent's fastest Pokemon or the fastest Pokemon you want to cover for. And so, like, all of a sudden, your Dragapult is suddenly like what, like 30 points, like tankier than it would be otherwise. You have 30 extra points to invest wherever you want. So a super fast Pokemon has extra value here, I would say.
Ouais.
Exactly. It's a cool mon that can make.
Donc, comme ils viennent de dire,
like, you can use things like weakness policy,
genre,
something you might normally
vu que tu peux changer tout le temps, toutes les semaines, ta team, en fonction de ton adversaire. Si l'adversaire il a que des Pokémon lents, du coup, si t'as un Pokémon rapide, t'es pas obligé de mettre tes EV dans la vitesse. Dans tous les cas, t'es plus rapide. Tu peux les mettre genre en défense, en attaque, pour qu'ils soient plus forts et toujours être plus rapide vu que ton adversaire, tu sais qu'il a pas ce qu'il faut pour être plus rapide. Ça, c'est pas mal.
I think every pick makes a ton of sense, but the first 4 picks are like the 4 Pokemon I would have expected to go first, I think.
No Incin, no Dragonite, no Rillaboom.
That's right, not yet. We'll have to see as we move on to our next pick, which is Uzi again as the Snake Draft, who grabs Whimsicott for 19 points. So he's got 2 19-point Pokemon, but they're, I mean, this is just total control over the speed of the battle. With Prankster Tailwind access on the Whimsicott, you get Prankster Encore, Prankster Fake Tears plus Shadow Ball Dragapult. We can already see some pretty mean combos coming out as well as like Helping Hand, Charm. Whimsicott is just such an annoying Pokemon, and in draft, super versatile because like it has so many good moves, you can customize it based on your opponent.
Ça c'est plus un support.
I think that's the big thing about Whimsicott that you touched on, right? Like, in typically in VGC you'll see the Covert Cloak, a Moonblast will be your attacking move, and then you'll have your Tailwind, your Encore, and whatever other.
Yeah, like Screen, Fake Tears, whatever, Helping Hand.
Exactly. Whereas Whimsicott in this can do anything, right? You could even see some switcheroo with a choice specs.
Yeah.
Or anything like that, or like.
Regardez Yaki.
Exactly. So like, I think it's such a great one. It also gives him beat up. For the team too, so you might see something later going on with that.
Il est venu avec mon Corée.
Whimsicott's a beautiful draft mon. I know that you were talking about
Il y en a un autre aussi.
price-wise.
Et monsieur là.
One thing we were talking about before, because Amoonguss was lower in the
Il est aussi
draft.
venu en Corée avec nous.
Apparently, but we actually moved Amoonguss up because I think you said that Amoonguss and Whimsicott felt.
J'ai pas pu tous les prendre malheureusement.
So I
Donc,
found it interesting because
c'est chiant, mais c'est comme ça.
I value obviously Whimsicott a lot more. Because of what it can do, but Amoonguss is a draft, because like when you're a draft Pokemon, you want to either be extremely good at what you do, even if that's one thing, and take a Pokemon like Weavile that's clicking Triple Axle, Icicle Crash, Knockoff, whatever, or you want to be able to do everything. And I think Amoonguss fits the extremely good at what it's do versus Whimsicott fits that plus everything. So I think it's interesting to see it. I think we did kind of put this Pokemon, maybe it could have been 18 points. right?
No, I think initially I thought Whimsicott should be lower than Amoonguss, but as I've gotten, that's because I was at a draft for a while. Because if you think about it, it's like, well, Amoonguss, part of what makes it so scary is Spore and Rage Powder. But like, you could just put safety goggles, Terra Grass on everything, right? So one safety goggles in your team, maybe you have a Pokemon like already a grass type, and all of a sudden, like your 19-point Pokemon that you invested all this money into, all of a sudden it can't do anything. Like, okay, you can Sludge Bomb or like Pollen Puff, but yeah, whereas Whimsicott, very hard to stop it from doing what it wants to do because it's just so versatile. So yeah, that's one of the things in draft is that certain Pokemon become more or less valuable than they would in traditional competitive like VGC tournaments.
Exactly, and especially with like, I mean, obviously in Amoonguss's defense there is item clause, right? Because it's VGC, so I can only run one safety goggles. But like you said, everything can Terra Grass.
Yep.
Right. Everything can Terra Grass.
And like run like substitute.
A Lumberry.
Yeah, Lumberry. Yeah. Chestoberry if you really want to get crazy, but
if you really want to be like, I knew you'd go for this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a Chestoberry.
That's right.
Right here. I think it's a great. I mean, that's almost 40 of his points gone. Though.
Yeah, he spent a lot. But I think he's not the only one spending big because as we go to our next pick with Shady and female, incredible pick, but 18 points, but a really incredible pick here. I think Indeedee. Especially in DD female, I think
Après, oui,
Pokemon that really makes a lot of sense to go early because number one, it gives you terrain control. Like right now in like Regulation H tournaments in person, it's like Rillaboom and Indeedee are on a lot of the teams, but here only one person at most can take Rillaboom, and so kind of like the de facto thing is that Shady's going to have psychic terrain against most teams, and Indeedee is so versatile with what it does. It's kind of what you were saying about like how it just does one thing super well, which is support. Like Follow Me and Trick Room and Helping Hand and having like a ton of bulk and setting terrain is just so useful. And of course with psychic terrain setting up, you can be a little bit more offensive if you want. You can catch people off guard with like Psychic doing big damage. Maybe you run like Specs and DD female 1 week. So I think it's a really cool Pokemon.
By the way, between the Indeedee to me as a person who doesn't play VGC.
Sure. So Indeedee female is the supporting one. It gets moves like Follow Me. That's the big one. The Follow Me is the biggest difference. It used to not get Trick Room, but now it does thanks to like a bug that they ended up just making official. So Indeedee female is like its stats are geared towards being more bulky. It's slightly slower and a fair bit bulkier. Whereas Indeedee male typically it doesn't get Follow Me, and so its main role is going to be as like kind of a faster attacker with expanding force, which Indeedee female doesn't get. So Indeedee female is kind of like the bulkier version. Indeedee male is the more offensive version.
Interesting. Oh, that's cool. No, I mean, I think it's a great value for him as well. Obviously, Follow Me is. I mean, we saw this Pokemon being used in
il peut pas se prendre
right? So
les bluffs et tout ça.
The normal typing, I think,
Donc
is a
franchement
big
pas mal.
thing when it comes to Indeedee as well, right? Because you'll see a lot of strong ghost moves, Rage Powder,
Il peut
Shadow
du
Ball,
coup,
Moonguise Beam.
il
If you
peut
go to restricted,
se booster et faire Follow Me.
It can run a seed with itself
pas mal.
to give itself a
C'est
boost,
pas mal.
which is awesome. That it activates its own seed. Psychic Seed to get that boost. So I think this is a tried and true one, and I think this is a beautiful second pick, right?
Yep.
I also think both Indeedees legitimately could go because I mean Mount has the other Ursaluna, right?
Yep.
So like you definitely want to get this. I think before. I think you want to be safe.
I think what makes so much sense about Indeedee is that like Shady has Ursaluna, so he's gonna want Trick Room on the team somewhere, and this not only gives him Trick Room, but it also gives him protection from Fake Out. Like typically, right? Like with Ursaluna, it'll often run Terra Ghost, but with Indeedee female on the team and no competing terrain on most opposing teams, Shady might be able to justify like a defensive Terra type on Ursaluna because he knows he's gonna have the terrain to protect him from Fake Out. So I think this makes a ton of sense.
Yep.
Okay, good.
No, perfect pick. Great for him as well, and I'm excited to see.
C'est pas mal, c'est pas mal, c'est pas mal.
Hyped to see Shady's return to draft, and I also love his team, right? I think the thing is,
pour l'instant, vu que
because
c'est
only 8 people,
le début,
everybody's
ils
gonna
vont
get
prendre
it.
sur tous les Pokémon
And I'm kind of excited for that
les
because
plus
you have these
forts.
draft leagues with
Mais
20
quand
people where
plus ça va
some
avancer,
people
plus
clearly
vous
have
allez voir
better
des
teams
Pokémon
than
un peu
others, but this
bizarres.
one,
Et vous dites
everybody's
pourquoi
gonna
ils ont
get
pris
this
ça,
team,
pourquoi
and
ils ont
I
pris ça.
cannot wait to see people
Mais ça,
back.
ça irait
exactly.
bien dans leur
Next
team
Pokemon,
spécifiquement.
Tried and true combo.
Donc ça va être
Tried and true combo.
I hit the wrong button.
Did you go back?
Yeah. I went back to
Pour avoir pour être beaucoup plus tanky, avoir
Yeah, okay. We're back.
comment ça s'appelle,
Anyway, next up is
avoir
as we were saying,
le temps.
the classic combo of Garchomp and Tyranitar. Tyranitar only 15 points. Joey, tell me this is not a steal.
Yeah, this is literally. I'm saying the same thing, right? Like, I'm gonna be real. If Gigalith was on this board, I'd grab Gigalith in a heartbeat. Right?
I love Gigalith.
That's the GOAT. Wide guard, bro. I love that mon so much. But Tyranitar being 15 points makes it so much of a steal. Like,
this thing is 3 points cheaper than Indeedee, and like 4 points cheaper than Whimsicott. Like and that kind of makes sense because it is like it has a quadruple. It has so many weaknesses, right? And it's pretty hard to cover for all of them. But also Roseberry can tear it, and she can also run type resist berries or assault vest, and like this thing's stats are just ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's a great mon. Like you said, assault vest. Terror types is gonna be big too, right? Like, what's typical Tyranitar? Terra Fly, Terra Ghost.
Terra Flying mostly, yeah. Sometimes grass,
you're
but
locked into that when it comes to VGC, right? Because you either want the fighting resist slash.
C'est vrai que ces stats ils sont un peu abusés là. 100, 134, 110. 100. Et en plus, vu qu'il est proche, il gagne en défense sous le sable. Hey bro,
Let's say like if I try to run like a
calme-toi.
bulk or a Chaladon and Tyranitar ends up running max speed, it can hit me with like something super effective.
Non, il gagne en
if it
défense
ends up
P.
being there. You'll get so much out of Tyranitar in this.
Je
You
crois,
don't-
c'est défense P qui gagne.
This is draft. You do not need to have a Pokemon that can take on 12 rounds of players, right? You only need a Pokemon that can win in the one set you're doing. And I think that Tyranitar is really going to be cool with that because if I was fighting, like, say, a Garchomp, like if Necker was fighting a Garchomp, obviously he has one. There's nobody else that can get it. But just for example's sake, she could put Ice Beam on Tyranitar, right?
This thing's move pool is ridiculous.
C'est vrai qu'il a plein, il a un bon bon move. Est-ce qu'elle peut le jouer genre offensif, plus défensif, plus support? Elle peut vraiment faire tout ce qu'elle veut. Franchement, c'est pas mal. En plus, ça va bien avec Kachakroc. Donc franchement, très très bon pick, très très bon pick. En plus, comme ils ont dit, c'est pour le nombre de points qu'il vaut, c'est pas mal. Que 15 points.
Combos with Garchomp. It's nice because you get two of the best sand Pokemon ever, but they don't overlap in typing at all. That's pretty great.
Ok, c'est bon, c'est bon.
Yeah, and just the speed tier of Garchomp covers a lot of what Tyranitar doesn't like fighting.
Yeah.
So I think that's really, really nice. And it's your pick next, isn't it?
I believe it is. And so for my second pick, I'm grabbing Glimmora.
Glimmora. Oh, c'est un peu plus tanky, ça.
Glimmora is a 15-point Pokemon as well.
C'est plus du
And
stall.
I was really interested in Glimmora because when I was looking at the Pokemon I wanted, so after Blood Moon Ursaluna got taken, I sat down and I built out an entire plan. And I was like, these are the Pokemon that I want. And I was looking through them and I was like, okay, which Pokemon are going to be the hardest to replace? And Glimmora I really wanted because, and I chose to pick a second because, like, I think it's a really unique Pokemon that's really versatile. Versatility is kind of the name of the game when it comes to my draft, where I wanted Pokemon where, like, they had a ton of different sets that they could run, and with Glimmora, I felt like it was really hard to replace because, first of all, Toxic Debris, setting up Toxic Spikes every time you're hit with any physical move, ridiculous ability, and also unique to Glimmora and Glimmet, so really hard to replace. But what I liked about Glimmora is it has totally different sets you can run. You can run choice specs that go for immediate damage. Meteor Beam Power Herb is very strong. It has good coverage moves, like Earth Power, Energy Ball, Dazzling Gleam, a couple other ones as well. But you can also play a stall set with like Mortal Spin, try and get Toxic Spikes up, maybe use Corrosion with like Toxic to Poison, Steel and Poison types. And so I was like, yeah, it's got pretty versatile stats. It's a great Pokemon when you can change your Terra types around, because like normally people are prepared to deal with Terra Grass Glimmora, but maybe they're not prepared for like Terra Fairy or Terra Water or like, I don't know, Terra Flying, depending on their team. Yeah, Joey, what do you think about Glimmora?
Great base speed tier as well, over the base 80s and base 85. I think that you're going to get a lot of value out of that. And like you said, you can do so much with it. You can get a steel type next to it and then Sludge Wave with specs to actually do like real damage. Toxic Debris is obviously insanely threatening. So threatening we had to say it twice on the abilities.
Yeah,
and like
double Toxic Debris.
It's deceptively bulky as well. Like when you Terra, you can get it like same thing we kind of mentioned with Tyranitar, right? Where it usually is locked in the Flyer Ghost. This can get so much out of it, and I really, really love it.
C'est pas mal du
Arcanine because you'll have Toxic Spike up with Toxic Debris. You'll be going. You have your Intimidate, and you'll be going for Snarl if you really want to, and you'll just be weakening their stats. I think this is going to be a very crucial part of your team, and I think it really puts.
Ouais, ça fait un tempo bien tanky.
Ends.
Yeah.
But I think this really holds the team together, and it's also just insanely threatening under something like Tailwind 2 or just Raw. Like this is a very dangerous Pokemon. Rock is so good offensively. It's so good that they never give us good moves.
Yes.
Right? All your moves miss. That's how good. Until we got Ivy Culture / Mighty Cleave.
We get and Glimmora importantly gets Power Gem, which is really nice. So I don't have to risk running Meteor Beam missing. But yeah, no, I think Tailwind is a great call out because I really wanted a Pokemon that could work as a good Tailwind sweeper, and I felt like Power Herb, Meteor Beam, Glimmora really filled that role for me. So yeah, very excited to use Glimmora.
C'est
vrai que 130 d'attaque space.
Your partner with Mortal Spin because it's double, like it hits both your opponents, I think.
Oh, well, you can target them with Toxic.
You can toxic your partner. That's true. That's true.
Leftovers.
Well,
and then you get Gliscor.
Well, I think you can also, like, something cool is you can attack yourself to set up Toxic Debris, and this is kind of hard to do in VGC battles because, like, you don't want to build your team with that, like, combo in mind, but, like, maybe I have, like, a U-turn Pokemon, and in certain matchups, I'm like, oh, they don't have a poison type. I'll just, like, you know, lead Arcanine plus U-turn, switch Arcanine to Glimmora, side U-turn, get Arcanine back in. Now I've got Toxic Spikes and 2, like, layers of Intimidate down already. Kind of scary.
Yeah, and while you can't mortal spin a steel type, you can toxic them.
That's right, if you have corrosion, which is pretty crazy. Corrosion. So yeah, I'm excited to use Glamora. And next up we have Mount again, who's gonna grab Torkoal. So we have
Charter.
Very clear. And I think this makes a lot of sense as a second pick because
Charter, c'est le seul Pokémon qui est aussi lent que Randoudou.
There's no other slow weather center except for Tyranitar,
et qui est fort.
Who's a Trick Room sweeper as well. So I think it makes a ton of sense to kind of telegraph early. Hey, I got dibs on Sun. Back off, and also I got like one of the scariest Trick Room attackers even apart from Sun.
Yep. Eruption is very next to Ursaluna. I also want to note that the big thing about Torkoal is too, like Ursaluna's speed tier is kind of there's a lot of Pokemon in that speed tier.
Yeah.
Right? I would say Ursaluna, both Ursalunas, there's a lot of Pokemon in that speed tier. Torkoal is crept right under. So
Torkoal's one of the slowest Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. If I try to counter your Ursaluna with a slower Pokemon for Trick Room, you have Torkoal to be right. Hit me first. Or Specs, Terrafire, Eruption, Heat Wave, Solar Beam. Another mon that can kind of tech what it wants to do. For the most part, it's going to be doing the same thing, right? It's going to be clicking that. It can have Yawn if it really wants to. It doesn't have to go Specs. It can go the Charcoal sets as well. I'm a big fan of Torkoal. I think Sunroom is also a very common playstyle. So I love this. It's good anti-weather as well. Like this is like, I mean, rain checked.
Yeah.
Right? Torkoal's slow, so that's the big thing as well. Slower Pokemon.
Yeah. Also, Torkoal is actually surprisingly bulky. Like, the physical defense is quite good. And so you can see, like, Assault Vest Torkoal with, like, Lava Plume or Burning
Gel. T'as pas assez d'HP, genre, il a pas beaucoup d'HP. Mais il est bon en défense.
Like, it's a more versatile Pokemon than just me get Trick Room up, me click Eruption, but that's also so scary to deal with.
T'es pas roche?
Yeah, maybe we might see some Shell Smash Eject Pack Copycat sets into the Copycat Mon coming in and getting the Shell Smash.
Who knows?
I've tried to do that.
That's really sick.
I many a time.
I felt like I had to like game really for it to even understand what you were talking about. But yes, that could happen.
Okay.
Next up is it's Aaron Zhang's pick, and with his second pick overall, I hate this guy, Dondozo. We're like, hey guys, let's have fun. Let's play some Pokemon. Aaron's like, second pick, Dondozo. He took Dondozo. We're just trying to have fun. He took John Bozo. Joey, what are we gonna do with this guy?
Bro, okay, first off, so Aaron's rationale for picking this is makes sense. He said, I want no one else to use this versus me.
Very true.
100% valid. This Pokemon is so annoying, bro. I think it's going to be more annoying in draft as well.
Agreed.
Obviously, you can use the Unaware, Yawn, Fissure sets that people use. But if you pair with Tatsugiri, you get the Commander, plus the double your stats. Oblivious is cool too to ignore Water Veil is cool too to ignore Burn.
Oh yeah.
As well, like one way you can deal with this, like Incineroar might be able to Will-O-Wisp it if it really wants to, or Fire type. But no, Water Veil can do that too. It has great moves, right? You have your Spread Move and Earthquake. You have your Wave Crash, Liquidation, Waterfall. You have
35, c'est quand même low.
With Tatsugiri as well. So this gives him a lot of modes. It gives him good in the Trick Room. It gives him a balanced mode as well, right? It gives him a balance, like
super bulky water type.
And it's so frustrating to take down, man. Especially with Leftovers and Protect and everything. And you have one of the strongest special attackers right next to it as well.
Yeah,
like, there's just so much this Pokemon can do.
Yeah, like I think also like using Goldengo to clear out potential answers to Dondozo, like using Goldengo to clear out like I don't know like Haze Pokemon or Clear Smog Pokemon with like Specs Make It Rain, like and then going to Dondozo is really scary. I am curious to see, you know, like when you know that you're fighting Aaron, like if you have a Haze Pokemon, you probably should run Haze, right? So I'm really curious to see how Dondozo performs in Draft League because like it on the one hand it has so many more sets it can run, but on the other hand, if Aaron does draft,
moi, comme Dondozo,
you might have to be careful because everyone
je peux
will be ready
utiliser
for like that combo.
Randoudou Périssong. Si je fais Périssong et après je fais genre des abris, je fais des switches et tout ça, il est obligé de switch au bout du troisième tour. Du coup, ça le bloque un peu.
Exactly. So like, there's different ways to deal with both.
Yeah.
Donc c'est pas mal.
Tatsu and just Dozo. If he does end up get it, we will also say that if he does get Tatsu, we did make Tatsu pretty expensive.
It's like 16 points or something crazy.
Yeah. So like the combination is a third of your budget.
Yeah.
At this point, if you really want to get it.
But it also means no one else will snipe Tatsugiri because like no one's drafting Tatsugiri at that Dondozo.
Yeah, we're seeing all these expensive Pokemon. Can we go a little cheaper?
Yeah, Joey, why don't you take us next into our next pick with Poltergeist for 3 points. Our first Pokemon sub, what, 15 points in the draft?
Yep. This is the cheapest mon so far drafted. Now, you might be thinking, well, you got Archaludon, why don't you get Sinistcha? Look, if I get Archaludon, Sinistcha, and Pelipper, I've used 50 of my points.
Yep.
On 3 Pokemon. This is Pokemon I've had plenty of experience with. I actually sniped James as well.
He was going to take it?
Yes, because I used the Annihilate Poltergeist into him last season. He was like, this is definitely on my list.
Yeah.
But it's a cheap Pokemon. It's Eviolite, so it opens up items for other Pokemon as well. And obviously, the big thing is Hospitality. Bring it in, it's healing my Mon. So it's good, really good next to Archaludon. It gives me my Trick Room as well, and Rage Powder, which is big. I mean, look, I'm just stirring the pot.
Like, getting Rage Powder and Trick Room and Hospitality on a 3-point Pokemon that's actually quite bulky with Eviolite is ridiculous value. I saw this and I was like, oh, like he knows ball. Like I knew you knew ball, but I was like, oh, he really knows ball.
Knows ball.
And I think
that's too easy.
But also Joey, as he mentioned, he already kind of laid claim to the range strategy, and so it's going to be really dangerous for anyone to contest him. So I think it's really smart to get these cheap.
No, but they can though. They can.
Oh, they can.
I am playing a dangerous game.
Yeah.
Let's not say that because there was a particular person in the chat called, we're going to call him Oofy Lick, that was saying, I'm gonna grab Pelipper, I'm gonna grab Politoed.
Oh, I was kidding. I was just trolling. Oh yeah, I never intended to grab them.
You might have been, but the thing is, they both look good for your team at that point in the draft. So I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. Like you could take Pelipper Basculegion still, so it is a little risky, but I think it also makes sense to secure your like cheaper picks early, so that you know that you have the budget to afford the expensive mons later.
Yeah, I got this now because if I'm James and who gets 2 picks coming up, I would pick an expensive mon and Poltergeist personally. Again, Sinistcha was really something I thought about, but Sinistcha was like 18 points. And obviously Machagotch is broken, right? Hitting both targets while
but is it a 15 point? Is Poltergeist? This is what's interesting about draft. Is Sinistcha really worth 15 more points than Poltergeist? I don't think so. I agree. I think Poltergeist is worth it for 3 in a way that Sinistcha for 18 kind of isn't.
Yeah, exactly. And again, the Eviolite is the big one as well. I'm not sure like how my team is going to end up at this point, but I knew that I really wanted this mon because again, it did so well for me in the last season, and it's perfect for Archaludon, right?
Yeah.
Just coming in and just getting
Synergy's ridiculous.
As well as the risk. Yeah, I'm very happy about this. It's crazy because I will say after this round, this third round, everybody starts picking their cheap picks. I'm like, hey, calm down.
Yeah, you started a wave. It was like, oh wow, the cheap picks are going. I better go.
Calm down.
But before then, we have one final pick in round number 2, and that is James with a Alolan Ninetales. I mean, this is just a brutal combination. It might not at first glance make it like, it might not look that obvious, but not only does this give James access to Weather, which we've already seen 2 other Weather Pokemon go in Torkoal and Tyranitar, so he can fight them there, but Aurora Veil plus bulk up Alolan Ninetales and Icicle Spear to activate your own Alolan Ninetales as Rage Fist is really, 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 really scary. Not to mention Ninetales has moves like Icy Wind, like Encore, like Disable, and Ice is such a good offensive type, and Fairy, that it can even run Life Orb or Specs or Scarf. It's a super flexible Pokemon. It's really unique in what it does. It gives him claim over like a Weather Setter that kind of can't be replaced or replicated, and it synergizes so well with Annihilate.
Yep, I really think the big thing as well is like Ninetales typically is.
Mais du coup, il peut prendre genre. Est-ce qu'il va prendre d'autres types de glace pour justement jouer avec avec la neige et tout ça pour avoir un truc vraiment tanky, genre des types de glace vraiment tanky ou pas. Avec Aurora Veil aussi, c'est bien tanky.
I'm kind of excited for the what this Pokemon can do here.
Yeah.
The speed tier is beautiful.
Yeah, the speed is so good.
What, one of the third, maybe fastest Pokemon we've seen so far.
2 of them are on Uzi's team.
Yeah, exactly.
The fastest Pokemon outside of Uzi's team so far.
Exactly. So I feel like this is such a great pick, and it really gives a lot for the rest of the team, right? Because now you have the option of Slush Rush later. Weather Ball options too, and James, like he knew he was getting this, right? Because obviously it's him, so he knows he gets his next one, so it makes sense to pick this up. I think Veil was something crazy. I was kind of hoping to see something like Baxcalibur or anything coming forward, but beautiful pick, and gives him his Fairy type as well, which
that's right. Fairy and Ice are both really hard types to get because there just aren't that many good Pokemon with those typings in the format, and so to get them both on one Pokemon is a huge steal. So as we look at our draft recap, we can see that a lot of players are in the low 60s here, except for myself and Joey, and Necra's a bit richer as well. As we see the recap, Joey, anything stand out to you from these picks?
I mean, I won't talk about my pick too much, but I think that Shady grabbing Indeedee was perfect.
I agree.
Here. This is I think that
Indeedee,
there was too much of a threat of Mount.
En plus, Shady, il avait pris l'autre Salona, donc le Trick Room et tout.
Stuff too. So like that just set up his team for it. I think Dozo is probably the scariest mon we saw, and the best enabler is obviously Whimsicott.
I think Torkoal as well. Like being able to grab Torkoal and like the thing about Torkoal is that it enables chlorophyll, right? And I think Torkoal being like, okay, I've not only secured my Trick Room mode, but I've like low-key grabbed like any chlorophyll Pokemon I want to build out a fast mode as well. Exactly. I think it's a great kind of investment because there's tons of Lilycole
used all the time.
There's a ton of cheaper ones as well, so you can like kind of have it be Victory Coal, Eggy Coal. Like there's it's a good thing honestly that Shady took Indeedee female, because if Mount had gotten like Executor with Expanding Force and Torkoal and Indeedee female, we would have been in some real trouble.
There's another Indeedee still on the board, but it's a little harder to justify now that it doesn't have Follow Me.
Yeah, exactly.
At least at this point.
So yeah, moving on. Round 3, Joey, you ready to get going?
Yeah, Kilowattrel. I got sniped here.
Really? You wanted Kilo?
I did. I wanted it for the Electro Web. I think you used it, right? Recently.
Yeah, I used it on my slacking team.
I love how happy you
said it. I love that team. It's good.
That's good, man. I hope you got the 3rd badge with that. That's awesome, man. That's really great. Now, Kilowattrel was, I think, amazing, right? 3 great abilities.
3 really good abilities. 3 really flexible abilities.
Right?
Yeah.
You have the Competitive Punish, you have the Volt Absorb, and you have the Wind Power.
Wow, attends, mais c'est rapide de ouf, 125.
Yeah, exactly.
The Weather Ball is the big one, right?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Exactly. Weather Ball next to that. So you hit all the ground types, right?
And the grass types. I guess you're already hitting the grass types.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, but then you don't have to hit Hurricane.
Yeah.
You don't have to hit Hurricane.
Yeah.
Kilowattrel is the very infamous for being the GOAT of Wi-Fi draft.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's not that great in regular draft, but on Wi-Fi, this Pokemon always looks like a 20-pointer. It's insane how it is. Now, I don't know how it's going to do in VGC, but Kilowattrel is definitely scary. Great speed tier. He has all the speed tiers covered, right?
He's like so flexible, yeah.
It's amazing here, and I think it's going to be really
en plus, il a une bonne attaque SP,
pour anti-électrique quand même. Him getting a charge boost is really, really nice. I wish it did a little bit more than charge. I don't know. I wish.
Yeah, but it's already so good that I feel like maybe it's okay. But yeah, I think that Kilowattrel makes a ton of sense here. It's just a really flexible Pokemon because basically the faster a Pokemon is, the more flexibility you have with it. Because James isn't forced to run like a Choice Scarf if he wants to outspeed stuff. He can put like Specs in Kilowattrel, or he can use Focus Sash to give himself Tailwind, or like Covert Cloak and Bulky, or he can do something like Discharge.
C'est vrai qu'il a Tailwind aussi.
Like Volt Twist. He can use
pour être encore plus
it's strong enough that if you want to give it investment like Life Orb or Specs, it'll do a lot of damage. Maybe he wants to run like, I don't know, Terra like Water Annihilate inside Volt Switch with Weakness Policy, and then just Drain Punch the health back up. Like he can do that, right? And so I think the faster a Pokemon is, the more threatening it becomes in draft, which is part of the reason why we're seeing people prioritize these super fast Pokemon. Also, Kilowattrel I think is the fastest Tailwind setter, which means not only are you benefiting yourself here, but you also are kind of benefiting your whole team, because if I like, you know, in traditional VGC, maybe you're worried about like Whimsicott or Murkrow, but only one player can get those Pokemon, right? So if my Tailwind setter is slower than Kilowattrel, all of a sudden that means that I have to worry about Annihilate or Ninetales or any other threatening picks immediately.
Yeah, exactly. Other support moves it also gets that I think are really, really good are Eerie Impulse, right? Lowering the attack, a fast Eerie Impulse mon. But it can also Feather Dance if it really wants to. Just things to lower. And you talked about, you know, side Volt switching. I think a safer one would be side U-turn, because then it's weaker coming off the weaker one as well. So like, I don't know how much that Volt switch is going to do to probably take like 40 upon switching, but but I think it's really, really strong. And I know you have a lot of experience with this mon, and it got me really excited to see like him pick it up. Obviously, I wanted this mon itself, but I think it's so good.
En plus, c'est James Spectre. James Spectre, c'est le monstre.
In VGC, like, you do from like the prankster mons before they all got nerfed. But yeah, a lot of that. I think Scary Face as well, being the alternative to Electro Web if you want the 100% accurate, but obviously only hitting, you know, what is it, 1 versus 2? Scary Face is both for 1.
Scary Face is 1, but it's -2. So normally you're gonna run Tailwind, but yeah, like you can still use it on certain Pokemon.
Exactly, just for options like that, anti-options. I like Kilowattrel a lot.
And 11 points is very affordable, I mean, compared to a lot of other Pokemon. Like, 11 points seems totally reasonable.
Exactly, I think he's getting a lot of value picks.
Yeah.
I think my, speaking of value picks.
Yeah, speaking of, another 11-pointer. You're up.
I got Fake Whimsicott.
Fake Whimsicott, Meowstic Male. This one is scary.
Dude, it is. So it gets up screens, it can fake out, which is obviously amazing. Quick Guard, Trick Room. It's Whimsicott with pranks. It's the Whimsicott with fake out, right?
Yeah, Whimsicott with fake out, no Tailwind, but you get like Thunder Wave, like it's so flexible. Dual screens. Yep. Yawn. Yeah.
That's basically the big thing. Fake tears, obviously.
Fake tears, hand.
Your classic planks.
Et celui-là, on le voit pas souvent, Meowstic.
No follow me, no anything like that. But
je me souvenais même plus qu'il existait.
Again, I was trying to find a lot of value because I knew that later, if I wanted Pelipper or Polito, Pelipper 17, Polito 16, I knew I'd be spending a lot of points later. So I'm trying to get something of value right now. I think that we saw Viz as well in a SPL. He's right here in my chat, but in a VGC draft league previously put in a lot of work with this Pokemon too. And I'm excited. I'm excited to use this Mon. I don't know what my expectations are because I'm obviously not using like side terrain or anything like that. So, but I think the screens next to our challenge just sound broken, which is kind of what I wanted.
I think another big thing that we have to talk about with Meowstic is a prankster manual rain user, because like people might be ready to like use manual sun or like whatever to try and shut down like you know, they're like, oh, I'll like use, you know, manual sun to stop like Basket Legion from running over my team. But being able to reset that without even needing Pelipper, I think is a big deal. And being able to like lead Meowstic Basket Legion and do like or you know, like any Swift Swimmer, it doesn't need to be Basket Legion, right? Meowstic Swift Swimmer, and you can go like
fake out
attack, fake out setup move, like sub Kingdra, or
mais
like,
ouais, celui-là je m'attendais pas, vraiment pas.
Just like rain dancing,
Je m'en souvenais même plus qu'il existait.
Like, you know, try and switch in Torkoal or Tyranitar or Ninetales to try and like slow down your weather. Like you don't like rain dance will always go after any switches, and so I think that's a big deal as well. Just giving you that option and making it way harder to counter any rain. Yeah.
Very good point. Very good point. That I might end up using at some point this season.
Yep.
But I believe we have Aaron next, so he just picked up Dondozo.
Pommet.
And that's the Mon you usually get after Dondozo. Pommet is the
It's so mean. It is so mean because, for anyone unaware, the reason why Pommet has such good synergy with Dondozo specifically is because of its signature, well, not signature, but almost signature move, Revival Blessing. So imagine, let me pick
c'est
you're
quand
playing
le mec
against
meurt et il
Aaron
revive.
draft league. You're like, oh my god, I don't have anything to get rid of Dondozo. Finally, Dondozo's taken 2 KOs, but you finally deal with it. You're like, I can win. He only has Tatsugiri left now, and whatever his last Pokemon is. He goes into Pommet. He clicks Revival Blessing and Protect on Tatsugiri. Dondozo comes back with half HP. He switches Dondozo back onto the field, and now you have to deal with the stupid fish round 2.
Disgusting Mon. Also a lot better in draft, right? Because it can make use of that 115 attack.
Yep.
You're not
and the 105 speed.
Obviously you have your Nuzzle plus Encore, right? You have your support sets. You have your
fake out,
Blessing, which is disgusting.
Yeah.
Fake out.
Close combat.
Close combat. Ice Punch. Seed Bomb.
Might get Mach Punch too.
So much.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does. There's a lot of fun stuff this Pokemon can do for Aaron's team. And
ouais, c'est vrai qu'il a
son
truc.
So the thought of them coming back is
Specs Goldango, make it rain, and you finally deal with it. Revival Blessing, make it rain, make it rain.
I think grabbing an Electric type. I think everybody's gonna be almost grabbing Electric type, right? Because the Electro Rev threat. I don't know if this one learns. I assume it does because it's the Pikachu form.
Probably.
It's the funniest Pikachu form.
I like this one.
It's so big comparatively, but yeah, I know it's. I think that's the big thing. It's just a great enabler for his team, and didn't expect this honestly from Aaron this round. I thought we might see. I don't know, some equivalent to Wochen.
Yeah, I think he's going. Maybe he wants more offense this time around. I think the last thing I'll say about Pommet is that like Pokemon with 3 abilities that are all usable, I think are really dangerous in draft because like if Aaron's playing against somebody with a strong electric type like James, maybe he wants to run Volt Absorb, right? But if he plays against somebody without an electric type, then he can think about like Natural Cure or Iron Fist. So just like having that flexibility and making sure that your ability should always be doing something or always do something based specifically on your opponent's team, I think is really buffed Pokemon in draft.
Yeah, I think Pommet's going to do really well. Just it's
Pommet. Là, ça commence à être, on commence à avoir des Pokémon un peu différents, quoi. Des Pokémon qu'on voit pas souvent.
Pressure on the physical side, but Dozo kind of needs help to do that. Whereas this is an immediate 115 attack. Can just get off something that threatens. I'm gonna keep using Incineroar as a baseline, but something that threatens Incineroar.
Yep, exactly.
With that.
Cool. Next pick is from Mount.
Oh, dude, this is nasty.
This was a surprising one for me.
Wow,
that is
Oranguru, je
one
kiffe.
I'm excited to see. Oranguru. Joey, why don't you tell everybody about why Oranguru's been picked here?
Because it gives him Trick Room, it gives him Instruct. So what he can do basically is click Eruption, and then Oranguru will instruct him to click Eruption again, and Torque will be like, okay, I'm going to break the game, and instead of using 1 move this turn, I'm going to use 2 and go for it again. It also has Inner Focus, so you can't flinch it. It has Telepathy, so if he gets a spread move like Earth, well, it's Blood Moon, so let's take a different Pokemon.
Like Discharge or like Surf or
Discharge, exactly.
Yeah, like
it ignores that.
Sludge Wave.
And it's just so annoying, dude. It's such an annoying Mon for his team. It's also has like really good support moves.
Ah, Oranguru, j'aime bien. J'aime bien Oranguru, c'est marrant.
In general, too.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, you're not going to see it too much, but it has nasty plot.
I think he gets disabled like it's Encore, at least one of those I've played against before.
And well, so it's actually threatening.
Yeah.
At both Pokemon too. Double Hyper Voice. You go for it if you don't want to it's better probably to instruct the Blood Moon.
Also, we should explain Instruct because, like, Instruct hasn't been used in a while, or Unguru hasn't been used in a while, like, typically, but the way that Instruct works is you hit your own Pokemon with it, and then whatever move that Pokemon just used, they get to use again in the same turn. So, basically, Torkoal uses Eruption, Oranguru uses Instruct, second Eruption. It's like the scene in Naruto where Madara drops 2 meteors down, that's Oranguru with Instruct, and crucially, Blood Moon can be used twice in a row if you instruct it. Blood Moon, typically the downside is you can't use it twice in a row, but the technical restriction is you can't click it twice in a row. But if Oranguru clicks it for you, you get to use it. So you can Blood Moon take a KO, instruct Blood Moon take the second KO in the same turn. So this is very scary.
Yeah, and the only other move that can do that.
Là, on commence à avoir des Pokémon sympas. Là, on commence à avoir des Pokémon sympas.
This is such a nasty one as well for his team. Again, we kind of talked about how like he didn't get the other Psychic normal for his squad. I think this is a really good one, just because it gives him a lot of value. Not being able to be flinched kind of does the same thing as Psychic Terrain in a sense, but obviously it doesn't have Follow Me. But the Instruct is going to be so
very bulky too, very hard to get rid of.
You can't stop it without. It can just run a Mental Herb as well.
Yep,
right?
Inner Focus Mental Herb, no Fake Out, no Taunt. Yep.
Exactly. So beautiful pick for him. But speaking of beautiful picks,
it's my turn. Here we go, the big money spender.
That's it.
Trevenant. Okay, I gotta explain this one. Here's the thing. Trevenant, I looked through the draft board and I was like, Trevenant for 3? You're telling me Trevenant is only 3 points? I was like, no. This Pokemon is like an 8 or a 9 pointer for sure. 3 points is a steal. So the thing
the 8 or 9.
So the thing is that Trevenant is a bulky Trick Room setter with Grass and Ghost typing and a ridiculous move pool. Its stats very good. The bulk is respectable. It's not incredible, but it's good. The attack is also pretty good for a supporting Pokemon. But what makes Trevenant so threatening is its access to the ability Harvest. Harvest being an ability that is able to recycle berries after they're consumed. So you drop Trevenant to 50% HP, eat the citrus berry, harvest every single turn for the rest of the battle will have a 50% chance of recovering that citrus berry. And in the sun, it's 100%. So I can do like Sunny Day Arcanine with like Morning Sun to increase the healing there, and then Harvest will always activate. And so if you can't clear Trevenant quickly, it'll just heal itself forever. But beyond that, it has a ridiculously deep move pool, including a signature move called Trick or Treat, which adds grass typing to whatever it hits. So you can do this to like make your opponent weak to Sludge Bomb from Glimmora if I want to do like Trick Room Glimmora or Fast Trevenant. But you can also use it on your partner to give them grass type. So all of a sudden your opponent has, I don't know, a Moongus. Now your partner's immune.
It's Forest Curse. Oh,
sorry, Forest Curse. I got them confused. Sorry. Forest Curse. Thank you.
Non mais les échos, non mais faut savoir ça.
So like your partner Pokemon, and all of a sudden they're immune to Rage Powder, they're immune to Spore, and so it also gets like really weird tech moves. Like it gets Ally Switch, it gets Knock Off, it gets Haze, it gets.
You have your Wisp, obviously.
Will-O-Wisp, of course. Yeah, like Curse, Pain Split.
Damn.
Like, Curse in particular, I think is interesting on Trevenant because you have unlimited healing. So if you want to like Curse and do like you give up half your health, eat your citrus berry, but now like you can just heal forever. So if you can't get rid of it quickly, I think it's a really dangerous Pokemon.
No, I agree. Also 110 attack, bro, with 110 attack and Woodhammer
and Hornleash as well. So you can even like heal up even more.
Yeah. No, this is a great value pick, dude. I really think it did a lot, and like I think you're spending your points really well to potentially spend big later if you decide to.
Exactly.
And it's also a great content Pokemon in my opinion too, because like when the heck do you ever get to use Trevenant in VGC?
Yeah, well like, the thing is, I wasn't planning on picking it third, but the thing is, I was like, okay, well I'll take Trevenant for 3, but like that's what I want. But I was like, okay, if somebody else takes Trevenant, I'll just take Poltergeist. It's the same typing and it's also 3 points. So when you took Poltergeist, I was like, I cannot let in order to make the rest of my draft work, I want so many expensive Pokemon. I have to get some really cheap Pokemon to make it work. And so when Poltergeist went, I was like, I can't risk Trevenant any longer. Like I have to take it now.
No, I think it makes sense. I think you should always grab Pokemon that you really want to use and you feel like are irreplaceable, right?
Yeah.
And like Poltergeist was for me, at least in the first iteration of this draft, Poltergeist was for me irreplaceable, and I needed it. No matter what. And the threat of James getting it, if someone else gets it behind, I mean, Shady has Trick Room and he's right after you, right? He could technically get the tree if he really wants to, if he's thinking the same as you. So I like this a lot.
Cool.
C'est beau.
I think it's a great value pick as well, and I'm excited, dude. This mon is so annoying.
It's really dangerous. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Rambats is so crazy too. I hate fighting
I really like Trevenant.
Did we talk about Frisk? Did you talk about Frisk?
No, we should talk about Frisk. Actually, let's put a pin in that. I think we'll talk about Frisk in a little bit because I have a feeling it'll be more relevant in a second. So, moving on to the next pick is Rosemary with Clefable. I love this pick. I think 14 points for a Follow Me Fairy type user with actually good special attack, great coverage, and good supporting moves is ridiculous. I mean, Clefable's a Pokemon very popular at some points in single battle. So, Joey, why don't you tell us about Clefable?
Okay, so like typically in VGC you'll see Clefairy, right? Because the EV Light plus Friend Guard. But Clefable, in my opinion, is better in draft because as you mentioned it, right? So it's Clefable, it's Clefairy with Follow Me, but you actually make use of your Magic Guard and Unaware, so you can be an offensive threat as well. So Clef can just take it. So it will make your opponents attack it, but like you can use. I've seen things like Meteor Beam Power Herb to deal with fire types as a thing that people might not expect. I've seen obviously you have your Ice Beam or your Flamethrower has perfect coverage, and it's just I think in draft it's a better pick than like.
I agree. And it was cheaper than Clefairy too. Importantly.
Yeah, by like a point, right?
Yeah.
It's like a point cheaper than Clefairy. You give up on the Friend Guard, which your friends take less damage, but you trade it for Magic Guard and Unaware.
Unaware's a big deal.
And you're not locked into Eviolite. That's the big one. You're not locked into Eviolite.
You can run Life Orb. You can run Life Orb Magic Guard.
Yeah, Life Orb Magic Guard is insanely strong.
Yeah.
And it just has, I mean, it was a normal type before it became a fairy, so you know its move pool is broken.
Yeah.
It was a Gen 1 normal type, right? It has everything. It has everything.
And I think also Unaware in particular is very good in draft because sometimes people will just run like random setup threats and being able to Unaware basically saying, hey, I don't care about any of your stat boosts and I have Follow Me to protect my partners from your stat boost means that like you can always have a backup plan in case your opponent has some kind of niche setup option.
It also takes the fighting move for Tyranitar.
That's like, true, and the dragon moves for Garchomp, exactly.
Beautiful synergy. I like the way that
Necro's draft is incredible. Next, go ahead.
It's a good speed tier. I'm just saying, it's a good speed tier as well. Like,
yeah,
it's
very
like
flexible.
Between T-Tar and stuff, I like them as well. 60, I think, is really good, especially for like Tailwind and stuff like that too.
And you don't want to be too fast because then Trick Room, like anyone, like so many Pokemon learn Trick Room. So if you only load up on fast Pokemon, you have to really watch out for that.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay, next up we have Shady
pick
with Hisui and Braviary. So here's what I'll say about you. This is your favorite pick. So here's what I'll say about Hisui and Braviary. Shady took this and I was like, I forgot that this Pokemon existed. And then I started looking at it and I was like, wait a second. It gets Expanding Force with Tinted Lens, okay?
Yes.
And for anyone unaware, Tinted Lens means not very effective moves become neutral. So if you use Expanding Force, you hit Goldango, instead of doing half damage, you're doing neutral. And of course, you need to be grounded for this to work, so you need to use like Terra Psychic
Terra Psychic
is the big one. So not only does Terra Psychic give you a damage boost, it also puts you on the ground because it removes your flying typing, which then also, because you're on the ground, gives you access to the Psychic terrain. And so, you like Psychic terrain, Life Orb Expanding Force, or Specs Expanding Force, especially don't even get me started on Helping Hand, like will basically KO any Pokemon that's not a Dark type. Even like certain Assault Vest Pokemon will go down.
And
c'est fort de ouf.
The Assault Vest Pokemon.
Exactly, because they can't protect the Trick Room. Yeah. And gives you access to Tailwind, by the way, and it's a flying type Tailwind setter, so you can do, Braviary to set up for Tailwind Ursaluna, and then bring in Indeedee when they're trying to deal with the Ursaluna, and just Expanding Force and Trick Room. So I think this is a terrifying pick, and I think it makes like I didn't get it at first, and the more I learned about them the more I was like, oh, like that is not good for me.
Yeah. I think Tinted Lens is amazing. I think you can also get away with Life Orb, Sheer Force, Heat Waves, and Hurricanes and Psychics as well, which are all boosted too. Obviously, you have to kind of rely on Hurricane, but Tinted Lens is just.
Ils prennent des Pokémon
Bon,
ils expliquent pourquoi il est fort, mais t'y penserais jamais. T'y penserais jamais, et eux ils se disent, je vois ça, ça va bien avec ça va bien avec ça. Genre c'est impressionnant. Très
I'm excited because this is something that's always been scary to me in draft, but nobody ever uses it crazily. Like it has Calm Mind, right? It has Esper Wing, its signature move, which raises speed while attacking. So that there's a lot you can do. I will also say that it can just put in some like its bulk is 110 HP is nice.
It's not bad. It is not frail at all.
Yeah. Also, I want to know it has close combat. So if you're fighting Tyranitar, it can Life Orb close combat. And it's faster than.
Yeah, this is a great pick, and I think this is something that's so cool about draft is Pokemon that you would never think about.
Il a close combat comme un
top threat, right? Like no one's thinking about Braviary in the current format, but here it's like, wait a second, that could be like one of his most impactful. I wouldn't be surprised that like if like Hisui and Braviary was like a scarier pick for certain teams than Ursaluna. You know what I mean? Like, because that's just the nature of draft.
Being able to damage both, I think, is just the big one. As well. Like, also, can we talk about like, can we talk about how like he has a strong Earthquake next to it as well? Like that's the big one too. If you're not using Expanding Force, you can just click Earthquake. Braviary naturally is immune to it, and then Braviary can pick off the mon that ends up eating it. So like that's a beautiful combo.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, beautiful combo.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, last in the round, Gliscor.
Gliscor.
Actually, I'm a little surprised to see this because he already has a Tailwind setter. Maybe Joey, I mean, Gliscor's a great mono singles. Maybe you can tell us a little about this guy.
Can I tell you why he picked this?
Yeah.
I was in call with them, and it was Uzi, Thoth, Princess Autumn, I think CV Marcus, and myself. I get in call. They're talking about ground types they want to pick up. And for like 10 minutes, I'm just saying score, 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 score. So this might not be the most intelligent pick, but it has the most friendship. The thing that I like about this is draft versus VGC. So the thing that Gliscor can actually do is subtoxic, something that in Generation 5, baby.
Yeah.
Did you use Gliscor on one of your teams and tried to do that?
Yeah.
It's 4 points. Look, look, it doesn't need an item. Because you have Toxic Orb, right? Nobody else is running Toxic Orb in the entire world.
Yeah.
You have Hypercutter as well for Intimidate. I was literally telling Uzi, bro, just run it like OU and just set up hazards, spikes, stealth rock, toxic spikes, and just toxic, and then just use it. But also bulldoze, obviously, scary face, options like that.
You get Tailwind as well. Maybe you don't want to run Whimsicott 1 week. And also Hypercutter Swords Dance is like not the worst thing. Even +2 Gliscor doesn't do that much damage, but at +2 it will actually feel like a real threat.
What?
So
ok, donc là c'est pas un pick.
Sure, if this was the best choice that we made, but I couldn't stop myself from saying score, score, score.
Yeah.
Also, it's a poison. It's a poison, like switching for like if Sneasler gets counter it. Unless it's
true, yeah.
Ice or, no, it'll just take a lot of the. His team's pretty ice weak right now, so obviously his team's gonna keep going and going from there. But I think Gliscor was fine because. I definitely influenced this. I'm sorry. I just remember us.
Maybe changes it in like Grace or free agency or something.
Exactly. He does get his next pick real soon.
Yeah, true. So let's do a round recap then. Yeah.
Some awesome value picks this round.
Agreed.
I love Trev.
Yeah.
I love Bravier.
Bravier has got, I think, my standout this round.
My favorites. Yeah. Dude,
I also really like Meowstick. And I mean, honestly, all the picks are good. This is
Damn.
Except for Gliscor.
Genre là, il n'y a pas beaucoup de Pokémon que tu vois normalement en VGC. Même personne. Si, peut-être Mélodelph, quelquefois. Oranguru, on l'a déjà vu. Pomot aussi. Mais le reste, tous, on les voit pas souvent. Donc c'est sympa.
I'm using the OU set of Superfang, Brave Bird, Toxic, and Roost, and it's been putting in work for me.
I like Golbat. I wish Crobat was in the game. I've tried to use it a couple times.
I do too. Oh my god. I miss Crobat so much, and still benefit from Terra as well. But yeah, I think Shady's Hisuian Braviary, and I really like your Trevnoon pick.
Thank you.
Pick a lot. I think it's so nasty, especially with Toxic Debris plus Harvest. I think there's a lot.
And Arcanine Snarl and Intimidate. Yeah, like I have kind of a bulky core if I want to lean into it. I think one thing we have to talk about at this point, by the way, is the points. Like, because you can see that we're starting to have a gap here. Like, lots of people are around 50. Yeah, like Aaron and James and Rosemary are all at 52. Mount is actually sub 50. So in 3 picks, he has spent over 50% of his point total. So he's got to start thinking about budget picks soon. Whereas you and I are at 66, so we've only used a third of our picks, a third of our points total. So that's going to have big implications for the rest of the draft. Yeah, we have, like a lot of the budget mons here. And also, like, the thing is that budget is kind of a spectrum, right? Because, like, Shady took, he took Hisuian Braviary, which isn't as cheap as, like, Trevenant, but it's still very good value for what it provides. I think it was, I'm going to go back and check. It's, like, 8 points, right? Gliscor 4 points. And so, yeah, just, I think it's really interesting to kind of see how the point dynamics influence people's picks.
Yeah, I really, like I said, I really think that the last round and this round a lot, people just started to get their lower picks because they were like, oh man, if other people are getting them, they don't want to see. Like you picked up Trevenant specifically, you really wanted it.
I knew I wanted Tree. Yeah.
He's like, I can't do it without this Pokemon, right? Poltergeist is already gone, so I feel like a lot of people are doing just that. Whereas you have the opposite side, Mount is just like value, strong.
Get the big dogs, fill in the rest, right?
Exactly. Cybertron has been doing that too. I think James has been doing some value picks too. He just picked 2 really strong starters, which made him go a little bit in the next one. But you want to get into round 4?
Let's do it. So for round 4, we're starting out with Uzi, and he takes Araquanid. I love this pick.
Ça, c'est pas mal.
This Pokemon, incredible Pokemon. Wide Guard, Water Bubble is broken. Sticky Web is like actually usable in draft in certain matchups, and it's good inside Trick Room. And it resists Ice, which is a big deal for his team.
Yeah, very big deal. Like I think the big one is the Trick Room, right? His team's really fast at this point, very fast. So Araquanid kind of covers that. Oh, you want to set up Trick Room? Like I said, 50 base speed is a very common number when it comes to Trick Room itself. So having a 42 base speed Pokemon to be slower is really cool. You can also get away with special on this Pokemon.
Yeah, you can run
more than you could physical. There
was a strat back in the day that had like Rain, and it was like Gen 7 team, and it was like a Rain plus Oranguru, and the goal was to get Araquanid inside of Trick Room and to click Choice Spec Surf next to Oranguru, and you would surf like in the rain and then surf again, and with Instruct it would just kill everything.
Oh god, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, next to like the because it can't be hit, right? Because of its ability.
Exactly, because of telepathy Oranguru, yeah, and you would just spam surf.
So cool.
Yeah.
Did you know that I almost brought this to? I almost used this in Milwaukee. It was on the first version of the team.
I like Raquinid. Yeah, Wide Guard is so good. Yeah, incredible into Ice Rider. Yeah, I like this model a lot. I think it's a really good pick.
Attends, il a Wide Guard.
It was also because I wanted to use Entrainment on Urshifu and give it Water Bubble.
Oh, that's mean. That's real mean. Double damage on the water, on the critting water move. Yeah, no thanks.
That's why I really want to do it. I stopped because I was like, well, I'm not bringing a Raquinid to any game. It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
This Kyogre keeps thundering me.
Yeah. That's so funny.
But it has I think this is a perfect pick for Uzi, right? Like I think this is the Pokemon he wants here. And I think he's just going to have to pick up some... Because Whimsicott can Trick Room, but I think he wants to pick up something that can really...
punish opponents for Trick Rooming, yeah. Whimsicott can also Rain Dance, so you can, like, punish, you know, somebody, like you know, maybe Mount goes for Trick Room plus Torkoal, and all of a sudden Rain Dance plus, you know, Araquanid is a pretty good counter, so just, like, things to keep in mind. I think it gets Rain Dance, I actually don't know that for sure.
I'm gonna believe it does.
I'm gonna believe it does. It should. It's a little... It's a grass type.
If it's a grass type,
it looks like a good dance. Agreed. Cool. Yeah. Okay, next up we have Shady, who takes Scrafty. I mean, a great pick here. Intimidate plus Fake Out.
Super good mod.
Yeah, a couple good abilities here. Really like wide, like stats. Like very bulky, like decently strong. Knockoff is good. Super Fang is good. Close combat is good. Ice Punch, Gun Shot, great move. Pool and yeah, just really good at setting up Trick Room here with its support from Intimidate and Fake Out.
Yeah, I also think like because it has Follow Me next to it as well. Like typically you see Scrafty, like you said, is that Fake Out, knock off, Drain Punch, maybe Dragon Tail to stop Trick Room from being rewinded, because you're probably gonna have Trick Room up for the most part here. So you know, for those that don't know, Trick Room -7, Dragon Tail can go before, and you can force them out so that way they don't hit, they don't get up to Trick Room. But I think that you might even see something fun like Swords Dance or Dragon Dance.
Yeah.
Follow Me, right? Like this Pokemon it's Mr. Potential.
Yeah.
It's such a... How do you have both? How do you have Swords Dance? And this is more from a singles and rant. But how do you have Swords Dance, Dragon Dance, and Bulk Up, and you're not good in singles? Like this again. This is
the fairy typing hurts.
Really upsets me.
But you know, here it can Terra, and also one thing like Intimidate, great. Like generally, Moxie is good for a setup like Dragon Dance angle, because every time you get a KO, you get stronger. But I've seen Bulk Up and then Rest with Shed Skin sets to just shake off the sleep. You heal back to full, and then. That was the single set back in the day. Yeah, Gen 5, that's right.
Bro, I love that. What was your team, bro? It was Gliscor, Registeel,
Magmar, Hippowdon, Latios, Rotom Wash. Not good. Not good at all.
You brought OU. The fact that you brought OU plus Magmar.
I think I had 12 EVs total and combined attack and special attack across the team. Very bad. I went 3-3, which isn't that bad, but no, it was pretty rough.
Hey, everybody was like, you completely, but that was back in the day, bro.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though. But I like this as well. It's a good value pick. We've seen a few of them. We've seen Scraggy as well starting to run around as well too. So, but
you sound like a robot for me right now. Let me see if I can fix it.
Am I better now?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, cool. Must have been. All right, cool. Must have been the wind.
My bad.
All good. Okay, cool. Next up, we have Rosemary with Fletchender.
Value.
So, yeah, value pick. Prankster, or priority Tailwind with a flying typing to support Garchomp. I think this is an excellent cheap pick here from Fletchender, who actually is a fire and flying type, not a normal and flying type like its baby form Fletchling.
Like Fletchling, yes. But Fletchling is really cool as well. We see another Eviolite or Focus Sash. Most likely, if it's like, we might see it be Terra Ghost. I think this is going to do kind of similar to what it would do if it was Talonflame.
Yeah.
Right? It's just going to Tailwind the whole time. Will-O-Wisp.
Taunt.
Maybe
Quick Guard, maybe.
Taunt. Yeah, Quick Guard. Brave Bird if it really wants to. The big thing is you're going to get that auto Tailwind off. That's it. Unless you get Faked Out, which is why they Terra Ghost. And when you get Tailwind next to Garchomp, next to Tyranitar, Pokemon that have strong spread moves like Rock Slide, like Earthquake, and especially Earthquake next to Fletchender, we can talk about how nice that is, right? Because it's obviously immune to it as well. It's 3 points. It's a 3-point value pick.
Oh, hold on, Joey. I'm getting audio getting issues. Hang on one sec. Let me refresh and listen to the stream and see what's happening.
Is it me who's doing this?
No, I think it's me.
Rock Slide, like Earth. Let Woofy know his stream is dying. Especially Earthquake next to Fletchender. We can talk about how nice that is, right? Because it's obviously
Hang on.
It's 3 points. It's a 3-point.
Oh, it sounds good to me. Okay. I'm getting
Oh, you just have if your stream's dying, you just have to refresh. That's sometimes just YouTube. Because I haven't dropped any frames.
Okay, cool. Okay, sorry, yeah. So it sounds like it was all good.
Okay. Are we good?
Yeah, sorry, good to continue. Yeah. Basically everything Joey was saying there. Is that like super flexible one. Honestly, the stats aren't even that bad. They're probably not even that much worse than Talonflames, to be honest.
Dude, James had this Pokemon in the last VGC season, and he went stupid with it, bro.
Really?
Yeah, like he did so much. It also had like dual wing beat, for like Sash Sneasler and stuff like that.
Oh, that's
so, like there's a lot of cool options that this Pokemon can do. He did Defog, so he tried to get, it didn't work, but he tried to get Contrary and Amorous to get an evasion boost.
Oh, that's
as well.
sick.
But it was just like some fun stuff. I think this Pokemon can definitely do a lot more than just Tailwind, and Draft is where it's really gonna shine. And for the value, I think she got so much out of this.
Yeah, I think this is,
pas mal,
I mean,
c'est pas mal,
for
c'est
3
pas mal.
points, this is just incredible. Like a priority Tailwind set over 3
De toute
points.
façon, maintenant,
is
faut
just
prendre des
giga
petits.
value, I
Faut
think.
prendre des Pokémon pas
David
beaucoup de
says
points.
if she drafts Aegislash, this is a Gen 6 team.
That's so good.
Next pick.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, it was me. I forgot. Okay.
Noivern.
Me too. I thought it was Shady.
Yeah, me too. I got confused. Okay, Noivern. So this is gonna be a weird one probably for a lot of people because Noivern, not a very popular Pokemon at all. But I feel really, really good about Noivern personally. I really wanted a Tailwind setter, and I wanted a Tailwind setter that was like reasonably priced. And Noivern, probably the second fastest Tailwind setter behind Kilowattrel here. So I was really happy with that. However, Frisk is a big deal, and for Trevenant also gets Frisk, but Noivern is a great Frisk user. Because remember, we're playing closed team sheet, and closed team sheet, we don't have access to about our opponent's moves, their abilities, their EV spreads. All we have is the Terra type. But with Frisk, I also get access to whatever Pokemon to send out against. There are 2 items. Frisk activates against both of your opponent's Pokemon, not just the one that you're across from. And so being able to get that information immediately, and have a Pokemon that's so fast like Noivern, who also, by the way, not only has Tailwind but has good supporting moves like Breaking Swipe, like Sunny Day, like Super Fang. Yeah, and because it's so fast, you can run it as a Specs or a Scarf attacker as well, like Scarf to outspeed opposing Pokemon in Tailwind, Specs just to get damage. You can do Terra Normal, Boom Burst.
Telepathy next to what, Sludge Wave or something?
Sludge Wave plus Telepathy is actually pretty interesting, right? Infiltrator to get around screens or substitute. So, yeah, I really wanted Noivern. I thought for an 11-point Pokemon, I thought this was very, very like reasonable and.
Putain, c'est des Pokémon qu'on voit pas, les gars. Ça va être beau, ça va être beau, ça va être beau.
And Frisk, I just felt like was really going to help me throughout the league.
For your return to draft, this feels like a really woofy coded draft. Like you're just missing your Dracovish equivalent, right?
I don't know my water type yet. I have fire and grass.
And that's why it could be Pelipper.
Could be Pelipper.
No, I was actually thinking that Noivern is amazing for your team. It's actually like the 85, 80 might not feel bulky, but in draft it's definitely bulky. We talked about with Dragapult how it's faster than a lot of Pokemon naturally, so it can afford to use HP. Noivern is going to be a mon that's probably almost exclusively using HP EVs, but obviously he could switch it up and use Boom Burst next to Trevenant or something like that too, a Terra Normal if you really want to try something fun. And there's just a lot of cool options here. I love Noivern. I've used it in draft. Very fun Pokemon. And I think it's going to be great support for your team. I think you needed the speed tier as well. And the Tailwind option is just beautiful.
I felt like the Tailwind was like, my entire team, my entire plan was to get both Tailwind and Trick Room on the team, and so I wanted to prioritize Noivern early. And this is the last Pokemon that got drafted where I was like, okay, at this point, everything else I want has a substitute. So I felt pretty good about that.
Oh, you got your 4 that you need then.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you want to do then.
Exactly.
Okay.
So at this point, I was like feeling pretty good about going forward. Speaking of going forward, next pick is Illumise for 14 points. Joey, can you tell us why this Pokemon is 14 points?
It is budget Whimsicott. It is Prankster with Tailwind. You got your Struggle Bug, and it's can set up the sun or the rain if you really wanted to. And that's kind of like the big thing when it comes to it's literally Whimsicott.
14 points, c'est cher.
Which is
Encore,
really
Prankster Encore is a big deal.
Yeah. It's literally, like I said, it's budget Whimsicott. Now, nobody's using Tinted Lens attacking, but for the most part, that this mon is going to be able to give him that Tailwind mode that I think that Ursaluna Blood Moon specifically can make use of. Right? The rest of his team, Torkoal Tailwind ain't really helping Torkoal too much. But
dude, he's ready for Giga Torkoal. Turbo Torkoal.
Torkoal is crazy. I mean, we do have the Dunsparce, so why not?
Yeah.
Torkoal.
I
like that a lot, but like, I think this Pokemon gives him a lot of like I said, the value. It's a little bit expensive.
It is a little expensive, yeah.
But like the fast Encore, the fast Tailwind, the fast Screen.
Does it get like Helping Hand or Fake Tears or anything?
It does get Fake Tears.
That's a pretty big deal. Meaning it can also work inside Trick Room, right? You can have it in the back, and like if you get Trick Room up, you go for Fake Tears, and if you don't get Trick Room up, you go for Tailwind. So yeah.
And I think the fact that like it can Struggle Bug, so it can lower like it can hit both for the 100% lowering your special attack is really, really big for it. And like, you're not gonna see too much else, I think, from this Pokemon.
Oh. 50.
From it, maybe the occasional Helping Hand or anything like that, but it's gonna be Tailwind. It's gonna be the the fake tears and the encore, and it's just gonna support the team.
But it can definitely it can customize its move based on the opponent. Like it's not a one-trick pony by any means. The big thing I want to point out with
focus punch on it. That's what he's alluding to. You can run focus punch.
That's just a Renatar with 47 base attack. The one thing I want to point out is that Mount was already below 50 points with his first 3 picks, and now he's spent 14 more points. So I think this puts him at like 34 for the remaining 6.
Going hard.
Yeah, so he's got to start thinking about his budget pretty soon because otherwise he will run out of money.
There is a little bit of a spoiler if you know anything about how Mount drafts in this, but he's definitely taking a lot of points right now. So he's extremely low. What is he at? This puts him at, what is this, 14? What was he at? 48 last time or a little bit like that?
I think he was 48, so he should be at 34 now.
Oof. Crazy. And he still needs 6 picks left.
Yeah, so he's got
I think another...
Go ahead.
Oh,
I was going to say, like... I'm gonna go. The thing is that like it might look like Mount is being kind of like a big spender, like maybe a little reckless, but the thing is that like most people are gonna have these kind of like higher cost Pokemon, but the order that they're drafting them in is just different. Like for me personally, like maybe my top 4 picks are gonna sum to something close to like the same as Mount, but I've got Trevenant already and Noivern who are a little bit more like in the budget realm. So he's just front loading getting all the most important Pokemon first, and then we'll figure out the rest, which is something he can partially do because he has Torkoal, so he can like again like chlorophyll Pokemon are flexible. And who like maybe he wants a secondary Trick Room setter, but like everything gets Trick Room, so he can kind of mix and match and just wants the most important Pokemon first, I think.
Est-ce qu'il y aura un Jigglypuff? Est-ce qu'il y aura un Jigglypuff? C'est ça comme ça. Ça serait bien. Genre un très bon, genre là, il joue un peu Trick Room. Ils peuvent prendre en doudou. Ils peuvent prendre en doudou, c'est hyper lent. C'est tanky, ça a beaucoup de trucs support.
No, I didn't want Galarian Weezing, but I did want what comes next for Aaron's little spoiler. So yeah, Galarian Weezing for 11 points. Aaron has said, I don't want a single person in this draft league to have fun when they play against me. Goldengo, Dozo, Revival Blessing, no abilities from Galarian Weezing. This thing is just a menace.
So much,
it is so annoying. And the ability to set Toxic Spikes plus Dondozo is just, it's just evil. Like Aaron is really like, Aaron is like one of truly the kindest, most thoughtful, like nicest people I know. Looking at his draft, you would not think this. You would have to form a different conclusion. It's the only thing I can say about it.
I think also there's some fun things with like Misty Seed.
Yeah, Misty Surge.
If he wants to do Misty Surge.
Yeah.
That also means he could grab something with Unburden later if he really wants to. But the big thing is neutralizing gas, shutting down both abilities is crazy. Like, look at me. If I end up getting Rain, it's not going to be set up.
You better be looking at the ability shield, brother. That's all I'm saying about that.
That's it. Yeah. There's a lot of that, but there's a lot he can get with this Pokemon, right? There's a lot of Pokemon that hate their abilities that he could definitely use. Did he break a tournament with like Toadscrew or something?
Yeah, I've used Weezing a couple times. I like it a lot. I think it's a really cool Pokemon. Yeah, and using Pokemon with bad abilities like Toadscrew is very, very dangerous in this format, I think, because
Et surtout que là, il a neutralisé une gaz justement pour les trucs. Et si son adversaire se dit on va prendre neutraliser une gaz et qu'il le prend pas, ça peut complètement.
Yo, you know why?
C'est pas que le
why it was cheap and we didn't catch it? Because we didn't have a sprite until I made one for the draft.
So we just missed it.
So we missed it because it was literally a block in the dock. Like there's no picture there. I'm so serious.
Yeah.
I think that's 100% why.
It is also like hard to build around though. Like as the thing, cause you have to draft a whole team that either doesn't care about their abilities or is kind of like in an awkward spot. Like with when you bring in Weezing, but Aaron's doing it so far. None of his Pokemon needs their abilities when Weezing is on the field.
At all. And honestly, he has just nasty Pokemon next to it in general. Like you said, it's a team you do not want to fight, and I 100% agree.
Also, Will-O-Wisp plus Toxic Spikes plus Taunt is just such an annoying move pool plus neutralizing gas. So yeah.
Dude, plus it has like Dazzling Gleam to hit both if it really wants to as well. Like
Strange Team is annoying. Yeah,
it's just so great mon by Aaron. Annoying team.
Very annoying team. But moving on, Joey, you're up next, and this is Pokemon I was surprised to see. Greninja. That's right.
Yeah, so I was kind of hoping that because, in Regulation H you can't use Battle Bond, I was kind of hoping that we wouldn't say that, so I could just use Battle Bond. I'm going to be completely honest.
I don't even know what Battle Bond does, I'm going to be completely honest.
So can I use it?
No.
Oh, okay. Water Shuriken obviously plus Stamina is a big one.
Yep, side attack yourself.
Gren is a really strong special attacker. Obviously, I am going for Rain. I do have manual Rain at this point. Gren is a very strong special attacker that can make use of Protean. Phenomenal move pool, right? Unfortunately, Map Block is not in the game, which I think is a really cool move.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not. It would have been so.
Yeah, it would have real good
for this Pokemon, but you know, the move pool is what kind of speaks for itself, right?
Oui, c'est vrai que s'il joue Rain, un beau Pokémon haut comme ça, rapide et tout, c'est
your
pas
upper
mal.
hand as well, which I think is really cool too.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And then it has options like Shadow Sneak to become a Ghost type if it really wants to, so I can play around like Fake Out and things like that too. And then it's also very cheap.
Yeah.
For 12 points, I get 122 base speed.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. Yeah, very, very good value. Also, you can put, like, it has, like, a decent supporting move kit. Does it still get Toxic Spikes?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And spikes.
And, like, Taunt, probably. It's a Dark type.
You might see me run Hazards.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, Toxic Spikes plus Poltergeist plus Beat Up Arcalodon. Like, you can run Toxic Spikes plus Stamina Arcalodon plus Water Shuriken. So this, or you could just be offensive. It's kind of similar to Goldango in a way, where it's like, instead of, like, if you play defensive against it, you might end up, like, getting set up on with, like, instead of setting up itself with boost up Arcalodon or set some Toxic Spikes, but if you play aggressive, then it just blows you up with, like, low kick or life orb.
Est-ce qu'on va voir un Jigglypuff, les gars? Est-ce qu'il y aura un Rondoudou? Je pense pas. Je pense pas, mais on sait jamais. On prie pour.
We're conserving our points because we know we're gonna try, or at least I know I'm gonna try and spend a little bit bigger later. I know what the other Pokemon are gonna be and what they're gonna cost, so I really wanted Gren because made a lot of sense. It's also good into Golden Go, which is a big one.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, gotta get counters for that.
Yeah, it's probably my like. Aaron's team's annoying, man.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna lay at. Aaron's team is very, very, very frustrating. But James wraps up this round with
man,
Crocodile.
I love this mon, dude.
This thing is so scary because this is a beat up mon. So he now has access to beat up plus Annihilate, and it also gives him Intimidate and a ground type and a dark type. So this is just really nasty. Not to mention, he also has Anger Point and Moxie, which are two like specific abilities that you can build.
C'est beau ça.
Does Ninetales get Frost Breath?
Crocodile, c'est vraiment stylé là.
Checking right now on Showdown. I was literally checking if Ninetales gets Frost Breath because I was like, wait a second. It does not.
Okay.
We're safe.
Safe for now, but he's got 6 picks left. You know what I mean? But even without it,
and any of them can crit. Yeah.
Beat up plus Intimidate is really scary. And Crocodile being just 2 points faster than Annihilate is like. Basically, this Pokemon is, 8 points cheaper than Whimsicott, but it offers, like, that same beat-up plus Rage Fist combo, and it gives Intimidate as well.
I will say it doesn't get beat up now. They actually took it away from Crocodile.
Are you serious?
I took it away from Crocodile.
Dude,
I guess it got it from the
I prepared for my match with James, and I spent the entire time freaking out about beat-up. It doesn't get beat up?
Competitive Pokemon player doesn't look at the builder while building.
I can't believe it! I spent so much time preparing it and building for beat. It doesn't get beat up? No, I gotta check. Maybe you missed it.
It gets Scale Shot.
That's not the same thing. I wasn't worried about Scale Shot. Oh,
Why?
man!
It's not like Swiper, no swiping.
Oh, man, it doesn't get beat up. You're right. Oh, man.
They took it from everybody, man. They took it from
Dragapult.
Yeah, Dragapult's the big one.
Oh, man.
Huge beat up. But Crocodile getting it is so funny.
I was... okay, let's move on. Good pick, James.
Right. Explain this prep, though. This is good prep, though. But yeah, Intimidate's beautiful. Ground type for the team next to Discharge, so Discharge spam is great.
Oh, man. Okay, round recap. Okay, we're getting some striation in the point totals.
Monté 34 points.
Are once again kind of neck and neck here, but everyone else
34 points, c'est chaud.
50 points. So in 4 picks, everyone is below half of their budget here, and Mount is down to 34, almost exactly 1/3 left.
Dude, which is crazy for Mount, right? Because like at this point, what is he gonna get? But he has strong. He has the
big mons.
Right? Yeah, but they're special for the most part.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's got to get some big physical attackers at some point. Otherwise, Light Screen, Struggle Bug, Snarl, all those good mons.
It's gonna mess him up.
Yeah,
exactly.
So we gotta see what cool physical mons he's getting.
Wait, bro, you forgot Annihilate has beat up.
So, yeah, bro. Yeah. He's gonna use it. He's gonna skills. Okay, he's skill. Wait, no. Wait, that doesn't even help. He's gonna sketch Rage Fist onto Terran Ghost to Crocodile, and then a weakness policy. Yeah. No, we're good. Yeah. Okay, Joey, what stands out to you from this round? I think for me, Araquanid really stands out. Yes. Galarian, Weezing, and Fletchinder. I think those are my big 3 this round.
Noivern and Weezing are the big ones for me. I think Noivern was a great value for you for a cheap pick. That gives
you
speed plus tailwind. I love that a lot.
Aquanid, franchement, bien de ouf.
Scrafty is amazing for Shady. Scrafty's
avec liquidation.
It gives him modes.
Liquidation. C'est pas mal.
Indeed, he doesn't have the greatest Fizz Def.
Yeah.
So being able to lower the attack of that. I forgot how much Illumise costs, man. That's actually crazy.
So expensive.
I didn't realize that he only had 30.
I think when we were doing this thing, I was like, hey, why is Elimize 14 points? And everyone was like, yeah, it's like budget Whimsicott. I was like, okay, fair enough. But then
It's budget Whimsicott, but maybe
14 was too many. But I mean, Mount's probably gonna prove us wrong at this point. It's gonna, we're gonna be like, we should have been 18 points after the season.
I mean, I've seen this. All that this Pokemon needs to do is set up Tailwind next to Blood Moon, right?
Yeah. And then GG, shake my hand. Take tears from Piper Voice.
My favorite pick, probably, though, besides the Noivern and the Galarian Weezing, is definitely the Araquanid.
Yeah, Araquanid is super good for Uzi's team.
I think in terms of like helping a team, that helped his team the most. I mean, all the value he got, everybody got here. I think that helped his team the most.
I agree.
Ice Week, Trick Room Week. So this is your. I'm gonna help you out, and you're not gonna lose to that, in my opinion. So I love that.
Yeah.
But round 4, we got 6 more to go.
Let's go. Let's keep at it. James goes next. And
Cinderace.
A fan favorite mon, Cinderace. So Cinderace was a Pokemon that was actually quite good during a certain period in Sword and Shield. And James, being a top player for so many years, I'm not surprised to see him pick it up. Really fast Pokemon, great move pool, and hits really hard. Also, signature move Pyro Ball is just great. That has a chance to burn.
Core change it to the opponent.
Core change is also like specific, signature move that lets you like mess around with like Tailwind and hazards and singles. And yeah, just good move pool. Plus Libero, I forget how to pronounce it, but like Libero is the same as Protean basically, where it lets you change your type. And in Draft League, that can be really good. You go and hit Cinderace with like, I don't know, a water move. And well, okay, I don't know its move. I'm scared to talk about move pools now, but it can change its type pretty easily, is what I'm trying to get at. Joey,
you can go for low kick or high jump kick. So you can go for a fighting move if it really wants to. Sucker Punch will make it Target Die. You can go for Iron Hand and have the steel typing. So obviously not as broken as it was last gen because it's only once per when it's in.
Yeah.
But I think the fast fire type, I think one of the things I like about this Pokemon is low sweep. I've seen my friend use it in draft, so you lower the speed of the opponent as well. And Ace is just such a great, like 116 attack is amazing.
I feel like anything over 110 is also a really nice speed tier where anything over 100 is already good, but like there's a lot of Pokemon that are kind of just barely over 100, and being able to say like, okay, like I have a Pokemon above the Pokemon that you drafted to get above 100, and like, like there's very few Pokemon. James has 2 of the fastest Pokemon, honestly, probably 3 of the fastest like Pokemon in the draft, in Cinderace plus Alola Ninetales plus Kilowattrel. So yeah, really good speed tiers here. Yeah.
Pas mal.
As well, which is big.
En plus, il avait besoin d'un type feu.
Cinderace gets it.
Cinderace gets coaching?
Yeah, it does.
Oh man, okay.
Him, bro. He's a player. He's a football player.
Yeah. I guess you're right. Yeah, he's got the experience. I guess he can coach, can't he?
That's it. He can call it, bro. That's what happens when you get older. You retire.
He's like, I'm too old. Sword and Shield. That was my prime. Now I'm coaching these new dogs.
I mean, if we're being real, it was his prime, right? He was
like now Annihilate is like the new kid, right? You can coach him. Yeah, that actually is lore accurate Cinderace.
I think the cool thing about Cinderace is that while it's a fire type, let's say if your opponent has a Azumarill that can threaten both Cinderace plus Annihilate, you gunk shot Azumarill's dead. Right?
Oh yeah,
Azumarill's dead, and then Annihilate is freed up.
Boom.
So I think there's a lot of cool stuff there too. I think you can also use something like Baton Pass with Swords Dance, or I think Super Fang also is beautiful as well. Super Fang,
it gets Super Fang.
Yeah, bro. So imagine a Super Fang. Ninetales is not the strongest Pokemon.
I gotta pull.
So going for, bro. Did you look at these teams when you were back?
No. I just kind of felt like I had a good idea of the move pools, but that's the thing in draft is you can't get lazy, right? Like, yeah.
I mean, you can.
You can get a little lazy, but maybe perhaps I've overdone it.
As long as you know the move exists.
Yeah. It gets U-turn. It gets Electro Ball.
It does. People use that for like Pelipper back in the day.
I like the idea of like Will-O-Wisp, Helping Hand. Like you can use this as a support Pokemon.
Ok.
Super Fang, you're right. Smackdown.
Cinderace, ouais, c'est vrai que c'est beaucoup de gens aiment bien.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, really interesting
Baton
Pokemon.
Pass is kind of interesting too.
Yeah.
I would not put it past James to like Baton Pass a Swords Dance or a bulk up to something, but I think this next to Ninetales is really good, right? Because like, what's a Pokemon that Ninetales has trouble beating? Golden Go, right? So you put this next to it, whereas Ninetales also has Freeze Drive for the water.
Yeah, I was about to talk about Freeze Drive. We're so in sync.
Oof. Let's go.
Okay, next up is your pick, and we have
l'eau. La pluie. La team reine.
I know why I got this now. Because you had so many points, and Palafin and Basculegion made a lot of sense on your team.
Yep.
Both Palafin and Basculegion made
I needed water.
You just got Tailwind too. You needed a water, and like we've already seen what adaptability Basculegion can do next.
It's a good Scarfer, yeah. Like it doesn't even need it can be used. It doesn't even need Tailwind, but it also works with it. Yeah. So so you felt the pressure.
I had to break right here. I had to. I wanted to wait a little bit more. I was like, do I wait a little bit? I was like, no. Wolfie's team is too. You were the only person that I was scared with sniping.
Yeah.
Of this. So I was like, let me get it. Let me get this Mon out of here, right? And I was really debating hard between Basque Legion and Palafin, and I think the upsides of both are really big. I think
I like
Palafin might, I think Palafin might be better in regular than in draft.
Yeah.
But I think you can argue the opposite as well because if like the thing is it has to pivot. But I had good pivots because I had Poltergeist to heal it when it comes back in as well. But this Mon's just broken, dude.
It's so
Boom,
good.
boom, boom.
Like talking about Pokemon without replacements, like Last Respect Swift Swim on its own is already like good, and then when you factor in like Wave Crash, Aqua Jet, like Flip Turn, like this Pokemon is not balanced.
The alternative that was legit on my mind if I did not get this was like Floatzel because it's so cheap and Wave Crash actually makes Floatzel very strong.
Yeah, yeah.
I ended up liking the fact that you can't fake out my water type.
Yeah, I think Basque Legion is a great pick. I honestly feel like maybe it should have even been a couple points pricier, but yeah, like I mean, even though it's 17 points, it's just such a good. Like it's one of the most expensive Pokemon. It's like what the 3rd or 4th highest tier, and like it might be too cheap. Like that's how good it is. And it's also pretty bulky as well. Why?
Because Loggy actually just asks to just I get both. I can use both.
Oh, that's messed up. That's not supposed to happen.
What? That is supposed to happen. That's how we talked about that.
I forgot. I forgot. I disagree with my past self.
Hey man, you do grow up from 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I know why we did that because we didn't want people to draft both and then have viewers be confused. So
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. You co-signed that. So
yeah.
I get both. Male and female. And for those that don't know, one of them has a 100 base special attack. aka the lady has a 100 base special attack, so it can be a special attacker. Whereas this one is a physical attacker. Same move pool. Just one of them special, one of them physical, and I get both of them for 17 points. Which is why I was saving points because I knew that if I did want to get this Mon
and Pelipper or Politoed, who are both pretty expensive, yeah, you needed to save up.
Exactly. So I think Basque Legion gave. I mean, we don't gotta talk about this Mon. This Mon,
everyone knows this thing is broken. Yeah. It even did well in Regulation I with the double restricted. Like it had some success there too, which is crazy.
Can we talk about the next broken though?
Let's do it.
Oh no.
This is the only Pokemon. Okay, I only got sniped twice in the draft. The first was Ursaluna Blood Moon. The second was Slacking. I wanted Slacking. I think this Mon is turbo broken. I wasn't even gonna draft a Weezing. I wanted it just without Weezing. But Aaron, Brad,
wait, were you gonna get Toedscool or something?
No, I was going to run Slacking and I was just gonna like skill swap it off.
Oh.
Which I think would have been heat. But anyway, Slacking. This Pokemon has. I mean, it has like the most BST out of any non-legendary Pokemon, or it did for a long time. I think it's only this thing in Palafin.
It's Palafin. It's Palafin,
but it doesn't have to switch out if you have Weezing on the field. So
yeah, Palafin is Slacking Unbound.
Yeah, exactly. And so this Pokemon, and it's got a crazy good move pool: Sucker Punch, High Horsepower, Double Edge, all do a ton of damage. It also has like a bunch of coverage moves.
Non mais bro, sa team à Cybertron, elle est mais broken. Elle est broken.
Somebody explain hello. This like the only saving grace is that if you get rid of the Weezing, then Slacking becomes turbo like Giga Bad. But if you don't get rid of the Weezing, it also can attack once when Weezing isn't on the field. So you can like switch Weezing in and out if you want. So this is a super dangerous Pokemon. I think people are probably really underestimating how strong this Pokemon is. I only know because I used it recently, but like, yeah, this thing is Giga broken.
Dude, it hits hard, bro.
It does so much damage.
Weezing means you don't have to care about abilities and stuff is so nasty, man.
Yeah.
Like this Pokemon is actually disgusting. And Aaron's team just continues to be like a very threatening Pokemon, right? Like every Mon is so scary. And now you're really seeing the synergy between Weezing plus Slacking for his team. So I'm hyped to see how he uses this Mon. Sucks I gotta like, dude, how do you prep for this?
I don't know. And by the way, he's only got half this Pokemon. He still has 5 more slots to make us very unhappy.
You gotta deal with Weezing Slacking. You gotta deal with Golden Dozo. Dozo can still get Tatsugiri if he wants to.
Yep.
Solo Dozo is still disgusting.
Yep. Palmet Revival Blessing is still in the mix as well. So like you lose your Weezing, you're like, yeah, beat the Slacking, and then Revival Blessing and bring it right back.
Dude, I'm not looking forward.
Hello.
Thumbs down. And he dropped it by the way in the order. It was like it was my turn, and then he took Weezing, and I was like, oh, I better take Slacking next because I want it. And then he took Slacking before I could come in.
This guy's team is so nasty, but that's Aaron Cybertron. You know, he deserves. Let him get whatever he wants.
He did his research. He did his work. He found the value picks, and I mean, the rest of us have to pay for it.
I love that, by the way. I love the alternative. This Aaron versus the other Aaron from the draft league I was in with him.
Yeah.
Two different. He
was playing like turbo defense. He was playing like Grimmsnarl, like Wo-Chen, Cresselia, like turbo defense, and he's like, I'm tired of holding back. Like I'm just taking everybody out quick.
Aaron's doing content and he's doing it right, and I love it. And this team is super draft coded, and I love it.
Yeah.
But we're now at Mount, right? Who has spent a lot of points so far. So we're going to see a value.
Ça c'est bon ça.
Right.
Value pick.
Right. For 1 point, this is turbo value as well. This Pokemon is quite good, and more importantly, it's on his mascot. logo. Like he planned ahead. He got Scraggy. So I think this is a great pick. Yeah,
that is crazy.
Wait, or did he get the logo after? I don't think he did.
So he does a little spoiler, but Mount's logos always are made after he drafts.
Oh, I thought he was just like a Giga 5-head.
No.
Still cool. Still cool.
But Scraggy's really cool because it's great for trick room, right? 49 speed, so lower than the 50.
Fake out intimidate for 1 point.
Fake out, yeah, exactly. And Eviolite, right?
And Eviolite, and Super Fang, and coaching, and knockoff. Maybe knockoff. I don't know.
I think it gets knockoff.
I'm pretty sure. It's a dark type. It should get it, and Crafty gets it. So surely Scraggy gets it. Also, just like so much like swagger on this guy.
Dude, it's so sick. We were seeing this Pokemon pull up next to Calyrex Ice.
Yeah.
Like the fact that Scraggy and Calyrex Ice.
They got second at a national.
Or second.
Yeah, I think maybe it won. It might have won.
I know it saw it in the final battle.
Yeah,
that's all I know.
Yeah, like that's pretty good.
Ça va être évoluant ça, je pense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think other things by the way, you see from this, it's amazing for a 1-pointer. I think 1 point actually might have been too cheap. I think it should have been minimum
2 probably, yeah.
But I think one cool thing about Scraggy is that besides the fake out coaching, which you 100% are going to be running, options like fake tears are there, and even acid spray if you really want to. But I think the big one is Endeavor, right? Yep. It's a baby, so it doesn't have the most HP.
50 HP, yeah. Even Scrafty doesn't have that much.
Yeah, it has Endeavor and it has Encore, so and that's going to be great. Or I'm looking at actually Scrafty. I might be looking at Scrafty right now.
I mean, the thing is, Super Fang doing flat damage is already very good. It might also get Endeavor, but yeah, like
50 is nasty, dude.
Yeah. This mon is really scary, and I think for 1 point especially, like it's not always about picking. Like in Draft League, it's not about picking necessarily the overall strongest mons. It's about picking the strongest mons within your budget. And I think for 1 point, like he went from 34 to 33, but he got fake out, intimidate, trick room, like support Pokemon, like knock off Super Fang, like such a good move pool. Fake Sears, Encore. Like for 1 point, he's I think this is like a really great addition to his draft. 75 attack isn't even that low, by the way. Like it's not like it can still do some damage. Hello?
I think that the big one is that it's also just like we talked about value, right? We talked about how the dude spent so much. I was just listening to you. We talked about value, how much the dude spent. And also I got a text message saying, would I like to be hired for $400 to $3,000 an hour?
Dude, get me in there. I'm in. I'll do it.
You just have to put your credit card in.
Dude, here. I'll do it here on stream. Where's my wallet?
Doing on stream is crazy. There are actually streamers that do that and get like.
That's crazy.
We're not on that side yet. We're still in Pokemon. We're still safe. But anyway, the 1 point is beautiful for this mon. But what I'm really interested in is what Wolfie started picking up next because he's so many points. So let's.
Oh, it's my turn again.
Spathra.
What?
I got confused. It's Spathra. This Pokemon is not balanced. I'm telling you now, okay? This Pokemon cannot be balanced. 105 base speed with speed boost? No. Already we're kind of cooking here, okay? Decent bulk, like 60 is low, but 95 is pretty good for HP.
Friskmon?
I have 3 Friskmons. Tell me your items, or I will tell them to me for you, okay? And Lumina Crash is broken. You want to know what's scarier than Meteor Beam Glamora? Meteor Beam Glamora is supported by Lumina Crash, which is a strong move on its own, cuts the special defense in half. And the thing about a Spathra is because it's a psychic type, it has a really deep move pool. Like, did you know a Spathra gets like dual screens, reflect light screen?
What?
Yeah, offensive moves.
I actually drafted a Spathra on my first draft back, so I was very hyped about this.
Yeah, I think this mon is really good. So I'll give you a little teaser of why I wanted to draft Slacking. I wanted to go for speed boost to Spathra and skill swap speed boost to Slacking, and have speed boost.
Bulk up facade or something.
Bulk up or like slack off or like because you can just train it to be turbo bulky, maybe a Soul Fest, right? And I was like, no, like that's. And I also wanted to use Trevenant skill swap. Pass Harvest to Citrus Berry Slacking. Yeah, so those are some of the ideas that I had. But I think this Pokemon is really interesting, and because just as a psychic type, it has such incredible moves. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I ran Trick Room as Spathra at some point, even though you'd never expect it, which is a reason why I would use Frisk.
Dude, I ran Trick Room Deoxys Speed, so I think it's literally a good option.
Yeah, exactly.
Like legit, dude. You have Flash Cannon as well, Energy Ball. I think this one makes a lot of use of Terra with Terra Blast, obviously. Dazzling Gleam hits both, so you can
Store Power as well.
Calm Mind.
The other thing I was Calm Mind, and Baton Pass. You can pass the Speed Boost just like even without running a setup move. But if you run Calm Mind, Baton Pass, there are some really scary receivers of that. I was part of the reason I wanted Ursaluna Blood Moves because I was like, if I get a Solfest Ursaluna Blood Moon and I pass it a Calm Mind and 2 Speed Boosts, like Like no one's stopping that.
No, exactly. Also the hypnosis, which
you gotta be careful. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, blind hypnosis is something. I feel like you.
I can get gravity. Got 5 picks left.
That's true. That's true.
Damn.
That's very true.
So,
like, I know you're not much.
Ils sortent des Pokémon, mais de nulle part, les gars. C'est beau à voir.
Exactly. But gravity obviously makes it a different story. So.
Et après, genre quand ils expliquent, ça fait sens en fait.
He's not
sens
a
pourquoi il
pick. Blind hypnosis.
But as a draft player, who knows it's in my future.
Hey, why not?
Cool. Okay, so 5th pick overall for Necra. Let's see what she's doing. She's got
another beautiful pick.
Great pick. Yeah, I mean, intimidate, flying typing, water typing. She's got water and fire now, so she has like 2 of the 3 cores here. Pairs well with a lot of her Pokemon. Like, Gyarados is kind of the quintessential intimidate mon on Sand Team, is because you want to be able to click your ground moves from your Excadrill or your Garchomp, like while also getting intimidated.
Autant de PDF.
I think Gyarados is great here because not only can it work as a support Pokemon with like Taunt, Thunder Wave, Icy Wind, whatever, but it can also be a setup sweeper with Waterfall or just a regular attacker with Choice Band or Clear Amulet. It's a really versatile Pokemon with a really good move pool, and yeah, I think it's an amazing pick for her team.
Dragon Dance next to Follow Me as well is just so nice. It gives you the another fighting resist that really cool too. The Follow Me taking the electric type attacks I think is really cool too. Garchomp plus Gyarados clicking EQ next to like Waterfall or anything like that, or like
Rock Slide.
Scale Shot plus. Yeah, exactly.
Love Thunder Wave Rock Slide.
Like this Pokemon, Necra's team doesn't look like she got like.
She doesn't look like she's playing draft, dude. She looks like she's like, yep, like I'm gonna use my strong Pokemon.
This is my VGC team, and I'm bringing this to a regional, and I'm also gonna be playing everybody with. That's literally what it looks like. I also think Moxie is kind of deadly.
Là, elle a presque, genre elle a Karchakroc, Tyrannosif, Léviator, c'est un peu des Pokémon avec des stats monstrueuses.
But I love Necra's team. It's very colorful as well. I think it's very nicely coded.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I agree. Yeah, really nice. Like it looks nice both from a VGC angle, but also from like a color angle. It's just like very aesthetic. Her aesthetic is just incredible generally, so I'm not surprised by that. Oh yeah, somebody pointed in the chat that it gets Dragon Shear as well, which actually could be good with Garchomp. So yeah, they got some
Scarf Gyarados next to Garchomp picking EQ.
That's right. Like can't intimidate it, always critting. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's disgusting. I gotta use Dragon Shear, man.
That's a good move. I gotta look into it more.
I haven't used that move at all, but I think the next pick is maybe my favorite pick so far.
Let's see it. We got
Swarm.
I love this guy. Ooh, this is one of my favorite Gen 9 mons. I love the really goofy mons, and this, like, I just love the design for this guy.
This is such, I love it too. I'm a big fan of like mons like this and like Ice Cube and things like that. Just mons that like are.
They're so silly. Yeah.
They're literally just funny.
Yeah.
But I love this. It's 5 points for Shed-Tail.
5 points for Shed-Tail and Earth Eater.
Yes.
Crazy business.
Earth Eater next to Ursaluna healing itself. We need more Earth Eaters, by the way.
Yeah, I agree.
More of that.
Agreed.
But
yeah.
This is so cool. Also, the Iron Defense Body Press is
very scary. Yeah, very scary. I mean, it has really good physical
defense.
I mean, basically, if anyone doesn't know, Earth Eater heals.
Celui-là, même celui-là, genre. Tu le vois quand tu fais
Earthquake to heal yourself back up if you take any damage.
Scarlet.
Oui,
quand tu fais Scarlet. Attends. Oui, Scarlet et Violette. Et genre, c'est un peu genre. C'est un peu le premier type acier que tu te bats contre. Et du coup, c'est un peu chiant si t'as pas ce qu'il faut contre. Mais personne, tu vois, le jeu. Mais c'est vrai que il a plein de défense, il a beaucoup, genre il est bien défense.
Obviously right now his team is extremely it's hard trickling right now. So it's going to be interesting to see how he rounds this out going forward, because obviously you can have like Imprison plus Trick Room and deal with it. So but I think he also has next to it like the fake out Scrafty support that's going to be helping him a lot too. So next to like Braviary and things. So I love this pick a lot, and I think I'm so hyped to see Shady back in draft. Like, obviously, I'm excited for you being back in draft too.
No, I agree.
Shady did return to draft once already.
Yeah.
This year,
Peut-être
last year, but
s'il a un truc qui pose le sable, ça peut être vraiment tanky, parce que 145, s'il booste avec Terra Roche, Sable, non, Sandveil, il a Sandveil, donc il le met lui-même, il a juste à Terra.
Oh man, that's mean. Hisuian Typhlosion, a Friskmon already great, but also, I mean, Choice Specs, Terrifier, Hisuian Typhlosion next to Whimsicott with Tailwind, and Sunny Day potentially, like, that's not fun.
C'est beau.
No, I think it's a great value pick. Not great. Yeah. Well, it's 15
I would say value, but great pick It's great value for the pick.
Yes, it is a fire type that doesn't care about intimidate. That
will fake out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I meant, by the way. I was thinking Incineroar. So
yeah. That was the difference.
But, but it doesn't care about fake out, which is
Pour l'instant,
big.
Incy, il a pas été piqué, hein, les gars.
Frisk, right? Show me your item.
Show me your item. Frisk is turbo broken. I mean, I have 5 Pokemon, 3 of them have Frisk. There's a reason.
So broken in draft. Yeah, like. You need to run on every mon and just keep switching them out until every mon is revealed. Like revealed like 5 times. But this mon obviously has the stab Shadow Ball as well, but Dragapult kind of competing for that. But
does it have a signature move? It does, right? Like Infernal Parade.
Infernal Parade, correct.
Is that Ghost? That's a Ghost move, right?
It's Ghost move, 65 base power, and doubles.
It can burn, yeah. And double status condition. So Toxic Life Orb.
You kind of want to click Shadow Ball.
Yeah, you're right.
If you don't get the burn, it's really weak.
Yeah.
But it's literally Hex that can burn.
Yeah,
which I think is really cool. But the big one is obviously Eruption. Eruption is so good. So, and he has a Sun Mode, like you mentioned, next to Whimsicott, Tailwind or Sunny Day, or both next to it as well. And then, I mean, you can Protect plus Sunny Day and then Tailwind next turn plus Eruption. So you actually get the strong one as well. Hitting both is really cool.
You can just blow this thing around Sucker Punch. Like, I think it's a really, really good Pokemon.
Yeah, I agree. And then I Solar Beam as well for like I think it's gonna be really nice for his team. Yeah. So that rounds out the round 5. Favorite picks? I mean, they're staring. They're right on top of each other.
Hang on, my thing is frozen.
Shady plus Cybertron.
Hang on a second.
Froze?
Yep.
You can just refresh it real quick.
Oh, it's back to Annihilate. Oh wait. What's the command to what keys do I use to move through the draft?
Just A and D.
D's not working. A is not working. Hold on a second. That's
okay. So close it and then reload your local host.
Okay, hold on, chat. 1 second. Sorry.
Okay.
What's going on? I borked it.
Oh.
Maybe you clicked away.
No, I didn't touch it. The mouse was on it. Yeah, I was clicking into it. Okay, let me 1 second, chat. Sorry, technical difficulties.
Go back to streaming. Let me see this in live time.
Hang on.
Let me see this in live time.
Okay, I'll share screen with you. Hang on. Yeah, I reloaded it, but I closed the window and reopened it, but that's not what I wanted.
Oula. Qu'est-ce qu'il a fait?
Wait, you stopped your share screen too, and now you're on green screen.
Oh man.
Like, bro, you can't.
Oh man.
Are you? What happened?
I broke it. Oh man, I broke everything. Oh man.
Okay, so what you want to do is just close the command prompt completely, close everything completely, and just put in the. What are you doing? Why are there 5 different guys? I'm gonna share the screen real quick.
They can see it. They can see it. Okay, I fixed the camera. Okay, so what I want to do is close the command prompt. I fixed it. I closed the command prompt, and then I opened the command prompt. And then I gotta find the what's the thing called again?
I'll put the code for you right now, my friend.
Is it instructions.txt?
Yes, okay. But I'm gonna just paste it in this chat because I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you because I wish there was someone. If I was in your situation. Same guy that didn't know how to use stuff. I asked him, "Can you open up Photoshop?" He's like, "I don't have Photoshop."
It's expensive.
It's probably based on this. It's probably better that you don't have Photoshop.
That's what I'm saying. If you know yourself and you know your enemy, you can predict the outcome of 1,000 battles. Maybe it's 100.
He really is the Albert Einstein of this, and that's it. That's my guy.
One of these days. Nope. Actually, I'm not gonna say that. Okay, let's talk about the round.
Please leave a like. Real quick, please leave a like. We got 10,000 people on Wolf Stream. Please leave a like for Wolf being able to figure out
caps lock.
How to open up the command. Just caps lock is it's a very hard command. It's like a are you smarter than a 5th grader moment, and like we did it. Congratulations.
I did it for the intermission. The viewers needed a break from the heat drafting. I had to cool them off for a second.
Hey, it was the mid draft break, so it was actually.
That's right. Good. Yeah, it was after round 5. Okay, so let's review the round. I mean, we gotta talk. I mean, like favorites here. I think Slacking. I think Basket Legend. Earthworm. Honestly, all the picks are. Honestly, this is the round where like
they're all so great.
These are all so cool. Yeah, I can't talk about any of them because they all deserve to be talked about. These are just like.
This is literally the coolest round so far.
Agreed. Because every Pokemon is good. It's good value and it's good for the person-specific team.
Exactly. I think everybody got a great Pokemon, and I love what they do for it. And honestly, I think you're.
Par contre, il y a des Pokémon. Ça va être intéressant quand ils vont vraiment combattre. Je vais les voir.
I want a big shout out to Ryan as well for his cat watching me every Sunday, and also the very generous donation. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
But
you're a homie
as well.
The other thing I want to talk about here is points. As actually Uzi has gotten lowest now because the Mountain has a 1 point monitor.
Everybody jumped.
Oh no, it's James. James is sub 30. Wow, yeah. So people are gonna 5 picks left. I mean, originally, here's the way you can think about it, right? Originally, 100 points for 10 picks. That's 10 points per Pokemon. Uzi now has 30 points for 5 picks. For 5 picks, that's 6 points per Pokemon. Shady has 6 for 5, so that's like 6-ish or per Pokemon. No, 7-ish per Pokemon. Rosemary is 7. Yeah, so you can kind of see how things are shaping.
The averages are going to start going way lower, or you're going to get like.
Ouh, c'est bien là. On va voir des Pokémon pas chers du tout. Ça va être beau, ça va être beau, ça va être beau.
Because to be honest, dude, you really like James has a staple. He has Ape. He doesn't have Beat Up yet, but he does have Ape, and like he can get like a low point Beat Up Mon. He can get, and he has Icicle Spear as well. So there's a lot of options there too. I think Mount got the best value out of this team.
I agree. Right? I mean, 1 point for Scraggy is so good.
It's a 1-pointer that like made his team perfect.
Yeah, cool.
Like legit perfect for his team. But
I agree.
Let's move on to what Uzi gets next.
Let's see. After Typhlosion, he's gonna get another big dog or a smaller dog. He's going with Gallade for 12. I mean, 12 is expensive at this point. He's down to 18, but I mean, great mon.
Wait, you're right. Oh my god, he needs 4 Pokemon left. That was a big thing because we were trying to figure out. Like, usually drafts is between 9 and 11. Wolf said, nope, it's going to be a nice round 10.
Easy to follow.
So, yeah, very easy to follow. I love Gallade, though. Another Trick Rumor. Obviously, Sharpness is beautiful.
It's so strong.
Sharpness
strong.
Is so nasty, dude.
Justified
En plus, il a beaucoup de défense P, une bonne attaque. Speed un peu moyen, mais ça peut jouer. Il y a Tailwind et tout.
Anti-Trick Room, yeah, it's a big deal. Because his high point mons are really fast, right? So he wants some anti-Trick Room tech.
Exactly. This is a great one for it. And also just, I mean, obviously, you get your Sharpness boosted attacks, right? But you have the lesser used ones like Leaf Blade and Aqua Cutter, as well as options too.
I didn't even think about those, yeah.
And then
Night Slash?
On top of that, yep. It has Night Slash, Aqua Cutter, Sacred Sword, Psycho Cut. But on top of that, you also have other cool moves like Thunder Punch and Ice Punch if you really need to.
Shadow Sneak is good.
Exactly.
You could do Shadow Sneak plus Weakness Policy Dragapult. Like that's the thing you could do. Yeah. And then you Acrobatics. I don't think it's Acrobatics, probably.
Okay. It might. I think it does.
Probably. Yeah, I think this is a great pick. I think like it not only gives them the Trick Room option because you can use Trick Room Whimsicott, but like. It's more as a surprise factor than anything, whereas Gallade actually likes to be in Trick Room. So, like, just being able to say, like, you know what, Gallade or Aquanid is like a strong 2-mon Trick Room core, or being able to reverse opposing Trick Room, I think is pretty valuable.
Yep. I like this team.
Ok, j'ai eu peur pour le chat.
The only one really standing out right now is Scorscore Core. But, like, all the other ones, I really like the value out of them, and I'm kind of excited to see how he does with, like you said, 18 points left, right?
Yeah, 18 points for 4 Mons, so...
4 Pokemon.
Yeah, like 4.5 or whatever per Pokemon.
Oof.
Yeah, he's got to start
thinking. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Next up is Shady again. Shady is going to take 11-point Drifloom. I think this is a great pick. I mean, kind of the OG. For me, this is the OG Unburdened Mon in doubles. Like, because like this was like originally used in 2017 with Tapu Lele with Psychic Seed, and so here you get it again. Psychic Seed. The Geico tournament. That's right. Great memory. Yeah.
Okay.
Real ones know. Yeah. So. Unburdened
Il a beaucoup d'HP, mais le reste,
moyen. Unburden will be used most of the time. You can baton pass Psychic Seed boost. You can baton pass Minimize. You can baton pass Calm Mind, I think, or Stockpile. As well as like just Strength Sap, Will-O-Wisp, really annoying supporting kit. Pretty good value for 11 points as well. Pairs well, like another flying type Tailwind setter, so you don't have to rely entirely on Braviary, who like you do kind of want to be using damage with. And yeah, Drifloom is just like a ton of good moves in general. Also some interesting ice moves. Like
it's a great move.
Yeah.
Can I rant a little bit about
go for it.
Not being on more Pokemon? Like, it's such a. Why do we have special guts, but more Pokemon can't get it? Like, just give it to something else, dude. It's such a cool ability. But again. Earthquake next to that, Ursaluna. You get the seed is beautiful. I love this mon for his team. I feel like Shady's team, it's super Trick Room, but now he has Tailwind.
Yeah.
Right? So that's another Tailwind, Another Tailwind. A Tailwind mon that is faster than Braviary.
Yeah.
Right?
And will reliably be able to set up Trick Room, yeah.
Exactly.
It has a really good move pool as well. Disable, Icy Wind, Clear Smog, Haze. It does get minimized in Will-O-Wisp and Strength Sap.
Ah, il a Haze, donc ouais, peut-être qu'il l'a pris aussi pour le Dondozo.
And the weather move, Sunny Day and Rain Dance. So, yeah, just a really versatile pick that I'm not surprised at all to see him pick up, and I felt like it's really good value for his team.
I really, like I said, I'm really impressed with Shady's drafting in this one, and I feel like he's taking it like I don't want to say seriously, but it looks like he's taking
locked
it
in.
Yeah,
it looks like he's not only. Better. I think Shady always takes it seriously, but it looks like he's like really done a lot of his research. Cause like
that's it, right? He's super locked in there. Yeah, exactly.
Because he's not only getting good Pokemon that have good synergy, but he's getting good Pokemon for their value and for where they have a ton of options. And I think that's a sign of somebody who like really did their homework and really like paid attention to the draft.
I think a lot of he does a lot of like the Nuzlocke, the hardcore stuff, and I think because that's basically in the dock for 12 hours type thing to prep for a battle. I feel like that really does come out in draft too, because people have asked me like, what do you think that's going to help? I'm like, I do, I really do, and I think the team kind of plays itself as well. Great, basically pity. I agree with you completely.
Yeah,
but beautiful pick. We've been seeing this Pokemon make
Scyther for 3.
Lui, c'est celui qui a gagné
regional champion for 3, and actually it was Rosemary's husband, Stefan, who won with it. But this, well, she did draft this before then, so maybe taking a little.
Wait, that's her husband?
Yeah, they're married, champ.
That's awesome. No wonder they. I'm gonna be real.
I think that's public knowledge. I was like, otherwise, I'm sorry. No, she posted about it. She definitely posted about it.
Oh no, I mean,
well, sorry, I'm reassuring myself. I'm like, wait, did I just leak the marriage? But no, I'm pretty sure they posted about it. I hope.
Either way, I was like, what does Scyther do?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I was waiting for the regional. I was like, oh, it's just the same Pokemon that does it singles. It's just. Really
but here it can also run Tailwind, which is very good. Like you have another.
I love
Rosemary has 2 flying type Tailwind users, actually similar to Shady. So 2 flying type Tailwind users plus first pick ground type appears to be a valuable and valuable strategy.
Now this is nice. It's 3 points. Another Eviolite mon, like you said. You don't have to run heavy duty boots, but like you don't have to run this with Fletching at all.
Yeah.
Very fast. Dual wing beat's obviously very strong. U-turn close combat.
Dual wing beat plus Technician, by the way. Technician powers up moves that are below 50 base power, and even though dual wing beat is kind of an 80 base power move because it's 40. It's like 2 hits of 40,
below
but
60.
2 hits of 60.
Yeah, below 60.
Oh yeah, below 60. Yeah, so exactly. So dual wing beat, even though it's kind of an 80 power move because it's a move that's 40 base power that hits twice. Technician powers it up, makes it a 120 base power move because each of the individual hits gets plus like times 1.5. So very good synergy there. U-turn is good. Gets a couple interesting tech moves as well. Like, all of the Scyther sister line get like Tailwind and Swords Dance and a couple other really interesting moves as
Tu peux le jouer hyper offensif, plus support avec Tailwind et tout.
Like Scyther is like Rosemary and Stefan's like adopted child because they're both using it.
Yeah, no, that's so cool. That actually makes it even like cooler of a pick. I love the value out of it. Once I saw what it was doing in the regional, because I was waiting. Actually, the first battle, Pittsburgh.
I saw that. It was Stefan.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, oh, cool. But yeah, I know I love this pick as well. A great speed tier. Great speed tier.
Yeah, 100. Anything over 100 is like amazing, and anything over 100 with good stats, like 110 attack, 105 speed for 3 points with Tailwind is like, I mean, that's giga value.
It's so much. And the fact that Eviolite, like, I mean, it's not going to really be competing with Fletch in my opinion, because I think Fletch is going to be a focus sash mon for the most part. In this case, and this mon is just going to make so much use of it, and also they don't have to be on the same.
Yeah, you don't have to bring them together. You have other flying types. Yeah.
Like just 3 flying types back to back, and they all pair well with the 3 in front.
Yep, exactly.
In my opinion, so I'm excited. I like this.
Me too.
You're next.
I think I'm up next, and Joey, I think it's time for me to spend some money. Am I right or am I right?
It's time for you to spend some money.
Alors, il va prendre quoi?
Wolfie, let's see what we got. Next pick is.
You are not frugal at all.
Ah, pour le sport. Sport, Rage Powder et tout ça.
Venonat for 2, and this seems like a joke, but I'm very serious about Venonat. I'll tell you why, okay?
Can you do the cry? Wait, can you do the cry? The anime cry?
What is that? Wait.
No, the anime cry.
I don't know. Venonat.
Yeah, like...
I gotta study up. So here's the thing about Venonat, okay? I knew on my team I wanted a Pokemon with redirection, with either follow me or
oui,
and initially I was thinking I was gonna take Electivire. Electivire is 11 points, relatively cheap, gets follow me, okay? Then I decided to, like, I was thinking about other redirectors, and I was thinking about, like, okay, Rage Powder, and I saw Venonat, and I was like, oh, well, you know, why don't I compare the bulk of Eviolite Venonat to the bulk of Electivire? And what I learned is that Eviolite Venonat is bulkier than Electivire, which is crazy. Like, it takes...
I did follow this up with a max defense calc that differently, but... With a certain calc that's differently, but it doesn't.
There's ways. More. There's probably, if you look to an extreme, then yeah, maybe Electivire has a higher peak. But I was calculating it as like Palafin Wave Crash and then like Arcalon Electroshot. I was just like, let me look at like, or maybe not Arcalon, but like some Draco Meteor.
Who are you calculating for? Who are you calculating for?
No, I was just thinking of like the strongest like neutral moves I could think of. So I was like,
Joey's team?
No, like, I don't remember, but I was like, yeah, like the Palafin Wave Crush, like, and I was like, okay, that can tank the Palafin Wave Crush better and still have more special bulk than Electivire. And then I thought, why would I spend 11 points on Electivire when I can get 2 points for Venonat? And the thing about Venonat is that it's not only like good as a Rage Powder user, because it also gets Compound Eyes, which boosts all the moves, all the accuracy of its moves by a flat 30%. So Sleep Powder goes from being 75% accurate to like 96 or 97% accurate basically. And so this mod is kind of like budget Amoongus. Instead of spending like 18, 19 points, I spent 2 points, and it's genuinely reasonably tanky, and it can Terra. And there's a couple other interesting things it can do. It's a Toxic Spikes up if I don't use
Compound Out
Eyes. It gives me a Bug type. It's super good into fighting types.
It's not garbage, bro, because you get your Rage Powder, your Sleep Powder. You have Nightshade plus Struggle Bug to actually do damage or disrupt. You have Skill Swap plus Tinted Lens or Compound Eyes if you really want to.
It gets like Lunge and Skitter Smack as well to lower opponent stats.
Exactly, and Toxic Spike, as you mentioned, Toxic and Stun Sport. Like it is a legitimate value Pokemon at 2 points, and I think it works really well.
Yeah.
I think the Follow Me next to Calm Mind or next to Meteor Beam or next to any of that is really, really strong.
Yep. And I think also like, so obviously my draft looks a little funny. I have kind of no Pokemon that are getting used other than like Glamora. But you have to understand that at this point in the draft, I realized that everybody else was so poor that they were not going to be able to contest me on my big dogs. And so I knew that, basically, like I had so much money. And I was like, what I'll do is I'll secure the low point Pokemon that enable all the high point ones, and I'll save the high point ones for a little later. So
tax the poor.
That's right. So I know my draft looks a little weird right now, but I do actually have some big spend mons coming up. With 4 picks left, 3 of them are going to be pretty pricey.
We'll see about that. This is where things start getting a little scary, by the way, with Wolf, because he's the only person who could snipe me if Pelipper.
That's right. I need a water type. I got Fire and Grass. Maybe I'll take Pelipper.
And he started talking about it. Pelipper.
Ooh, I want Pelipper. But moving on, before we get to me sniping Pelipper from Joey, the next pick is Mount, who takes Raichu for 8. That's right. Raichu, great supporting Pokemon. I like Raichu a lot for this team because Fake Out is really good generally. Endeavor is really good. Also, speed supporting options of Nuzzle and Electro Web. Really good for Ursaluna Blood Moon, because although Mount really like benefits from Trick Room, he's clearly setting up for a team that doesn't require it.
C'est bien pour Electroshot, ça.
Yes, this is good for the Tailwind mode as well. It sucks that Raichu doesn't get anymore.
Donc c'est pas
all that stuff away. But Raichu just having the Discharge, I think also next to Ursaluna, is really cool too, and just the Lightning Rod as well. Like if I'm trying to Electroshot something, can't do it. So I think this is a really good value pick, as you mentioned. Electro Web is obviously really good too. Endeavor. I mean, you know Raichu.
I like Raichu a lot.
You know Raichu better than anybody. That's the world champ. You made Raichu a world champ.
That's right. So, Raichu made me a world champ. Is probably more accurate.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Yeah, this is pre-Mega Raichu, so we'll have to see. I'm excited for Mega Raichu, but that's a different conversation. Yeah, I feel like Raichu kind of straightforward. Oh, that'd be cool. Kind of probably would need it to be good, to be honest.
I think it needs it.
It might still not be good. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You better compete with the. But no, he's getting the picks he needs now, right? Because he does not have a lot of points at this point.
Yeah.
He spent most of his budget on his first 4 Pokemon, which all makes sense. So now he's kind of budgeting. He has 1 pointer and his 8 pointer. I think it makes a lot of sense for his team.
Après, ouais, c'est pas trop cher, hein. Raichu, pour l'utilité qu'il a, 8 points, c'est pas excessif. Hein.
Which for Shady earlier, so I'm not going to spoil too much, but I like the Raichu pick a lot. Let's see what the next person picked.
Next up is Aaron, who takes
Yanma.
This, in my opinion, is the best 1-pointer. Yanma, for one, is very, very good. You get both Speed Boost and Compound Eyes. You don't have Sleep Powder, but you have Hypnosis, so you're able to put things to sleep with, like, Sleep Powder, slightly better than Sleep Powder accuracy. I think it's 78%. A Tailwind setter is really good. Tailwind can be really good with slacking, honestly, with Galarian Weezing as well. With Goldengo, really benefits from Tailwind. Dindozo, in certain situations, can use it as well. Palmet as well. Like, just a really, really good value pick here. And for 1 point, like, Speed Boost, Tailwind Setter, who also has access to Compound Eyes.
Tailwind.
Frisk, by the way. 3 great draft abilities.
Feint as well too. Like, you have a lot of cool options. Struggle Bug, obviously. This mon is no slouch in what it can do.
Air Slash also, like, 30% flinch chance on a fast mon is like not a joke.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Actually disgusting. But I like the Compound Eyes Hypnosis a lot. When it comes to this, plus the free Tailwind as well. But this is just a great value pick, and we saw Aaron also kind of spending a decent chunk of points at this point. So him picking up, this is a mon that I think a lot of people would have taken.
Yeah, I think it was smart to grab it now because I do think it was the best 1-pointer generically.
I do as well. There is a Viper in the 1 point.
Non, non, non.
which I'll argue
Dans les
for.
1 point, là, je sens qu'il y a un rondoudou
You know, there's
que personne va prendre,
Yanma is
mais
probably
il est là.
a
Il est là, il est là.
a close second.
Yeah, we can agree on that. Which leaves, I mean, I think it's you next, Joey. Let's see what you are drafting up at this point. Riolu for 4.
4 points.
Yeah,
Prankster.
Right. So I get another Evilite / Focus Sash user, but I think and another Prankster user as well. But I think the Prankster coaching is really cool for like Archaladon and the next Pokemon I actually play.
Basculesian as well.
Yeah, Basculesian as well is really nice. Another Prankster Rain Dance, Feint, Low Sweep, Quick Guard as well. I'm a big fan of using a Pokemon that people hopefully don't fight too much, but I think Riolu is something that has been used a bit. I wish Lucario still got Follow Me as well.
Yeah, that was a really strong option.
It just has some good support moves. That's the main thing about it, right?
I think Prankster coaching.
Copycat.
Yeah, Copycat. Taunt, I think. Maybe Taunt?
Maybe not. Remember if Gizmon, I don't think Gizmon gets Taunt, but it does get Final Gambit with that base 40 HP. So watch out. I'm taking about 120 HP from your Pokemon.
You can do counter as well, like counter helping hand.
Sash.
Yeah.
And as Howl if I'm not into raising the defense of the Pokemon.
You want to power up your Riolu too?
But
okay.
I just like that the support it gives both Archaladon.
Upper hand as well. Upper hand is a big deal, right? You can just stop fake out.
Exactly. And there's some other fun stuff like
c'est vrai que Riolu, vu qu'il a Prankster et que Lucario l'a pas, ça peut être plus utile dans les trucs comme ça où tu dois pas dépenser beaucoup qu'un Lucario.
I agree. For 4 points, great value.
I brought it to another tournament, but it didn't get to do what I wanted to do there, so I'm hoping that it does.
We're running it back.
Here. Yeah.
Which just leaves James, I think, for the final pick of round 6. James is going with Big Man Blastoise for 10 points.
Blastoise was so goated, bro.
Yeah, Blastoise.
So cool.
This is a really good mod. I think 10 points might have even been like. I think this is incredible value for 10. Blastoise is really great because it can be a bulky like, supporting mod with Fake Out, maybe Yawn, Icy Wind, like Muddy Water, Chilling Water. Yeah, like.
Bro, I paid 18 for this in the Mat Dex one.
Really?
It does have Follow Me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's different. It doesn't get Follow Me here, but it does also get Shell Smash, so he can do stuff like, like using, I don't know, Final Gambit Annihilate plus, like, Shell Smash Blastoise, and then just, GG Shake My Hand, right? Like, this mod is really, really scary. It's versatile. With Terra as well, it's hard to deal with. Oh, yeah, Life Dew is a big one. Like, Water is already a good defensive type, and, like, Blastoise has really good natural bulk, so... I think overall this is a great pick from James, and I like it because like his team is really fast, and so this kind of rounds out a bit of a more slow and defensive backbone, which he can also use for speed control.
Yeah, I think it's a great Assault Vest mon for his team. That's next to like Ape can obviously do it too. Same thing with Crocodile. I just like this. I think it gives him, like I said, good speed control. Helping Hand, Icy Wind. Like I mean, everybody gets Helping Hand, right?
Yeah. But it's a good user, right? It's a good user of Helping Hand because like you don't need much more than Fake Out, Ice Move, Water Move. Yeah.
Exactly. Yawn is so nice too. Like, this is I think that's a great way to round out because James is actually
assez tanky, donc c'est pas mal.
James has.
Il a déjà assez d'attaquants.
Uzi is 18. Like people are starting to
expend
a crisp 44.
Yeah, I got the money, baby. They call me Mr. Moneybag. It's funny because in the auction tournament, I did the same thing where I saved all my money for like a lot of my money for the end, and people were really mad at me because it was like nobody could bid against me. But here, there's not really benefit to waiting till the end. Like we're not spending points based on contention, right? And so. Yeah, this is just kind of my draft strategy.
You have middle of the draft, so you have arguably the worst spot. Like you and Matt have arguably the worst spots. So it makes sense that you'll get like, if you can't get a 20-pointer that you wanted, like Blood Moon, it makes sense to be doing this because you're getting Pokemon that you're sniping people of other Pokemon they want.
Exactly. Like I figured people couldn't really. At a certain point, people weren't going to contest me for the high point Pokemon I wanted, but like Venonat, I thought for 2 points was like really important because there was no substitute for 2 points for me. Like I needed to get that thing.
No, 100%.
This is very funny if we compare this round to like a couple rounds ago where it was like, like Ursaluna Annihilate, Ursaluna Goldango, and then you have like a Venonat, Scyther, Yanma. Like 3 of these picks are bugs. Like 3 of them are unevolved. Like.
Hey, Evan, all the babies are going crazy.
4 of them are unevolved.
Sorry, one bug that's not like the other here.
Which is Scyther?
That Scyther has real stats.
Yeah, agreed.
Which is crazy because Yanma was its own Pokemon for a Generation 2 and has nowhere near Scyther's.
Yeah, and it's a generation later even, so...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They kind of, like... I mean, you can see...
They did Yanma dirty.
This is still a great mon, though. I love the... I mean, I think the bugs are my favorite picks this round. All 3 of them.
I like Blastoise. I think Blastoise and Drifloon stand out as me as, like, really good synergistic
Est-ce qu'il va prendre...
I'm pretty sure James' next pick is the one I really like the most.
Est-ce qu'il va prendre
Okay, let's do it then. So next round, round 7, we're getting into the final... Wait, round 7 or 8? I don't know. Let's find out. Hydrapple. Oh man, this mon is so good. For 9 points, I think it's
goated, bro.
Yeah, this is a great. Look at the stats, like, and look at the abilities.
Bro, so so my initial draft for the VGC SPL was Annihilate, Hydrapple, Poltergeist, and that's why I talked about how I sniped James, because he's looking at it.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm gonna get the other one. This mon is so good, dude.
Yeah, this mon is really good.
So good, bro. I had some fun with like super sweet syrup into like Tail Glow Hydro Pump Manaphy, so I didn't have to worry about missing. The regenerator is amazing. The Yawn is amazing.
It gets Yawn?
Yeah, it gets Yawn. Whoa. It's a great Assault Vest regenerator Pokemon.
Fickle Beam is good.
Yep, it has Bullet Seed to boost up Annihilate if you want to try it.
Oh, true.
As well.
Damn.
Regenerator broken ability.
Super broken.
Quadruple resistance to water is really nice. Like
Nasty Plot as well if you want to have some fun.
Whoa, that's pretty sick.
Obviously, Fickle Beam is cool too.
Fickle Beam is really cool. Nice signature move. Yeah, it gets Syrup Bomb too, right?
Yeah. Yep, Syrup Bomb is really good, dude. Like, you can make a lot happen with that. Like, just being able to go for that and lower the speed so Annihilate is faster than them or Crocodile's faster than the Pokemon is really, really nice.
When I first looked through the draft tiers, this is a Pokemon that I was like... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was in Pollen Puff.
And Pollen Puff, yeah. The move pool's incredible. I think it gets fire moves too, but like when I first looked through the draft tier... No fire? Okay.
Earth Power.
Oh, Earth Power. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. And when I first looked through like the draft sheet, and I was like, which Pokemon are underrated? This one really stood out to me. I was like, okay, that's great value, but I knew I wanted Trevenant, so I like ultimately decided not to take it. But I'm not surprised at all to see this mon get grabbed. Like for 9 points, I think it's like really, really great value.
En plus, il a évolué. C'est une des dernières.
The stats are just so good.
Celui qui est sorti sur Scarlet, non? C'est le tout dernier. Parce que l'autre, c'est une sorte de tortue là.
It's patented under 50 speed that you want.
Yeah.
Of an anti-trick room mon.
Agreed.
This is such a good mon. I love this Pokemon. Fickle Beam's also like, I have a chance to be super broken.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like it. It's crazy.
Get the rolls.
Nasty mon. What did I get here?
Let's see. Next up is you, and you're going with Rhyperior. Big dog.
I got my Trick Room Abuser.
Yeah.
I got my big one.
Tell us about Rhyperior.
Dude, I love Rhyperior. Well, I think Lightning Rod is really cool next to
next to Rain. Yeah. Wait, next to our Chaladon.
Yes, because Stalwart ignores it.
Oh, tricky.
But no, it's really, I think obviously the Solid Rockwood. This guy next to coaching is really cool.
Yeah.
I got Raolu to set up Rain for me and my Prankster guy so far. Obviously we have the manual Rain. But for 12 points, I feel like it was super good value.
Yeah, I agree.
Rhyperior doesn't die.
No, this mod is super bulky. Solid Rock is a great ability, really good Terra user. Lightning Rod protects your team. Like, you already have 2 water types, and presumably you're going to get a Rain Setter for 3. So, having a Pokemon that can make your whole board immune to electric moves is really good. Pairs well with Poltergeist. Pairs well with screens as well because it's already so bulky. You can do like Assault Vest plus Life Screen from Meowstick.
C'est vrai qu'il
really
fait une Rain,
I think this makes a lot of sense.
Pokémon qui counter les types électriques, c'est pas mal.
Obviously, like, someone's saying interesting to pick this nut Rhydon. The big thing is I had 2 Eviolite users so far, so like if I had Rhydon was most likely going to be coming with Poltergeist, so they're kind of competing for each other's item, whereas Rhyperior doesn't actually compete for that. But that might be an adjustment I make in the future if I end up making some trades. But I really like this. I think Lightning Rod is so nice. At least even if it forces Discharge, like this next to Pelipper, if I get it, can Wide Guard, or if I get Politoed, and I can do a Perish Trap mode if I really want to. And then the Woofy version right
here.
Me? Me is crazy. Man, next tournament I go to next year, I'm bringing Perish Trap just because I gotta do this too. I was like, Woofy said he could do it. I saw 5 videos. I'm doing it too.
If you want some pointers, I'll give you.
I didn't understand how Perish Trap worked. Here's that applause, yes.
That would be good content. No, you could do it for sure.
No, bro. When I was watching your video and you started talking about in like Italian and like French about the different all the omelette du fromages of like of Paris song. I was like, oh gosh, bro. I set up Trick Room while my opponent's Flutter Mane went for Paris song, and I almost lost the game.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of specific mechanics you gotta watch out for with that.
Yeah, like, no, I can't do this.
Yeah, you can learn. But that's a conversation for another time. Moving on to next up is Aaron. Who actually This was an interesting pick because he already has Yanma, and I was like, right? he might have taken this pick because it's good. I mean, Prankster Tail one is just really good, but also Murkrow's kind of like the Haze user, and so maybe he wanted it in part because now he can deny Haze against his Dondozo.
Yes, which I think is really nice as well. I think the big thing is like the anti-weather is a big one, right? Like if it fights me, and if I get rain, instead of
Sunny
Sun.
day, yeah.
It's not like Sun hurts his team besides weakening boosting the moves versus Gold, but I don't have 5 moves.
Yeah.
And then weakening Dozo, but like Dozo can just fissure if he really wants to. Thunder Wave, it's interesting. I agree with you though. Definitely, but Yanma's like, it's not like he's fighting for Eviolite, right? This is an Eviolite extensive. Yanma's like a
sash user, Also, Haze is pretty good with Goldengo's Make It Rain with specs because you can remove your own stat drops, which is like a really good combo.
I think Aaron is really into. I mean, he just like you said, he won that tournament with Tailwind next to Gold, so it makes sense to have a guaranteed Tailwinder. This is Whimsicott Light next to that.
Yeah.
And low-key better, right? It's like, who cares about fake tiers if I just haze? Like,
exactly. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah, so I think Murkrow makes a lot of sense for his team. Also, it's like some synergy with like Pomade and like Slacking, who can like do big burst damage immediately, and so you can pair them. Or Pomade has Fake Out as well. Like, so you can do like Murkrow, Slacking, Tailwind, Double Edge, and then switch in Weezing, so you don't even have to worry about Toronto next turn.
All that for Slacking, dude, is so funny.
Finesse. Non mais sa team à Cybertron, elle est incroyable.
Yeah, we're working on a main channel video. It's up on Patreon right now. I can also send you the link.
No, I'll just get the Patreon. But also, when is that going up? Like 2 years? Or
probably 2 months.
That's the same equivalent in Pokemon, man.
You're not wrong.
I'm excited to see Slacking. I brought the worst Pokemon to a tournament.
Yeah, it's a good title.
It's Slacking holding him on a it's Slacking holding Wolf like Godzilla, like King Kong.
Like lifting me up.
But anyway, I love Murkrow. I love the Slacking, and this is probably my favorite pick this round, though.
The next one?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Next one is Mount, and he goes for Blaziken.
Blaziken.
Sun mode, right? So he has fast, but this is a mon that is fast because of
speed boost,
speed boost, right? But also coaching is really cool too. But I think the offense of this brings, right? Like, cause his team,
he needed a physical attacker.
You might try and do like some sort of imprison stuff, and obviously his team isn't even that fast, even with Tailwind. But this giving him that close combat, that overheat, focus energy overheat, with the Razor Claw.
Il peut utiliser les deux. Il peut utiliser attaquer et attaquer
all the time, which is really disgusting. You also have like I said, the coaching.
Swords Dance,
this is the physical breaker he was missing. This is the physical breaker he was missing.
And pretty cheap for 9 points.
Dude, Blaziken for 9, bro. And obviously we talked about Sunroom being so good. This gives him, this isn't chlorophyll exactly, but this gives him that speed. Like I said, it's the opposite that he needed.
It means he's less reliant on Trick Room. I totally agree.
Exactly. It's my favorite pick. I think Blaziken's so cool too.
Yeah, it's a cool mon. It's probably underrated in VGC. I know it's so good in singles, but yeah, it's not typically thought of as like a clear pick in VGC, but I used it for like a challenge where I did like a starter only tournament, and I was really impressed with it. And that was in this format, so like in Regulation H. So I think it can definitely be really good.
No, I think it's fire. And like, no pun intended.
Dude, it is fire. I agree.
My gosh. Okay, what's your next pick?
Okay, I'm actually starting to split the points now. Mamoswine for 14, because I thought what my team was missing was a really strong physical attacker, especially a ground type that I could stick next to Noivern. I was between Mamoswine and Excadrill, because Excadrill was still available and was also 14 points, and I knew I needed a 14 Pokemon to make the draft work. But I went with Mamoswine because I also used Mamoswine on that Slacking team, and so I felt like it was pretty good when I used it. And the reason I went with Mamoswine ultimately was, number one, ice typing is harder to come by in draft. Like, there are very few ice types in the draft in the end, and like, especially we were talking about Uzi's team, he has a lot of ice weaknesses. Because ice types are typically less popular, you can kind of afford to have more of a structural weakness to them, and so I thought having a Pokemon that could punish a structural weakness to ice is pretty good. But the real reason I went with Mamoswine is because I felt like Mamoswine was always going to get value from its abilities, because Oblivious stops Intimidate, and Thick Fat gives you 2 extra resistances to common types in Fire and Ice. And Snowcloak in specific, maybe versus James, who has a Alolan Ninetales, I can do it there. But like, whereas with Excadrill, I probably could never use Sand Rush or Sand Veil because I don't have a Sand Setter. And so it was just like Mold Breaker, which only helps versus like very specific Pokemon. And so I thought like, okay, like Mamoswine also, it's slightly slower, which I thought like if I wanted to use it inside Trick Room, because I have like, 2 technically, like I have Trevenant as a reliable Trick Room setter and a Spothra and like a niche pick. I thought like, like maybe I want a Pokemon that can also work in Trick Room, and I thought a Pokemon that could hold an item, not be intimidated, pair with Noivern, use Earthquake, I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, you have your more niche moves as well, like Freeze Dry, which is obviously good. Though the waters are 4 times weeks.
Yeah.
And then you have, I think the Ice Shard priority for Dragons is big.
I really like Ice Shard. Great move.
Like, especially for your team as well. And then like you have, like you said, Noivern, so you can click Earthquake if you really want to. I think you're gonna do a lot of like Crash or.
C'est pas mal. En plus, Mamoswine, j'aime bien. J'aime bien, c'est un bon Pokémon.
I even think like sub protect Mamoswine with like T-Spikes is Also, something that's tough because you have sub protect plus like ice will crash that can flinch.
Yeah.
Next to high horsepower, so there's a lot. Trailblaze assault vest is also really cool too. And
knock off
really makes you make use of it. Exactly.
Yeah,
so,
Rock Tomb.
I think it's a great pick, and it's one of your more quote unquote expensive picks, but it's still very cheap, dude.
Yeah.
14 is.
I thought 14 was pretty reasonable for what it was, and I really felt like I needed, like, I felt like I had like the strong special attacker in Glamora, and I intended to draft another strong special attacker, so I was like, I need a strong physical attacker. Initially, I was gonna do slacking and then a 9-point mon over Mamoswine and a 1-point mon, but I decided to do. I think in the end, Mamoswine is probably better for my team.
No, I like this a lot. I like that it gives you a lot for value in it, and I think you're still spreading out your points really, because you actually have nothing over 16 points.
That's right. Yeah. I'm keeping everything under 16 so far.
That's it. I drafted a weak power. I don't know how he titled that. I don't know what he's gonna do, but you gotta use the context clues that we have.
That's right.
But beautiful pick.
Thank you. And next up is Rosemary, who's taking Rotom Mo. Another incredible pick here. I think if there was one thing Rosemary's team was lacking, it was maybe some strong special attackers outside of like Clefable.
Maintenant, il a feu,
good special attacker that also pairs really well with her team and completes her Fire, Water, Grass core. It gives her another Pokemon immune to ground. So Garchomp is just earthquaking everybody in this draft. And yeah, I think like electric typing is also somewhat hard to come by, and I'm really glad that she got it, especially because like electric and grass means like any water types who would threaten Tyranitar, like they have to really worry about Rotom.
Exactly, and like even take like my Lightning Rod Pokemon Rhyperior for example. Like you threaten it with Leaf Storm, obviously Electric Web hits both. Discharge will hit both anyways, so still hit the water type paired next to it. Nasty Fly is still potential as well. I think Rotom is a great value pick, and then
Will-O-Wisp,
and it being like I love how almost every pick after Garchomp is immune to Earthquake.
Yeah.
Like, she can click Earthquake.
She was like, I'm clicking this move.
Yeah.
And nobody's drafted Rillaboom yet, which is the main counter of Earthquake, is that grassy terrain cuts the move in half, right?
Yep. Or Incineroar, which can easily eat Earthquakes if it wants to. We haven't seen a lot of Pokemon that drafted so far. Like,
that really want to take
Damn, c'est vrai qu'il n'y a pas les monstres.
Plus Rotom Mo, just like a really, really nice
pick. All I see is Incineroar activating a Citrus Berry.
Back in the day, it was like the standard like sand core was like T-Tar, Rotom, maybe you had Garchomp, maybe you had Gyarados. Like actually Garchomp was pretty common. Like sometimes it was like Mega Salamence. Like I'm thinking like Gen 5, Gen 6.
5, okay. I was about to say we're talking Gen 5, right?
Yeah.
I think Rotom does a lot for the team. I think the Electro Web is really nice. I love her speed control. Like the
Thunder Wave, Tailwind, double Tailwind, Electro Web. No, she's just good Scarf options as well. She's this is a really well balanced draft. I think that's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, I agree. It just looks like just a solid team that could actually win at an event.
Ils sont combien là?
Which I like about it. But my favorite team this
ok, c'est des boss,
Fungus, baby. I think this makes a lot of sense. This is
6 points.
6 points. I mean, like that's the thing. Like, baby Amoonguss is pretty good. But yeah, I think Fungus makes a lot of sense here. He gets some grass types, so he's got a Spore immunity now, Sleep Powder immunity now. Rage Powder plus Spore is good. Actually, like not that frail, all things considered. Like not that bulky, but like with Eviolite, it's not so bad. Base 15 speed. This is probably the only Pokemon in the draft that can underspeed Torkoal. So Shady might be thinking about I have to go up against another team that really has a strong trigger. Fungus could be the difference maker there.
Yeah, I mean it's literally Amoonguss with an Eviolite, so you're right. I didn't realize it was 6 points when I was looking at it.
Yeah, it's pretty pricey, honestly. Like this thing is the same as slacking if you want to compare the stats.
That's so funny. This little mushroom. You're gonna see this the giant ape. But yeah, no, I like that though. It's not a mon that's gonna be doing a lot. Like Amoonguss might be running like a Sludge Bomb or anything like that. This is gonna almost exclusively be running what? Spore, Rage Powder, Pollen Puff, and then
Clear Smaller Protect.
Yeah, literally. It's not something that's gonna be running some sort of offense. Like maybe you'll see something fun like Worry Seed or anything to get rid of an annoying ability. But I like the pick. I didn't realize how pricey it was, but I think it makes sense for his team too. Because opposed, like you said, look at Torkoal clicking Eruption. Look at this team.
I think also like 100%. I think the other thing worth noting is that like Pollen Puff healing is especially nice for Ursaluna because if you're running the Flame Worm set, going to be taking 6% every turn, and that can add up. And so having a Pokemon that can, heal up your partners is actually a pretty big deal. Also, he doesn't need to run Eviolite if he wants to use Focus Sash and Effect Spore. Then like Effect Spore becomes an actual threat. Like if there's a move he really needs to survive, right? Like maybe versus Torkoal he runs Effect Spore. And the Focus Sash, so we can take an Eruption and whatever, you know what I mean? And so
Terra Water or Saluna or something like that.
Exactly.
Which actually I think makes a lot of sense in that matchup too. But
yes,
that's nice. Yeah, this is nice.
I agree. It's a good pick. Yeah, I didn't know it was 15 base speed. That's just like so slow. This is actually so good here.
I really didn't know it was 6 points. I saw him pick Fungus and I was like, okay, he got.
Must be like 3, maybe 2, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought about.
Sixer.
I think we're wrapping up.
Yeah, last pick of the round, and we have Berserker from Uzi for 4 points.
So this is something that gets picked up a lot on our Chaladon teams.
Interesting, that makes sense.
People are actually fighting for this, right? Because you get the Steely Spirit plus Flash Cannon / Steel Beam, if you really want to. But obviously more like anti-Trick Room, because Trick Room is so good into his team. The Fake Out support.
Fake Out is a big deal.
Tough Claws is really good too. Yeah, Tough Claws, close combat, U-turn, Iron Head, etc.
Gunk Shot.
Gunk Shot, exactly. Seed Bomb has a really good move pool.
Ace 110 attack is not bad. It's higher than I realized.
Yeah. No, it hits hard. It hits hard. It's a really cool little Trick Room. It also looks cool.
Oh, it gets play rough. Yeah, pretty good move pool, honestly. And of course, Steely Spirit is just a great ability. As well as, like, I guess Tough Claws can be used as well to boost up certain moves.
Yeah. I just think it's, again, he's more so scared of Trick Room, so he wants to have Mons. And he gives him, I think the big one is Fake Out. He didn't have Fake Out.
Yeah, Fake Out is a big deal.
Yeah, next to like Typhlosion and things like that, getting a free hit can make a difference in it.
Yeah.
It also gives him the Trick Room setup for free.
Yeah.
Berserk, I think remember he only has 18 points at this point. So now
he's got to be really, really precise with the Pokemon he drafts at this point.
And plus he picks twice in a row, right? So like he really has to think about this for sure. But I like Berserker. I'm a fan of Berserker.
Yeah, I think it's a cool mon. It doesn't have bad stats by any means, which I think is a big thing.
Yeah, it was something I was really thinking about as well.
Allez, un GP là.
So I understand that.
Prochain round, un GP.
I think that rounds up what is this, round 7?
Yeah, and the points are starting to kind of come together more. Like before, I felt like there was a huge gap. Now, I mean, James is at 10 and I'm at 30, which is a pretty big gap. But like, there's a lot of people kind of in like the 15 to 20-ish range, right? Necro's at 22, you and Aaron are at 21, Uzi's at 14, Shady's at 19, Mount's at 16. So for the most part, most of our draft is within like 5 or 6 points of each other. You know.
So everybody's starting to come together here. Like you said, you still have a lot more expensive mons you can get. But will you? Because you have to say, I drafted a team with no good Pokemon. Like
this round, Joey, I'm gonna be taking a big dog. I'm gonna be spending some big money this round.
Is this the round where you scared me? This might be the round.
No, next round's the one where I scared you.
That's next round.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, it is this round because I changed my.
No, it was next round. Well, you'll see. So, what stands out to you from this one? I think you were talking about Blaziken, right? As a big standout for you.
I love Blaziken. I think Blaziken is perfect for Mount's team. It gives him exactly.
Hydrapule aussi, c'est pas mal.
A fast mon, and I say that just because I'm keeping speed boost in mind, obviously.
Yeah, it is fast mon.
It means if you're into it for anti-Trick Room, okay, well, I still have a sun boosted Flare Blitz, close combat, obviously Temper Flare, Overheat, and I think Blaziken's like a lot better. Like we won't see Blaziken in like what was the regulation that I played in? I know this is regulation.
You did
H. I did I. We probably wouldn't see this mon in that because it's like competing with like
probably not
and things like that. But like in regulation H, I feel like the power level is so much lower. So, and especially draft specifically, I think Blaziken can really take advantage of that. Has a good move pull on both sides, so I'm excited to see it put into work.
I think the other picks I really like here are the Rotom Cut and then the Hydrapple, especially. I think those are really good value for what they provide to the team. We're seeing grass types go this round, with 3 grass types getting taken, so I think that's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, we did see a lot of grass. I think Hydrapple is probably one of my favorite.
It's a good mon. Yeah.
I love that. Dude, mon is so... It's so cool.
Keep in mind, we have 3 picks left, and some people have saved some expensive picks. Like Joey still needs Pelipper,
et il lui reste 10 points.
to round out that. So
I don't need Pelipper or Polytoad.
Okay, they're not them. But James, he only has 3 picks left. That's an average of like 3 repeating, whatever. Per pick. So it's gonna be really interesting to see which Pokemon people pick. Because James could take 3-3-3. He could also take 8-1-1. So we'll have to see what he goes for.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it, right? Like the fact that you can just say, okay, he has a lot of great Pokemon, right? And this is his anti-Trick Room mon, so he technically doesn't need to get more from that.
Yeah.
But right. Let's see how the next round.
So it's Uzi up again, and he goes with Toxtricity. This is an interesting Pokemon. Actually, hits quite hard with its Punk Rock ability.
Yeah, Overdrive, obviously.
I forgot what it's called. Thank you.
Well, next to your 2 ghosts.
Je vais dire, il a déjà des types poison, mais non, il n'avait pas de type poison.
And then you can do some fun
Scorvol, c'est pas type poison, c'est type sol vol.
Shift Gear, as well, which is really cool. As well, but I think the Sludge Wave as well next to the Steel Berserker. Like, there's a lot of fun little options you could do with this. I think he was terrified of Dondozo.
Yeah, that also makes sense. Yeah. Also, he has Toxtricity. I always think of as having access to Specs Boom Burst, and he has 2 ghost types, plus whatever Terra Ghost he wants to do, plus Wide Guard and Gallade. So like
Terra Normal,
so I think that's a good option as well. I think this is really like it's harder to find Pokemon that are real offensive threats in the lower tiers, and I think Uzi did a good job of picking this one out.
No, I agree. I think Toxtricity. I know he was really, really excited about Toxtricity in general.
Yeah.
And also Discharge next to Discharge next to, if you want to use Discharge.
Yeah, I want to use Discharge. That move is broken.
For the para, I mean, Overdrive is also pretty nasty, but I guess if you want to get the para, as well.
The para is so broken.
The para is probably insane.
Yeah.
Typically, like this is a slower like Mon, so like a slower electric type. So you probably won't see it go for like electric Eerie Impulse and things like that.
Yeah,
like
probably offensive most of the time.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be staying offensive for the most part. Exactly, like we said. So
that makes sense.
Cool Mon, and 7 points is good value. So he doesn't have a lot of points left. But I think 7 points, he got a pretty good value for his team. I think he wanted the electric type. We talked about how like it's kind of hard to get an electric type. So I think this
I agree. Next up then is
Shady,
who takes another Trick Room Center and Stantler. I love this pick. I think Stantler is really good with Eviolite now that we have Weird Ear. A normal type Pokemon is pretty nice. You know, it's I guess it's his third normal type, but like even still, with only one weakness and access to both Intimidate and Frisk and Trick Room, I feel like it's just like a really good pick for 2 points. I think like
celui par exemple on le voit jamais.
And a cool Pokemon.
Jamais.
I think Stantler was a good pick here.
No, I agree completely. I think the Intimidate is going to be really nice. Another Intimidator, like unlike Scraft, he can actually, like you said, set up Trick Room. That's really cool. And we talked about how like, he has 2 Pokemon that run Eviolite. This is more likely to run Eviolite, otherwise Fungus can run Sash if it really wants to, just being the answer to things. And also he's really using those points well, right?
Yeah.
2 points.
2 points is a steal. Agreed.
You want the value out of this. Weirder's way too expensive.
Yeah, like the difference between Stantler and Weirder. I don't remember how many points Weirder was, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was like in the 9 to 11 range, maybe 8 at the cheapest. And so it's like way better to get Stantler for 2 in this context.
Exactly. So he's picking up a lot of value here, which I think is great for Shady.
Yeah.
In general, I think Sapsiper is really cool too.
Agreed.
Switch it in, like Ursaluna might be scared of like a Rillaboom that might get drafted.
Yeah, or a Moongus.
They're still you. You can still
draft. That's right. I could take it. It's not over yet. But our next pick, I think, is Rosemary, who's going to be grabbing Hitmontop for 10. This is a Pokemon I was considering in place of Arcanine. I think it's incredible. 10 points for, like, Fake Out, Intimidate.
As your first pick?
Like, not as my first pick, but, like, when I was thinking about building my draft, I was like, I know I want Intimidate, and I was between Arcanine and Hitmontop. And so, I think, and I'm glad it got drafted because I think it's a great Pokemon. It's, like, similar to Scrafty, similar to Instant, slightly different move pool. Gets Wide Guard is a big thing. Fake Out, Close Combat, Feint. Can also be some powerful Technician priority moves like
Technician
Bullet Punch.
Triple Axle is disgustingly strong.
Technician Triple Axle, you have Mach Punch and Bullet Punch as well. And I think Steadfast might also prevent Intimidate, or maybe I'm making that up. I think I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong about that.
I think it does. I think it does in this gen.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, but we could be wrong about that too.
Yeah.
I'll look at it right now. No, it's not.
I got Inner Focus confused because it also prevents flinching. Oh no, it doesn't even prevent flinching. Never mind. Okay. Regardless, Intimidate is an incredible ability. Fake Out, Close Combat, Helping Hand. Wide Guard is nice, especially because like Garchomp was weak to like Blizzard and Dazzling Gleam, and like Earthquake is good into Tyranitar, right? And so having this Pokemon, also a second Intimidate user on her team, is just like really nice. Like you cannot easily bring physical mons into her.
It's very annoying because she has a lot of great setup, right? So like the Fake Out is huge. The Fake Out is huge for her. Fake Out next to SD Garchomp. Fake Out next to Dragon Dance.
Yep. On either Cheetor or Gyarados, by the way, they both have setup moves. Nasty Plot Rotom.
It's just a lot. I think they just gave her so much value. Like I said, her team, I don't think has any misses.
No, everything here is great.
I love that she got these Pokemon after Fletch, by the way. She's like, I want my value 3-2-point.
That was smart, though. They didn't get drafted. Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense.
100% would have been picked up.
Yep.
But now we have you. You said you're spending a little more money now,
That's right. I'm going, chat, I'm tired of holding back. I'm going with the biggest amount I have left. For my next pick, I am drafting Dedenne for 1 point.
Dedenne.
So what does this Pikachu clone get that the others don't?
So it's 1 point. Pachirisu was more. Here's the thing. I needed a 1 point mon to make everything work. Okay, and I was looking through the 1 point Pokemon, and Dedenne had kind of the best stats, and I was like, okay, it's 101 base speed. It gets Nuzzle, like it gets Super Fang, it gets Endeavor, it gets Electro Web.
Right? Surely it gets Fake Out, right?
Yeah. Like, well, okay, no, it doesn't get Fake Out. It doesn't get Follow Me.
Why is it a Pikachu?
I know. It's a fairy type, but it doesn't get Moonblast. I think this. I don't know. I needed a 1 point Pokemon, and I was like, well, I don't have an electric type anyway. I don't currently have a fairy type, so I was like, I'll get it. But like, I'm not so. This is the one pick on my team where I'm like, maybe this one's kind of a miss, to be honest.
You can always use Cheat Pouch. Like
I can use. I thought about it, but his stats are just not that good. But yeah, I'm gonna try and make it work. But also, yeah, if there was one Pokemon on my team that I kind of felt like I'm not so excited to use, or like I can't easily imagine myself using it. It's probably this one. Everything else I feel like yeah, like I got great value.
Okay.
Good mon, but Dedenne, I think maybe Dedenne might be the 1 pointer that enables the rest of the Pokemon to work together. You know what I mean?
I mean, we'll see what change he ends up making because this pick was why Wolfie started scaring me because he starts talking about I'm getting.
I was in Joey's ear. I was like, I'm taking Pelipper next to.
I'm taking Pelipper and Politoed. He's taking both. He's taking both. He's taking both. So like,
because I had the money.
Yeah. He had the money for both of them. I was like, I'm getting the 1 point. So this scared me. This 1 pointer scared me. Cause like, oh man. And I've been I've been insanely greedy.
Because I had 2 picks left, and I have 2 picks left at this point, and I have 29 points between them. So I've saved because I was confident that nobody was going to take the Pokemon I wanted. So I figured I'd take the best 1 pointer before.
Yeah, nobody was taking this Dane that you really wanted.
Yeah,
I promise you that.
That's probably true as well. But I was sure nobody else was going to take the other mons, and maybe they couldn't even afford to be honest. Everyone is so low.
He's so happy.
Yeah, he is cute. I do like him more after drafting him.
It's just crazy to know that like Togedemaru is such a goat.
Yeah, I was looking for Togedemaru, but not in the game.
Not in the game.
And it would have been more points anyway. There's no way we would have put Togedemaru in 1 pointer.
Oh man.
Anyway, on to our real Pokemon.
Mount got a Capparaja. Nice little more. We talked about physical. Now we have physical in
7 points.
Yep.
Right? C'est cher.
Physical out of Trick Room and physical in Trick Room. So yeah, he's really rounding out his draft nicely. 30 base speed is really slow as well, and 130 base attack. Hello.
Yep. You got that heavy metal, heavy slam as well. This ain't no Dynamax meta. You can't be immune to it. You have a great move pool. They actually took Power Whip from Capparaja, which makes me very sad. And obviously, dude, imagine Capparaja gets its steel spikes back.
That thing was broken.
It's such a good move.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Yeah, but it still has its Heat Crash, right? And with heavy metal, it's gonna be pretty.
A big guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Heat Crash plus Torkoal. That's good synergy. Hits grass types.
Exactly.
Steel
Or you
types.
can do like Sheer Force, Life Orb, Rock Slide.
Yep.
But that's the main move that you're kind of boosting with this Mon Iron Head, obviously as well. If you really want to do that, it did not lose Heat Crash. It still has Heat Crash. In this generation, but also has the high horsepower if you don't want an Earthquake.
True. Yeah.
It's a good Mon for 7 points, bro.
Agree. Good Mon for 7 points. Yeah. Steel is also hard to get, like we said. You can run a Assault Fist on this thing because it has high HP. Like be pretty tanky. So. Good Mon for the cost. I totally agree.
I agree. I think you needed physical under Trick Room.
Agreed. Yeah, and for 7 points, very good. Moving on, we have your Aaron up next. Actually, he got Dugtrio for 4. I'm just surprised to see Dugtrio in Arena Trap plus Dondozo. He might be using this to trap specific threats. Like imagine somebody has a Haze Pokemon. He like sends out Dondozo, and like he baits in the Haze Pokemon. He doesn't combine, and then he gets Dugtrio out and he traps them on the field. Kills them with Goldango. I don't know. This is an interesting mod. It's quite fast. The problem is its stats are pretty bad. But it can do stuff. It also gets Final Gambit with.
Il est rapide, il a beaucoup d'attaques.
I mean, Dugtrio does get Swords Dance and stuff, so maybe like a Focus Sash Swords Dance. Could be next to Fake Out. Could be interesting.
I mean, Tail Whip plus Earthquake.
I'll give it a go. Yeah, you can say it. It's okay. But this mod is interesting, dude. It does make prep a little weird though.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, you really gotta be careful. Like you can't use like options like Fire into Goldango to resist, which aren't that great anyway. I'm pretty sure it's gonna eliminate something that can beat Slacking. Yeah, that's it. That's like the big one.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I hope he uses this a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we never see Dugtrio, so I'm curious to see what it does as well.
Yeah.
Moi je sais pas, le Talola, le Dugtrio d'Alola, il est assez long. Ok, ça c'est fort.
This spot is broken in OU.
Okay.
In
Why?
singles.
I don't get it.
It's just wish plus flip turn. You have Regenerator, you heal yourself, and you heal your teammates.
Oh,
you also have Skull to burn. You have Tickle as well.
You got Wide Guard. I know it gets Wide Guard.
That is what it has, Wide Guard. It also has Scale Shot for our Chaladon.
True. Okay.
It also gets Soak.
Yeah, Soak is good.
And it gives me Healing Wish for our Chaladon and Rhyperior.
Okay.
It gives me Wish for our Chaladon and Rhyperior.
You can use Healer.
And it has Healer as well. Yeah, but I'm definitely using.
Yeah, Regenerator's broken.
I mean, it was 2 points. I obviously, you know what Pokemon I want. I need to get a Rain Setter, right? So like I have a few points next to that, and I need to make value out of it. So it was between Aloe and Toxapex, and I like Aloe. I like because it does the same thing as Toxapex, except that Toxaspikes versus.
How many points was Toxapex?
2. They're both 2.
Oh wow, that's I didn't know that.
I actually used Toxapex, another Pokemon I was debating bringing to Milwaukee. And I like Alomola more. I felt like it would be a Pokemon that people wouldn't expect how bulky it is. Like, it's deceptively bulky. It's not even deceptively. It's 165 HP, 8 defense. Like,
it's so bulky.
Yeah, this Pokemon is extremely bulky. But it'll be fun. I'm excited to see what it does. And if it does nothing, then, well, I was wrong.
But that's one of the things that's cool about draft, because because we have 10 Pokemon, we can afford to be a little bit more experimental, right, with some of the picks.
Exactly. And it's like, again, if I don't like my Pokemon, you have 24 hours of grace right after the draft ends to make a pick for free, and then you have 3 weeks up until, well, technically 4, because up until the end of week 3 to make changes. You have 6 changes you can make to your team. So if I don't like these Pokemon, and I see that matchups have changed, or obviously we're fighting everybody, I can make that change later. in the season if I really want to. So I'm going to see what happens, and we'll see if I end up keeping this mon or not. But I'm excited for Allo.
I'm finishing this roundup. Yeah, we have one more pick from James, who's, remember, has only 10 points left for 3 mons, so he's going to have to start budgeting pretty soon. He's going with Furret for 4 points. I think this is a great pick. Furret.
Bro, he's stealing my draft, bro.
Yeah? You wanted Furret?
No, this is what I'd use versus him. I had Annihilate, I had Hydrapple, I had Furret, and again, remember I sniped Poltergeist?
Yeah. I mean, imitation is the highest form of flattery. That's what they say, right?
I appreciate him. And the rest of the mons were all mythical, so he couldn't get them anyway. But,
I mean, Furret mostly just used as a follow me user, but it also gets frisked. So I think it's
follow me.
Value in VGC. You use their sash, you use frisk, only one weakness.
It's Rain Dance.
Yeah, like Super Fang, I'm pretty sure. Maybe Encore.
Knockoff.
So like 90 base speed's not bad. Stats are like not like you're mostly using it with focus sash. Maybe you can be bulky enough to take some hits versus certain teams though. It's just like a good redirector. Yeah. Oh, Endeavor. That's good.
Yeah, Endeavor's a good move in general for this Pokemon.
It's also so cute. Look at his little paws.
It is nice. It also has Tidy Up.
Was that the one that raises your speed? Is that like Dragon Dance?
Yes, it is. But also gets rid of hazards on the field.
Oh.
Hazards are like our entry, our stealth rock and things that I guess you know now because you have Gamora.
Yeah. Now I know.
Also, if Annihilate Terras, you can Fury Swipe it.
Oh my God, you're right. Does Fury Swipe even have perfect accuracy?
Of course not.
So bad. That's so funny. But let's take a look at the summary for this round, because now that was the end of round 8, so we only have 2 picks left for everybody. Meaning Uzi's next 2 picks are the final picks of the draft. So this is really coming together. Okay, so we can see like at the lower end we have like James with 6, Uzi with 7, Mount with 9, right? Then we have Necro kind of in the middle range there, 12, and then we have some people saving up, right? We got 17 Shady, 17 Aaron, 19 Joey, and then me with my little Dene with 29 points left. So I still have almost a third of my budget for my last 2 picks.
I think that the funniest picks this round, the Pikachu clone that doesn't do anything like a Pikachu clone should. And I love the Doug show because I'm sure it's going to be so annoying to fight.
Yeah,
I actually think it's going to be a Arena Trap's actually going to be annoying.
Yeah, agreed.
Switching in Pokemon is key, right? But I like Fur as well. I like James's pick of Fur. I like the way James is going. I think that the follow me into like bulk up or things like that is really crazy.
Yeah, I think Hitmontop, Stantler, and Copperager are my big standouts for this round because those are like
they're good. Those are the good mons.
Good pick and pretty cheap. Like Stantler for 2, Copperager for what was it, like 7 or maybe 9, and then Hitmontop for 10. I think is all really good value.
Yeah, I agree. And then the fact that we have again 6 points, 7 points. 12, 9. It's crazy that Mount has managed to stay above Uzi and James.
Yeah.
Where Mount was like,
down to a third.
Of his points. Yeah, he had 48 points left by round 5.
Yeah.
Like round 5 it came up, he only had 48 points left. So
yeah.
Very, very fun. Now this is where it gets a little scary, guys. All right. So like starting off the next round, round 9, we have
this mon.
Beautiful. Even mon, bro.
I love this mon. I used it in draft before in a singles draft league. But the thing is that it has the same base special attack and speed as Reuniclus. So
yeah, dude,
this one is like
30.
A powerhouse.
Beautiful Trick Room, bro.
Yeah, really good Pokemon.
3 amazing abilities.
Agreed.
By the way, 3 amazing abilities. Eviolite as well. It's a 1-point Eviolite mon that's bulky as hell.
Yeah, like, and it is great design. Love this mon.
Yeah.
Probably maybe should have been 2. I think this one was too cheap. Probably. This is a good mon.
I think one might have been very cheap as well. I agree with you.
Very generous.
Like, there's a lot of. It's so funny to see the 1-pointers because like you'll have Pokemon that are fully evolved and trying their best in life, and then you'll have like. You know, a Litten. Yeah. And like a Squirtle.
You have like Tentacool in there.
The funniest parts are when it's like the baby and then the second evolution.
Yeah, they're both in there hanging out.
Okay, why would I kick the other one?
It's like the daycare where you can go as a teenager.
Yeah, it's a teacher.
Yeah.
I got stock.
Yeah.
I like the Eviolite. The Magikarp is obviously amazing. And so he could do a Life Orb offensive one if he really wanted to. This is his trick room for the team, though, so I think that he can get away with like Focus Sash. He can get away with Eviolite.
Yeah, he doesn't have an Eviolite user except for this yet, so agreed.
This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful for his team. But,
yeah. Also, doesn't have a Psychic type. Yeah, I think you just said that. Sorry.
I got Pelipper, but let me say something. I didn't get Pelipper at first.
Joey put in the chat. He was like, I draft Zebstrika. Okay.
I did draft Zebstrika.
He's like, he drafted it officially. Okay, and then before the next person drafted, I was like, great. Like now, when it's my turn, I'm taking Pelipper. Fully lying.
Yeah, that's literally what happened. He said, I'm taking Pelipper. But then, because Aaron and Aaron wasn't around for 2 hours, you're allowed to, if the next person doesn't pick, you're allowed to change the pick.
I didn't know this rule.
So I I'm like, I'll put Pelipper because this guy's talking about Pelipper and he can actually afford both Pelipper and Politoed. And in my opinion, Archaludon's perfect at 20, but I don't think Archaludon is a 20-point mon
without rain.
With Politoed.
Yeah.
With Politoed.
Oh yeah, agreed.
I think
Yeah.
Pelipper is what makes it a 20-point mon.
Yeah.
With the wide guard, the tailwind, all that stuff next with the hurricane,
flying typing, yeah.
Exactly. But like Politoed makes Archaludon like 18, 19.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So I'm thank you, Snake. I'm hoping that I was basically terrified. I was actually terrified.
I didn't mean to take him, but I was like, oh, freak him out. And
La
then, I didn't know you
5
changed, so then all of a sudden Pelipper got drafted, and I was like, oh man.
Oh, 4.
Yeah.
4,
So yeah, I mean, Pelipper, we've been talking about it kind of implied the whole draft, right? Like, yeah, like you want rain on your team between Pelipper and Politoed, and I agree that for Archaludon and for the support you have, I think Pelipper is better. You also have a couple pure water types already, or you have Alamala as pure, and like, yeah, like I think the you want like another diverse water typing.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to click Earthquake.
Yeah, that's true as well from Rhyperior, yeah.
And also, like, I mean, I was very greedy this draft. Like I said, Pelipper last. Like, this is something that people technically could have picked up.
Yeah.
From round 2.
I could have picked it.
Like, Basculete is still there. Pelipper was still there. Like, you could. Palafin was there. You literally could have gotten this so early if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Anybody could have.
Yeah, agreed.
I legit think it could have worked for your team too, which is why it terrified me.
Yeah, I had a specific vision though that I wanted.
Yeah, makes sense with the Dane.
Yeah.
But, Aaron, who picked.
School.
So this is a funny pick, but I actually.
This is a great pick, bro.
I like it a lot because he has Weezing, so he can turn off Mycelium Might and get access to Spore. But even if he doesn't, it has Rage Powder, and I know Big One gets Trick Room. I wonder if Little One gets Trick Room.
Little One might get Trick Room. Maybe it does not. Let me see. Let me see if it growed it up. I'll look it up right now.
We're looking it up. Hold on, chat. We're looking.
It does. Little One gets Trick Room.
Yeah, I mean, like pretty good supporting moves. Trick Room doesn't really care about priority, like about Mycelium Might. Rage Powder doesn't care about Mycelium Might, so I mean it has pretty low base defense, but the special defense is actually quite high for an evolved mon.
He'll eat a hit for sure.
It's a one pointer.
He's fighting for Eviolite with his team, but I think the mode that you bring this, you're not bringing Murkrow.
I think also there are different philosophies in draft, right? Where some people are like, I want to be able to bring every mon to like most weeks, whereas Aaron is a little bit more top heavy, right? He's going to be bringing Goldango most weeks, probably Dondozo, Palm Out, using Slacking, Tatsugiri if that is his last pick, which he's saved exactly enough points for, so it seems probable, right? So he's probably going to be bringing 4 or 5 of these picks, if not all 6, every week, and then he'll be able to slot in a weird pick here or there when he needs it, you know? So he's focused more on kind of building a super strong core and then having some nice options like Murkrow and Yanma. And so maybe Toadschool and Dugstry don't come that much, but they can, right?
I think in terms of one-pointers that are left, this makes a lot of sense for his team next to Weezing as well.
Agreed.
The slightly fast Spore and the good base defense as well. I think it's cool. Rage Powder is really cool too. He didn't have that. He had Fake Out, but he'd have Rage Powder. He had
Ah oui, je pensais qu'il avait de l'aspect attaque, mais non, c'est l'aspect défense.
Agreed.
C'est énorme.
Which means next up is Mount, right?
This is perfect for his team, right?
Yeah.
A good mon in Sun for Chlorophyll, and you can Harvest as well.
Harvest Trick Room. He's a second setter now.
Trick Room, exactly. I think this mon is beautiful for Mount. I know the Harvest stuff is really cool as well, like under Trick Room versions too.
I love this mon.
But obviously, again, like I love this. I think this makes the value of Illumise as well a lot better too.
Yeah.
I just like the modes. I really like how his draft like started to round out, right? Like with the top heavy, and then he's getting a lot of value. I think all of his value picks have been fine.
Agreed.
Like from here, like maybe Electivire over Raichu would have been cool.
Yeah.
For follow me support. But besides that, like even Electabuzz. Or Elekid, I guess, at this point. Not Elekid. No, never mind. Not that. But
I was looking at Elekid for a one-pointer. I really was. I was like, maybe I should get Elekid.
You're a big fan of Eggy as well.
I love Eggy. I mean, listen, Harvest plus Sun is broken. Harvest in general is just broken. And Executor with Terra can be quite good, I think. So this is a mod that people, I think, are going to fixate on kind of the chlorophyll aspect of it. But if they don't respect Harvest, I think Mount can definitely beat them with it.
Yep. I agree completely. I like this mod a lot.
Now I'm done trolling. Now I have 2 picks left and I have 29 points. So it's actually time to get some big spending. Now, chat, I'm taking a water type this round. Would anyone like to guess which water type that I'm taking? It's not Pelipper. I'll give you a hint. It could be Politoed. I mean, I could get 16 points. Joey, is that enough for Politoed plus Gothitelle? What do you think?
No.
How about Politoed plus Gothorita?
No, but Gothita.
But no, it certainly is enough for Gothorita. I have 29 points.
Gothita. Not Gothorita, Gothita.
But I surely have enough for Gothorita. Anyway, it doesn't matter because I'm not doing it. My next pick for 16 points is Primarina.
What?
I feel really good about Primarina. Water and Fairy typing, very strong. Liquid Voice ability is really, really good. And it's a Pokemon that works both in Tailwind and Trick Room. This is one of the Pokemon I knew quite early on that I wanted. It has multiple good spread moves and Hyper Voice and Dazzling Gleam. Pretty decent coverage with like Ice Beam, Energy Ball. A lot of interesting supporting moves like Encore, Aqua Jet. It also can set up with Calm Mind or Amnesia. I felt really good about this pick. And
strong fairy.
Yeah.
Like special.
Fairy is really hard to get in this format, and especially when you're talking about how hard it is to get steel types, that means that it's really hard to get one of the main resistances to fairy type moves. And with fire types being weak to water moves, I thought Primarina was really, really good because the only remaining type is poison, which not everyone will draft, right? So, yeah, I felt really good about getting Primarina here.
You can cure a grass type Ursaluna of its burn with your signature move.
That's right, with Sparkling Aria. You're totally right. I actually forgot about that.
But it also hits your teammates, so it's not that great.
Yeah, that's why you have Telepathy Noivern.
Oh!
Yeah, so Liquid Voice really good. You can use Water type Parasong. So if my last mod is Gastrodon, I can use Parasong and give it a special attack boost.
Does that actually work like that?
Yeah. There's like an old.
So I know that Pain Split will give like if Zero Aura Plasma Fist because of Volt Absorb, it will give it back. That's actually interesting.
Wait, that's crazy. I mean, I haven't tested it, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Because it turns all sound moves into water moves, so I'm pretty sure that works.
That's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, I feel really good about Primarina. I think it's like everyone knows it's a good mon, but specifically I wanted the speed tier, right? Because it's not so slow, so it can work in Tailwind with a little investment, especially because like it's not like every team will have Unburdened Sneasler, right? So there's a lot of teams that are capping out in like around the base 110, like the one base 120 mons, and so I can kind of with a little investment outspeed them, which is still slow enough to underspeed a lot of Pokemon as well.
Ok, le Pokémon, une fois qu'il est bien, parce qu'il explique et tout, c'est quand même cher, c'est 100%. Après, c'est quoi, c'est l'avant-dernier?
If I gotta worry about Glimmer, I gotta worry about Primarina too.
Exactly.
Like, they're just disgusting. Yeah. So like Illumina Crash as well, or like Rage Powder next
C'est vrai que s'il en reste que deux, c'est bon, ça va.
And kind of like we said, Mamoswine and this, Tailwind, and Trick Room, if you really want to.
Yeah. Like, I also was really intentional about the types. I didn't want that many overlaps. The only overlapping types are Poison on Glamora and Venonat, and then Fairy on Dedenne and Primarina. So I felt pretty good about like the wide, and I have a lot of dual type mons as well.
So you might have to drop Primarina so you can just keep Dedenne as the only.
Yeah, only overlap. Yeah, it's true.
You could get Palafin. Palafin's I think 1 point less than Primarina.
Yeah, I thought about Palafin, but I really wanted the special attacking damage. So anyway, I feel really great about Primarina.
Okay.
Beautiful Pokemon.
Moving on. Next up, Houndstone.
Perfect. Yo,
so good.
For Tyranitar. Like, you got the Sandrush
plus T-Tar.
The last respect.
Exactly. Like, this mon is really, really... We haven't seen much play in VGC, but that's because, like, in VGC it's not Draft League. But you look at the bulk. The bulk is good. The attack is decent. Ability's broken. Fluffy's a good ability. Is it Fluffy or Fluffly? And I'm paranoid. I think it's Fluffy.
It's Fluffy.
Okay.
It's Fluffly, actually. It's Fluffly.
Fluffly. But yeah, this mon also gets some pretty good supporting moves. Like, it gets Will-O-Wisp as a ghost type, which I think is actually a pretty big deal for a Sandrush mon. Like, you cannot just assume this, like, just have a normal type and be like, oh, I'm fine. As well as like Charm, Helping Hand, like a bunch of really good supporting moves, good coverage moves as well. Like, it gets all the fangs.
You can do coaching with Hitmontop next to like body press.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, it gets body press? Oh no, wait, are you saying this thing gets coaching?
No, I'm talking about Hitmontop can coach it, and you can body press with Dog.
It gets body press?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right. That's crazy. Yeah, really good move pool. Alice, which is annoying. Yawn, Howl, Shadow Sneak, Memento, Destiny Bond, Disable. Really good move pool. I think great. I was looking at this as well for 7 points. I thought this was a really good mon, but like without T-Tar it doesn't make sense. But with T-Tar, very good Pokemon.
Amazing. Yeah, very great. A great speed, automatic.
C'est vrai qu'avec Sandrush,
great. And 68
vu qu'elle a tiré nocif,
right?
il va être beaucoup plus rapide.
It's definitely a great value and fighting immunity as well. So beautiful next to T-Tar too. I think, like I said, we mentioned it several times now, but she got some amazing value. Like,
en fait, elle veut vraiment jouer avec tir nocif.
No, I completely agree. It doesn't look like any of her Pokemon are Pokemon that she had to take because of like budgeting issues, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not like, oh, that's not that great, but no, all of her Pokemon look great.
Yeah.
I think she drafted exceptionally smart.
Agreed.
And next up, Shady Penguin. Ooh, the Doom. Bro, I've been using
Hound into Hound.
I've been using Mega Hound Doom.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Absolutely loving it. It feels like Chi-Yu on steroids.
Yeah.
And I know that's crazy to say about Chi-Yu, but I'm a big fan of base Houndoom because of the Flash Fire prior, and obviously a Nerve as well. Not that berries are going to be that common.
Still nice to have.
Yeah. But I think it's a really cool one. I think he just wanted another special tagger.
Yeah.
If I'm being
pretty fast as well. Pretty good value over 3 points.
95 de speed, c'est pas mal.
Fire type spam teams, like again, that Torkoal could be a problem, but now he's got a Pokemon that's immune to it.
This is good into Uzi, right?
Yeah.
I think he was scared about Uzi. Like, look at Heat Wave and look at Eruption.
Yeah.
The team. Like, you can only Terra one Pokemon.
Yeah.
The other mon's not gonna be able to take it. So like, I think this is really like for 3 points, I get it.
Yeah. Good pick for 3.
He had no fire type either.
Yeah. Also true.
Especially because people might tear a grass to take like the headlong rushes and.
Là, c'est un deck qui peut faire ça. C'est un deck qui peut faire ça.
With the that, and also it hits hard.
Yeah.
This 110 special attack is strong.
Especially if you get any kind of boost like Flash Fire or Sun. So yeah, can also be used to punish other people's Sun. So I totally agree. Also, another Dark type is nice because he does have 3 Dark weaknesses right now. So maybe he doesn't want to rely on. And also, Houndoom isn't weak to Fairy, unlike Scrafty. So could be good in specific instances.
Exactly. And then the second to last pick for Uzi.
Oh.
Skiploom.
Skiploom.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Jump of Light.
Jump of Light,
man. You got the Rage Powder, you got the Sleep Powder.
Stats aren't so bad. Like, yeah, you got Chlorophyll, you got Eviolite, like, yeah, Infiltrator.
You got another Tailwinder as well. I think also it stops Mount from getting this Pokemon.
Oh, true.
Something that I think Uzi might have taken into account.
Yeah, because Chlorophyll plus Tailwind. Another Tailwind user for 1 point plus Chlorophyll is probably pretty good for a Torkoal team. I agree.
Exactly. So I think that's a big one as well. So I think it's just Rim's got setting up the Sunny Day for Skiploom and
That's right.
That's it.
But he could use Sunny Day plus Scarf Typhlosion, and then if one of his mons goes down, then go into Skiploom. So I think it makes sense.
Yeah, and you can just Encore, or you can go for a Screen or Memento.
Yeah, Sleep Powder.
I think his next pick makes this one make a little bit more sense.
Yeah,
I'll talk about it.
Let's take a look at how many points are left. Uzi still has 6 points left. So
2 points pour monter.
Yeah, we can see some people have saved up a lot. I actually no longer have the point lead anymore. Aaron has 16 left, but you can see that people are pretty much down to the very like bottom of the barrel here. Mount's down to 2 points. Joey has 2 points. Uzi 6, James and Rosemary 5, and then a couple of us are still in double digits with me with 13, Shady 14, Aaron 16. So I think standout picks from this round are Executor for me. To me, Executor, Houndstone, and Duosion, and Pelipper, of course. But Pelipper we kind of knew was coming at some point.
Yeah, I mean, Duosion, Primarina, Houndstone, and Eggy are insane this round, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think Eggy gave. I think the ones that are value are the Eggy and the dog.
Yeah.
But I think that like if you look at James and you, like insane for your team as well.
Yeah.
Like I mean, and Aaron has just enough points left for Tatsugiri.
Just enough. Maybe he wants Pelipper. Maybe that's what he's saving up for.
Yeah, he's saving up for my Pelipper that I just took. It might have actually wanted it.
Who knows?
Tell me his swing cool for just 2 points. Not on your life, my friend. Not on your life.
So everyone, this is the last round. So this is the final pick for everybody. So it's very
Ok, dernier.
So yeah, as you were saying,
c'est là où il va avoir
Uzi
rendu
with the
les gars.
Thunderclap
C'est là.
Titans with his last pick. My friend,
Malamar. This came out right after the first commercial, so there might have been some influence right there.
Yeah, maybe he had his
But I think one of the cool things about Malamar is he has double side memento into it.
Oh.
So Skiploom can
Dude, he also has Topsy Turvy to reverse Dendoza's stat boost.
Yeah. Ooh, dude, I'm a Malamar.
I like Malamar. He also can do Fake Tears to boost his special defense by 2. He can do Charm and Tickle to boost his stats as well. Contrary plus, Contrary is just a great ability. Malamar's 4 points.
Sap it with Skiploom.
Oh, you're right. To heal Skiploom and give him the attack boost. So yeah, a lot of good synergy here on his side.
Fake Tears,
Charm, Tickle,
C'est pas mal. Malamar, c'est pas mal.
I like it. I like Malamar a lot. Another Trick Room as well, just like you said. Obviously, the Contrary Superpower knockoff. This one is interesting. I'm hoping that its Mega gets a special boosting attack.
I hope it gets more. I hope it changes type, though I don't think it will, because the typing it has 0 resistances.
Bro, it looked like it was using a psychic move.
Yeah, it's definitely psychic. It's probably still dark psychic. You're right. It's
give
just
it psycho boost. Just give it psycho boost.
I'm gonna trust that they can make something good out of it because, yeah, they can definitely make it good. It's just if they want to. But yeah, I like Malamar. I think it's a funny Pokemon. I'm glad Uzi drafted it.
Yep. I agree. I think it's going to be fun for his team, and I know he was super excited about this. Like, he was actually paranoid after Gallade that he was like, maybe I should have gotten Malamar. I really want to use Malamar.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big believer that who cares how good a Pokemon is? If you want to use it in draft,
go for it. Yeah, you got 10 mons. Yeah. Go for it. You don't gotta be stingy. Yeah. Cool. Last pick for Shady. Rounding out his draft, 14 points is Armarouge. So a great psychic spread abuser. Yeah, I like this Pokemon a lot.
There you go. So Houndoom into Armarouge is really interesting. So we might see some changes. But Armarouge, obviously, that's Psy Spam right there. He has the double expanding Force Core. He has Armor Cannon, the Energy Ball, the Focus Blast, Aura Sphere.
Also weak armor stuff. You can do stuff like attack with Drift Flame, activate weakness policy, weak armor, right? Like, some pretty nasty stuff here.
Ça peut être pas mal.
Yeah, he could U-turn out with like the Hisuian Braviary on it.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Attack into it too.
Terra Psychic. Yeah, really cool stuff in my opinion. Yeah, I like Armarouge a lot.
So originally, Shady had actually gotten Armarouge early, but decided to change it.
He was Hisuian Braviary, right?
Yes, to Hisuian Braviary. He's like, I don't want that Pokemon. So it was really funny to see him pick it up at the end. I get it though because you want to get Pokemon in a certain order. Similar like me, he was like, assuming Braviary might be taken. So if you want a Pokemon you want to use, you got to get that mon.
Yep.
So.
I think it makes a lot of sense.
Team.
Yeah, good way to round it out. I think it's like a lot of really big threats here.
Agreed. Let's see how Necra rounds
out.
up.
This is a Pokemon I initially had on my list as well. Necra taking a lot of the Pokemon that I thought were really strong. Alchemy for 5 I think is really scary in this format because not only does it have 2 good abilities that prevent you either from falling asleep or from like taunt, encore, disable moves, which can always come up, but like it also gets Decorate, and being able to like punish a team that doesn't have quick ways to remove it, especially again that not every team has Goldengo, not every team has a Steel type, I think is really dangerous because, you know, the only thing scarier than Garchomp or Tyranitar supported well is +2 Garchomp or Tyranitar supported well. And she has a lot of damage reducing tools and a lot of speed control tools here to make like just make Alchemy really strong. A couple interesting like other moves as well. Like 110 special attack is not bad. 121 special defense is quite good. And with 64 speed,
it's a great special wall. Yeah.
Yeah, it can even be a Scarfer as well if you want to do like Garchomp plus Scarf Alchemy and just like
Oh, Scarf Decorate. I like that.
You can do it. Yeah,
that's
like
really fun.
You can't do it like it's not great when Sneasel's on every team, but here nobody's drafted Sneasler yet, and probably isn't. Yep. I don't even think no one can afford Sneasler at this point.
Nobody can afford Sneasler. Nobody can afford Incineroar. Nobody can afford
Rillaboom. Yeah.
Well,
so
you can.
No, I only have 13 left. I can't afford.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we do have a page. We do actually have a page, guys, of Pokemon after that we're not.
That's
drafted.
right. That we're not drafted. So we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I love Alchemy here from Rosemary.
No, I like it too. Another fairy, and I think the Decorate option.
It's pas mal.
And yeah, it's just nice team. Like
really good team. Yeah, really. And
so how are you? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say really nice aesthetically as well. Just like very
yeah, that's what
nice
I was gonna say. It's pretty. It's pretty to look
pretty
at.
team.
I agree. Yeah. Wolf, how are you finishing your squad?
So with 13 points left, I was between. Part of the reason I saved this one for the end was because there was 2 options that I was happy with. But for my final pick of the draft, I'm going with regular hands, flesh hands, Hariyama. So I knew I wanted a fighting type in the slot, and Conkeldurr was also 13 points, but I was happy to get Hariyama here because I wanted a fake out user. I wanted a fake out user to help me set Trick Room up. I really like the idea of Hariyama plus Trevenant, fake out plus Trick Room, and then you get Guts active and you can start doing big damage. I really like this. I really like this mod. I also think that Thick Fat is a really good ability. Like just being able to say, okay, I'm not gonna run Guts. I'm instead gonna be like Assault Vest, Thick Fat, get a resistance to fire, get a resistance to ice. Some interesting moves as well. Like I guess Headlong Rush, which I didn't know until I started building for some of the weeks. Yeah, I think it's a really good Pokemon. Flame Orb obviously not being like item economy is something you have to think about when you're doing Draft League. Like you can't just have 6 Pokemon that want the Focus Sash. So having a Pokemon that takes an item that nobody else wants, I thought was pretty good. And
Flame Orb for itself, and then potentially Eviolite, which is only like Eviolite. Excuse me, Assault Vest.
Yeah, which is only used in certain mons.
Probably like Mamoswine or Arcanine.
Exactly. So
non,
c'est pas mal. Stats, really high base HP, high base attack. Flame Orb, Guts, close combat does a ton of damage. I was really happy to get this mon.
I think it's a great pick. I think it's amazing for you. I think it's amazing under Trick Room. You have the great special under Trick Room. Primarina, you have the great physical under Trick Room.
Yeah, with Hariyama.
Beautiful team.
Thank you very much. Cool.
I love it a lot.
Aaron's last pick, we can probably guess. Oh no, it's Mount's next. Sorry, Mount. Final pick.
I mean, you saw it on his.
It was, yeah. You could see it in the logo. This is basically just budget for it, right? Focus Sash, follow me. That's kind of.
We've seen it do stuff, man.
Yeah. Does it get Endeavor?
It does. Okay. I saw Aaron use this in the versus the Calyrex, and he killed it with knockoff.
That's so good. Yeah. Frisk again, very good for a 1-point Pokemon that's using Focus Sash, follow me. Yeah, like that's pretty valuable. Like get the information on your opponents, get follow me. Pretty good.
He wanted. I know he wanted Skiploom. But Skiploom, I think, would have been better, obviously, for him for the speed.
Yeah.
Plus it immediately and the initial.
You get Rage Powder anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So just a really cool pick. I'm a big Centric fan, and I've seen it put in a lot of work. So it's cool to see, and I like that he has like a lot of babies that are actually just as good as their parents or
Scraggy and Centric. Yeah, those are good picks.
Yeah,
and His baby Whimsicott.
So, yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
This is nice.
Okay,
nice.
Now it's Aaron's turn. Final pick for Aaron.
Tatsugai.
You know who's gonna get it. Big surprise. Yeah. So that's. I mean, what can we say? He got Dondozo. He knew no one else was gonna spend 16 points for Tatsugiri just to like mess with him, you know. So I mean, we all know Dondozo, Tatsugiri. It's been the implication since the beginning, right?
Tried and true. This Pokemon, funny enough, had more kills than Dondozo when James used it.
Wow.
In SPL.
I'm surprised by that.
He used like specs and he was dropping Dracos with it and things like that. It was going crazy.
I mean, 120 special attack is not bad.
Dude, and I mean, dual stab of Dragon and Water is good.
Yeah.
Like Kingdra, Palkia, Reykjavish, all right there. But I think the Storm Drain is really nice as well. Not that this team is particularly water weak.
Yeah.
But it's good into me.
Yeah. Nice option to have, right?
Yeah.
Can also bluff. You can do Storm Drain. Like if you want to use solo Dozo, you can do Storm Drain Tatsugiri and bring it like against certain teams, right?
Exactly. Definitely puts a lot of mind games. I think his team has a lot of modes that are very scary. Like, oh, are you going to fight the Revival Blessing? Are you going to fight Solo Dozo? Are you going to fight Double Dozo? Are you going to fight Slacking?
I'm not looking forward to playing him.
Or is it just going to be Haze plus Make It Rain spam? Like, I have no idea. This is also another one that's like, I do not want to fight.
Sa team elle fait peur, sa team elle fait très très peur.
That's how it works.
Yep. Who next?
Next up is you and Taken Zeb Strika. So electric type lightning rod, another lightning rod user, but also has motor drive and sap sipper.
Electro Web,
Yeah, fast mon, 116 base speed. We talked about how important speed is in draft.
This is the Pokemon that actually got me to want to do the original SPL VGC season.
Oh.
Because my friend Tony Flagon showed me a replay where this Pokemon beat Kyogre and it endeavored down something else and it beat Tornadus and it had like Faint and stuff like that. So that was kind of like the reason this inspired it. I was like, wow, Zebstrika is so cool, and it's normally not cool. Like it looks cool, but it's normally not a good Pokemon. Exactly, it's a great design, but normally not a great Pokemon. So figured out get it. Obviously, I got Pelipper. I was gonna get Pelipper dead last, but then you scared me.
I spooked
so I had
you.
to. So I had to do this. I had to do this. But someone in chat said Final Gambit Doug Show into Toxic Orb and Dur Tatsugiri.
Yeah, but then you get it's an option. It's an option in draft.
You just Dozo left next to your last Pokemon, Golden Go, and then like
you gotta like psych up Golden Go, and then you get hazed and you mauled, or you switch out the window.
But yeah, again, just fast electric type that gives me electro webs. That's basically it.
And a second lightning rod is good too, so you're not forced to bring Rhyperior every time you want lightning rod.
Exactly. Rock is obviously amazing. So
yeah,
but I do have to be careful about
Arcalodon. Yeah.
I gotta remember that. I gotta write that down for me. But that's how I ended up, man. And then the final
pick of the draft. Yeah, let's see.
Alors.
So James with his final pick, he's going with Revavroom.
Revavroom.
Joey, is Revavroom used in singles? Because it's very rarely used in doubles.
Lower, like RU.
Okay.
It's pretty decent with shift gear. RU like or lower maybe. I know. Sometimes people use like Spadeffa, Parting Shot, Toxic Spike, Young Shot. Overcoat's obviously a good ability. Filter is a very expensive V12. Yeah, we got Filter. Is really nice too. But I think the shift gear next to the Fake Out. Or the Follow Me is very threatening. It's definitely a lower tier draft god. Like this, exactly. This is a mon that like puts in work in. This is a Pokemon that if you can Terra, it does a lot.
Yeah, I think also like the stats are actually very good.
It's Yu, sorry.
Oh, Yu. Okay, wow. Yeah, that's pretty good then. Yeah, and the stats are honestly really good. Like 90 base speed with a speed boosting move is really good. 119 attack is quite high, and like again, Steel is kind of a hard type to come by, and James now has a Steel type that like. Yeah, with poison secondary typing, I think that's pretty good. Yeah,
bro. Also, they buffed the heck out of it. Like it has Temper Flare and high horsepower now.
Yeah, it has good moves. Yeah, and also its signature move, Spin Out, means you can actually use it in Trick Room, even though it's kind of fast because it lowers its speed.
Yep.
And it's like 100 base power Steel move, I think.
Yeah. The Spin Out's so funny. Like I like it too.
Yeah,
it's a cool move. I wish it got U-turn because it's a car.
It should get U-turn. That's crazy. Yeah, Parting Shot is actually probably better though. But yeah, I agree. Cool.
I like the idea of it.
So I think now we can take a look at all the teams as we go to our next slide. Nope, this is the final recap. Sorry, you can see some people actually saved a couple points left. Mount has 1, Uzi has 2. Everyone else is down to 0, so they might adjust things around, or they might have just like sometimes the Pokemon you want are actually from a lower tier, and so sometimes you do end up with a couple extra points. But for the most part, people have gotten exactly 0.
Exactly. I also want to keep in mind that while we did show you the slides, technically these are teams after Grace. We're not.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
As well. So some people might have already made some trades that you just will never see. But
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, funnily enough, initially in the draft before Grace, I took Venonat, and everyone was like, "Why did you take Venonat?" And I told the Electivire story where I was like, "Oh yeah, I was doing my research. I found out the Electivire is more bulky than." Sorry, Venonat is more bulky than Electivire. And then next pick, Mount took Electivire. And I was like, oh, I feel so bad. Like I was just still talking about how Venonat was better than this model. Then he was like, he then dropped it. Yeah, probably because he realized it was bad.
He's like, if I can't be Venonat, no one can.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good pick.
Yeah.
But around 10, I mean, the best values are obviously Armarouge, Hariyama, and Tatsugiri.
Yeah.
For being real. Like, those are the 3 best values.
Armarouge, c'est fort de ouf.
Those are the 3 best picks.
Yeah. Pouvoir l'avoir à la fin. Tatsugiri aussi. Mais je pense que personne ne pouvait l'utiliser vu que ton Dozo était déjà pris. Ton Dozo était déjà pris, donc c'est...
You can use Alchemy, yeah.
Speaking of, I think the next slide is actually the Pokemon that were not drafted, bro.
Oh, I think you might be right. So some of the biggest hitters in the metagame were undrafted.
Not drafted.
Yeah, Dragonite, Sneasler. These were undrafted for various reasons, but I think the biggest one you have to keep in mind is how easy are the Pokemon to counter, and are there Pokemon that do what these Pokemon do, but for cheap, right? Like, Incineroar, 19-point Pokemon, or maybe 18. I think it was 19, right? And
19,
Hitmontop is 10. Arcanine is 16. Like, Torracat was like 9. So, like, is it really worth?
Dragonite's 20.
Yeah, Dragonite is 20 points. Like, is it worth? Like, there are other Scale Shot mons, there are other Tailwind mons, there are other Haze mons, you know what I mean? So, P2 is, like, somewhat easy to counter, right? You could knock off just means that you, like, are losing a ton of value. Rillaboom, there are so many good grass types. Amoonguss, there's so many good grass types. You talked about Sneasler earlier. Kingambit I could have seen getting drafted, but you always have to be careful taking a quadruple weak Pokemon with, like, a ton of your points, right? Because you're going to be, every week you're running into fighting moves.
That's the big thing, dude. It's so hard because, like, we saw Indeedee go early, so, like, Sneasler, if somebody wanted to get it, you can't. Like, you really have to, like, Mount was probably the only person who decided, besides, I guess, Uzi, who got level 19. But Mount was, like, the only person early on who kind of got, like, he spent most of his points. And that's what you would have to do if you get, like, Rillaboom or Incineroar. I still think they're good draft Pokemon. Don't get me wrong. I just think that the prices, like, it's the whole reason why I got, like, Poltergeist over Sinistcha. You know, I can't, like, no, who's the most expensive one here? Dragonite. Dragonite's 20. And then the 3 next to it are 19. Same thing with, I think, Amoonguss.
Yeah, I think Sneasler might be 18, but yeah, like, even still, like, they're just too expensive.
Yeah. Everything was just pricey. I think Smeargle being here is the craziest one, because that's
a scary draft model. Learns literally every move.
But I also feel like it's scarier in regular than draft.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but that's just how it's been.
Well, the thing is that you can either stop Smeargle with taunt or by KOing it, and you always have to worry about either fake out or sorry, you always have to either worry about Focus Sash or about them having or you don't have taunt. But if you're playing versus Smeargle, every week you're having taunt, and every week you should have a Pokemon that can outspeed it and one-shot it. And so they can't stop both basically.
And it's not like singles. The way Smeargle gets around that is it uses moves like Stone Axe, Ceaseless Edge, Nuzzle, and things like that. So moves that don't matter about taunt, but like you're not really using.
You don't want to use them here, Like broken moves like Follow Me, Decorate, Spore, Wide Guard, Tailwind. So I think it makes sense that here, like when you know that you're going to be counter teamed every week, do you want to put all your eggs in the Smeargle basket? I don't think so.
Thwacky, exactly. Thwacky is really cheap as well. It was like 7 points or something here. So like Thwacky plus Sneasler definitely could have been it, but this is definitely the interesting one. I think the next one is everybody's teams plus the week 1 matchups.
Yep. So if you're curious about the matchups, you can see it here. I'm blocking my DC pairs.
I'm blocking James, but
I'm blocking my own team. But here we go. We have week 1 Mount versus James. So the Immunity Idols versus Ju B Life Piplups. You have the Thunderclap Titans versus the Melbourne Rotoms, which is Uzi versus Cybertron. Shady Penguin and the New York Mankeys versus the Shoutcasting Sylveons and Necra. And then Joey and me are actually, these were randomized, but we're playing week 1.
Randomized.
That's right.
We're randomized. We didn't do any, there's no collusion. This is all randomized. We're playing week 1. Week 1 is going to be next Saturday as well. So.
Next Saturday. Do we have a time, by the way? Did we ever decide on a time?
For uploads?
Yeah.
Whatever you want, dude. I'll do whatever you want.
Let's just do like 2 p.m. I feel like that's reasonable.
That's fine by me. That's like usually my draft time. So 2 p.m. will be myself versus Wolf.
Yep.
Next Saturday, you guys will see that upload. And then obviously this will be a 7-week season plus 2 extra weeks for playoffs. And it goes right into that, and then you semis plus finals. So it's gonna be a good time, man.
Yeah, should be fun. I'm curious about.
Join us, guys.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'm curious about what everyone's favorite teams are that they've seen here, because I think there's a lot of different strategies, a lot of cool Pokemon being drafted. I
think Necros is my favorite.
Necros is really good. I think
Shady might be my favorite though.
Oh, they're all so good.
I feel like I'm so whack for drafting Rain for the first time, but I tried to draft unique Rain.
It's cool. It's definitely cool. Like Rhyperior's not often used in Rain. Poltergeist is sick. Like
la team que je préfère.
Greninja's not a Pokemon I see very often either.
J'aime bien monter.
Hoping that helps.
Avec Charter et tout là, elle est stylée.
But guys, I have every single coach in the description as well, so make sure you check them out. Everybody will be uploading. Wolfie will be uploading as Bonus Wolf.
Bonus Wolf channel.
Je pense monter, elle est bien.
Check that out.
Elle est stylée.
And are you gonna say anything to the people, or is there anything?
Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's exciting to be back in draft. My plan, just so everyone knows, I might have already explained this at the beginning, but I'll just risk explaining it again. So every Saturday, Bonus Wolf, we're uploading the individual videos, and then at the end of the season, I'll be posting one long edited main channel video with like the whole season. And it's interesting. It's kind of fun to work on because we're like I'm scripting it week by week. So like it's like I'm working on it. Like every week I play my match and then I sit down and I write the script.
That must be a lot easier than playing and having to remember it in a tournament.
Oh, dude, having footage is crazy. Yeah, it's so much easier.
That's the big thing, right? You don't have to get that later. You have to recreate. Or do all that. I'll also say, guys, that myself, I know Wolf, Uzi, and a few others are actually also made like team draft analysis. So we gave our thoughts on our teams. That will be going up. Might as well be going up in an hour.
I'm gonna post mine right now, actually.
So Wolf will post his right now on bonus Wolf. So make sure you check. I know Uzi's just went up as well. So go and check out the channels. If you want to see why people picked what they picked. Does everybody make playoffs? No, only 4 people make playoffs.
That's right. So you gotta be in the top 4 overall.
Yep, and it's a 7-week season. Everybody plays everybody.
Yep.
So it's very
Ça va être stylé.
It's gonna be very close.
Ça va être stylé, les gars. Faut regarder. Hein.
Thank you for watching my side. I appreciate it. Thank you, Wolf, for obviously coming back to draft, inviting me, and then us doing this together.
Ça va être vraiment stylé. Le but et le concept est vraiment stylé. Hop. Ok, good. Bon, sur ce chat, j'espère que vous avez apprécié. Bon, on a juste regardé une vidéo, mais franchement, c'était intéressant. Et au moins, ça nous a un peu, comment dire, ça nous a un peu appris le team building. Genre, ce qu'il faut, ce qui est bien. Tous les Pokémon peuvent être bien, en fait, s'ils sont dans le bon environnement. Et du coup, le petit rondoudou, on peut trouver sa place. On peut trouver sa place. Il faut juste bien réfléchir et on peut faire un truc. Du coup, sur ce, les gars, moi je vous laisse là-dessus. Je vous dis passez une bonne journée. Bisous, ciao.